How's everybody doing? Let me make sure I have everything set up completely, and then we'll get on with the stream, everybody. How's everybody doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's super early in the morning. Super early on the West Coast, at least. The West Coast, it's super early. How's everyone doing? Is the camera quality at least a bit better today, everyone? I'm trying out my other little webcam I brought instead of just the laptop one. So I think it should be better. I bet it looks a lot better. What's good, everyone joining in? How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Let me let the Instagram know that I'm live. Alrighty. I'm live. Alrighty. What's good? A lot better? Good. Alrighty, we're gonna start getting some debates here very, very soon. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria that I've listed on the TikTok screen right there. How's everybody doing joining up? How's everyone doing? You look sleepy? I am. It's technically 7 a.m. for me on the West Coast, but I woke up pretty early today. I woke up at like 6 o'clock here for the West Coast. Here it's like 9 o'clock when I woke up. What are you doing in New York? Literally just hanging out, visiting. First time I've been in New York, hanging out, visiting, seeing some friends. That's really it. Nothing really crazy other than that. Like, I don't have any like specific events. I'm not like Dean. I don't get invited to events like that. Actually, I don't even have a mechanism people could invite me to events. So that's one thing. Have many friends been recognized? Yeah, I've been recognized I think like 9 or 10 times so far since I've got here. What's good, everyone joining in? You need to eat the pizza. I did last night. I did. I had some pizza last night. It was pretty good. What's up, Lydia? How you doing? What's good, everyone joining in? If you ever see me, you can always say hi. Always super cool to see people. We had pizza too? Yes. It was actually really good. Really good. Man, it's early, Parker. I know, right? How's everyone doing? Come to New Orleans next? Yeah, maybe so. We have a friend out here. Me and my girlfriend have a friend out here who has like a place. So I'm staying at their place. And it's been pretty nice. Oh, was your camera so bad? Because I was using my laptop. I realized using the webcam is just significantly better. It's not even close. So that's at least a benefit. All right, what's good, everyone joining? It's like really bright. So we're gonna see how this goes. It's like really bright outside. The sun's like right in front of my eyes. Gotta love that. I mean, at least it's decent lighting, you know? At least it's decent lighting, right? All right, we're going to start getting some people up here in a second. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let me make my TikTok a little bit smaller so I can actually see what's going on my screen. All right, perfect. What's good, everyone joining in? If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. I hope get it out to more people. Alrighty. Let me add some people up here. Why are you in New York? Literally just chilling. Just hanging out with friends. Oh, is it lagging? There we go. Oh, at least TikTok doesn't show. Give it a second, everyone. Am I there? Huh, I wonder. Okay, it's just TikTok. Does everyone hear me on YouTube? It froze for a second. I apologize, everyone. I apologize. It was literally just TikTok loading. I apologize. What's good, everyone? Can y'all hear me? I heard New York City smells like Pete. No, that's definitely not true. I mean, there's going to be some parts, like almost every city, where there's like probably like an opening to the sewer, but New York City as a whole does not smell like pee. All right. Let's get everyone. Give it a second. Yo, what's up? How old are you? It looks bright as fuck there. It's because I'm facing the sun. I'm literally facing the sun. Alrighty. Do give it a second for people to join in. We're going to get the debates going here in a second. We're going to get some debates going in a second, everyone. I really like New York so far. It's actually really cool. I've had a great time so far. You know, I probably should get that pillow. You know, that might be actually beneficial for my back while I'm sitting here. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Aria, thank you for the $5. Thank you. I would. Really, the reason why I came out to New York and I was able to do this is because I still could go live from here. because of the fact that I was going to a friend's place. So that's actually the main reason. I don't think hotels have good enough internet in order to dual stream. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay. All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Gaia, thank you so much for the membership subscription. Thank you so much. W, so let's go to the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
What's your birth year? What's your birth year? I can't hear you while you're out of the app. Okay, hello? Alrighty. I guess he's calculating. He's searching it up. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty, do give it a second, everyone. Alrighty.
Hello?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes. Voted red
What's your
down
birth
ballot.
year?
2003.
What month?
June.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Neither, but I vote for Trump before I vote for Harris. Yeah, it would probably be neither.
Okay. If you wouldn't vote for either, I'm going to go into the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could go, what's your birth year?
2000.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I vote for Trump because I like his neck fat, man. I want to see that neck jiggle when he...
All right, give it a second, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. All righty, do give it a second, everyone. All right, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everybody. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I support Trump.
What's your birth year? What's your birth year?
2005.
Okay, and what month?
January 2nd.
Wouldn't you be 20?
No, I'm 21. Well, yeah, 20.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go into the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Do give it a second for people to join up. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. It's actually easier to see now. The light is dimming down. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
March.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would vote for Trump.
Why so?
I think he's got a fat ass, man.
So the next person, everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Carla, thank you so much for the bouquet. Thank you. Oh, it's not loading now. My laptop is lagging. Give it a second, everyone. Bro, this is frustrating. There we go. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
43.
Okay. Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump, obviously.
Okay. Is there a way you could mute the TV behind you?
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Let me say thank you to two people, and then we'll move on with our conversation. Maudie, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely, I am having a great time so far. Shauna, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. We are so far. We're doing great. Thank you for the handout. Thank you. All right. So,
That it?
why do you support Donald Trump?
Why don't you support Donald Trump?
Well, because I think that he is worse for the country. Because he was held civilly liable of sexual abuse. He bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. His big, beautiful bill cuts 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast, alongside, on average per month, alongside 2.5 million people off their access to food stamps and over 10 million people off their access to health insurance, while adding $3.4 trillion to the debt.
Well, those are some pretty good arguments, but I do know that that case that he was held civilly liable for with what was her name? That was a lie. It was
Eugene Carroll?
obviously a lie. Yeah.
What makes you think it was a lie?
Well, because she got on podcast talking about how she was basically baited into doing it.
Nope, she didn't say that. What podcast are you referencing?
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I do remember watching it.
Well, the podcasts that are typically brought up is the one where she's talking to Anderson Cooper, and in the one where she's talking to Anderson Cooper, she never like said that she was lying or she wasn't assaulted or anything like that.
Okay, well, maybe he done terrible things, and a lot of government officials have done terrible things, and he's trying to right the wrongs that he's done in his life by supporting the people that are working to make this country go around instead of the ones that are just choosing to use and abuse the system that we've built and created to help the needy. And the federal government has gotten too big. Don't you think that things would be more effective if they were based on each state?
No, I don't think that they'd be more effective if they were based on each state. I think that certain states would restrict people from getting access to basic necessities and rights, which is exactly what Donald Trump's bill will allow for them to do to a greater extent. It'll allow for red states to cut people off of Medicaid and food stamps and all of those different social programs, because it is the case that they specifically will not apply this because there's no federal standpoint that applies this. So, I mean, that's not only it. It's also with the Department of Education. So people in red states will get even less or even get worse education. So it's like, do you really want red states to fall that much further behind?
Has gone rogue. Like,
What's that?
the Department of Education has gone rogue.
In what way?
Literally, these kids are being taught about the teachers are able to speak about their sexual preferences to the kids, which is totally inappropriate.
In what way? Could you explain how?
Well, why are they putting like rainbow flags? Or, I don't care if you're left or right. Neither of that should be in the classroom.
Rainbow flag? I have no issue with a pride flag being in the classroom. There's no issue with the pride flag. Pride flag is great, actually. This isn't working either.
Okay, well then we should be able to put like Christianity flags or...
Well, it's not a religious flag. It's literally just saying you should accept gay people, and there's nothing wrong with being gay.
Well, I'm not exactly prepared for this argument, to be honest, so...
Sure, no, but I mean, it's not even about being prepared for an argument. So, like, why do you think that? That's really all it is. I'm not trying to, like, get you to have, like, some extremely professional debate or anything. I'm just trying to get you to realize that, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with us, you know, accepting gay people and having a pride flag in the context of the classroom. I think that's just a mechanism of anti-bullying.
Nobody doesn't not accept gay people. But why
that's
is
just
it
not
that
true.
gayness is talked about more than in actual education?
That's just not
Like,
true, and it isn't.
Yeah, it
In no
is.
connotation
Yeah, it
is
because
being
I have a
gay talked about to a
13-year-old
greater extent
son.
than any other
I have a
educational.
13-year-old son,
Mhm.
and those things are talked about in school.
Oh, really? Are you sitting in
Yes.
in the lectures? You think that there's more of them? They're more talking about like being gay than they are talking about like math and science and English.
Well, yeah, it's incorporated into the conversations, and
No, it's not.
It really should.
It's
Yes,
barely
it is.
in the conversation.
I have a 13-year-old son.
Yeah, having a 13-year-old son doesn't mean you know everything that's happening in the school system. I was more recently than you, a 13-year-old kid, and I lived in Iowa, I've lived in Los Angeles, and I've lived in different places, and I've indicated that absolutely no change specifically in how much
I
it's
know,
talked
but
about.
honestly, the left, it's all about like trying to divide people, trying to
No.
make traditional values look down upon.
What
And it's
traditional values?
there's
Because we want
a
to progress.
total dehumanization agenda from the left.
I don't think
Why
we're the ones
are they
dehumanizing
trying
when you guys are
to-
saying that we shouldn't accept gay people or we shouldn't have pride flags up. I mean, how much are we? What are we talking about in terms of gay people that you have an issue with?
Well, when they're changing the reproductive organs of these kids and making it to
They're
where
not.
they can't have kids because they want to depopulate the earth,
That's
they
not what's
are.
happening. Wait, who's intentionally
is.
depopulating the earth and no one's changing people's
Abortion,
genitalia?
Transgenderism is dehumanism.
Trans people are not dehuman. Wait, okay, wait. How is people being trans dehumanizing? That doesn't make any sense under that perspective. Secondly, right, it's not like some intentional
It's
goal
lit-
from
it's
people in power. Hold
literally
on, let me please
making
finish.
them
Let me
sterile.
please finish.
It's making them
No, it's
sterile.
not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
What
it
specifically
is.
is making kids sterile? Like, what are they doing?
When you reverse somebody's reproductive organs,
No one's doing
do you
that.
think they're going to be able to have kids?
Wait, no one's doing that. Who's reversing the What do you mean reversing the reproductive organs? What does that mean?
Like the hormone therapy, the
Therapy does not reduce. I mean, like reverse your genitalia or anything like that. What? It doesn't. What? And also, HRT
Yeah,
is something that
someone
people
that-
would get
someone
after. Hold up, HRT is something that people would get after like it's between the ages of around 16 through 18, right? And that's after multiple years of working with doctors. That's after being on puberty blockers and other things like that. So those are determined by doctors. How are you to determine what's healthy for the individual rather than a
How is
doctor?
a child to determine what's healthy for themselves
They
when
don't.
they
It's-
literally
they don't.
have to
It's-
be like 18 and adult to do
They're not.
anything else?
They're not. So it's actually the doctor that determines that. It's the parents that are involved in that process as well. Like when I was 16
It
years
should
old.
be the parent, though.
Listen here quick. When I was 16 years old, I took something called Accutane. There's a lot of negative effects that can come from Accutane in the long run, but I was able to make that determination with my doctor and with my parents. Should I have been able to make that determination? Because it affected my hormones.
No. You are what you are. You're fucking born a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Well, I'm confused how this changes.
just
No one's
ridiculous.
born a man or a woman because we're not born adults. Now, can you address my point, please?
Well,
Should I
well,
have been
male or
able to make that
female.
determination?
A male or female. If you want to,
Okay. No one's disputing that. No one disputes that people have biological sex.
there's a woman and a man, or a girl and a boy. Point blank. There's not
Okay,
born. People are not born.
Would you like to
be
respond to my
cats.
specific point, though? No one's saying people are born cats. No one said that.
Yeah,
Well,
but you guys are like losing your minds with it.
How? Can you answer my
Changing your
question?
sex, your furries.
No one's-
your-
no one's
I mean,
changing their
it's
sex.
getting-
I d-
It's getting out of hand.
Furries don't
and
actually think that they are those animals. Okay, I don't know where you're getting this from. Can you please
actually,
can you address
yeah, I
my
live
point?
across the street
So
from one.
when I was when I
live
was
across the
16 years
street
old,
from
hold
one
up,
right now.
listen. When I was 16 years old, right? Should I have been able to make a determination on whether or not I wanted to take Accutane with my doctor and with my parents?
No.
No.
No, you think I shouldn't have been able to take Accutane? Why not?
What's Accutane?
Accutane was specifically to deal with my acne. So I had a lot of back acne, right? That got to a point of being cystic. It wasn't like
That was probably from the poison that you're being fed in your food.
No,
the
that's-
poison I was fed in my food. No, that's not poison I was fed in my food.
There's more toxic ingredients in our
Well,
food than there is actual food these days.
I thought that you were
It's not
talking
has
about-
nothing to do with my food. I just have acne, and I literally was just addressing my acne. And Accutane is a mechanism to address my acne. And I'm really happy that I took Accutane, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
have to
sure-
deal. I literally don't even have to deal with acne anymore, practically ever, which is incredible and amazing, and has been something that's very, very, very effective and helpful for my mental health, right? For my for
Maybe you
engaging
should've took
socially with people.
ivermectin.
What?
Maybe you should have took ivermectin.
Ivermectin has nothing to do with acne. What are you talking about? Do you know what ivermectin is?
How do you know
It's an
that you don't have
anti-parasitic.
parasites in you? How do
You
you,
think
know
a
it wasn't
parasite was
parasites?
causing my acne? No, it wasn't. How Accutane doesn't affect parasites? How would it have changed whether or not I have acne then?
I'm just joking. I'm just trying to rage bait you now.
Okay. Do you want to actually give me a response to anything I have to say then?
Honestly, I don't even remember what you said.
Okay, so like we were just demonstrating that it makes sense that I should have been able to determine whether or not I wanted to get Accutane with my doctor and with my parents. The doctor determines that it's healthy for me to do so or effective for me to do so. My parents are involved in the process of whether or not I could actually consent to the drug because I was 16 years old at the time. So under this perspective, I think it's very obvious that I should have been able to get access to Accutane. And even though it changes my hormones, I still should have been able to get access to it because it was determined through the context of a doctor and my parents and myself.
Okay. Yes, I agree with that. I'm actually not the type of person that says, "Oh, you shouldn't be able to do this or that with yourself." But when you start putting it in my child's face and it starts influencing the way that they think and their opinion,
Well, how has your kid's opinion been influenced in a way that you don't like?
well, because that's like the new norm in school now is, oh, I'm bi or I'm gay. Why is everybody talking about their sexuality in school?
They just got removed for community guidelines. They're not, by the way. TikTok just removed for community guidelines. I wish I could continue with that conversation. This is for acceptance, and no, not everyone's bi, not everyone's gay. I don't know where you're getting that information from. Jordan, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Literally, though, there are cis individuals that require puberty blockers. Oh, sorry, everyone. It takes a second sometimes to load up this. Give me a second. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Oh. Bro, why is it lagging? Oh, no. There we are. All right. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Give it a second. If you don't want to experience any lag, go over to YouTube. There's literally no lag on the YouTube stream. Just letting everyone know. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty. Do give it a second for people to join in, everyone. Ms. Dawn, thank you so much for the prints. Thank you. Are we on an iPad? Nope, you're on my laptop. You're on my laptop. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
37.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. Why so?
I think he's doing a great job with the country.
Wait, actually, let me clarify real quick. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay. Okay, why so?
Just because I really do like him as a president.
Okay. What about him?
I just think he's doing well bringing world peace and bringing the country back together.
Bringing world peace? What makes you think he's bringing world peace? Because I can give you multiple examples of him not doing so, by bombing Iran, by bombing multiple boats off of the coast of Venezuela, specifically where there was no evidence that they had drugs at all. And even if they did, it wouldn't be evidence enough to literally bomb them, because you should just detain them once they get to U.S. waters. So can you explain to me how he's more pro-peace when, one, he's bombing places around the world like Iran and boats off of Venezuela in international waters, and then also the fact that he's literally causing trade wars around the entire world?
I just think that he's doing a good job at uniting the country, and I don't know. That's how I believe.
In what way? So you think Trump is more unifying? Give me one thing that Donald Trump has done that has been more unifying.
Well, he's expressing himself, and he's bringing more people are turning to Christ.
No, I think that less people would turn to Christ because Donald Trump is associated with Christianity. Do you think Donald Trump is a good representation for Christianity?
I do, honestly.
Okay. Do you think him inciting a violent insurrection at the Capitol and pardoning the violent rioters who beat police officers and calling them patriots, do you think that's going to create conditions for more unification?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? I think that's obviously going to lead to less unification.
I think he's just doing a good job. That's
On
how
what?
I believe. I can't think of anything specifically, but I just know that I know that God appointed him to be president.
God didn't appoint. Are you trolling? This is getting ridiculous, dude. What do you mean
I'm
God
not
appointed
trolling.
him?
Yeah.
Do you think God appoints all leaders?
Well, he puts people in place.
Mm-hmm. Every person in a position of power, do you think God put them into that position?
Yes.
Okay, so did God put Hitler into the position he was in?
Yes, I believe.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God. You do not believe that, dude. So, do you think it was good that God put Hitler into his position?
No, because he
So,
did
God
kill a
did
lot
something
of people.
bad? So God's not all good?
No, he is good, but sometimes bad things happen because we have free
But you
will.
just said God did this. You said God put them into that position of power. So if God put them into that position of power,
Well,
then
in the
wouldn't that
Bible,
logically entail that it's
there's
good?
good kings and there's good kings and bad kings in the Bible. So that's because we have free will.
Okay, but God put them into that position. So if they're a bad king, it wouldn't make sense for God to have put them in that position. It would make more sense that human beings, by their own choices, put them into that position.
Hmm.
Like if God grants people free will, it wouldn't make sense that he is putting people into positions of power or authority because that's based upon the free will of individuals. So if he's able to change the free will of individuals, why doesn't he stop murder? Right?
He can't change free
because he
will.
gave people free will. Exactly. So then how could he be the person that puts someone into a position of power when that's dependent upon human free will?
I don't know. I just feel like we're living in a good period of time.
Not because of Trump. And I don't think this is a good period of time because this is a point where the country is extremely disunified. This is a point where the country is actively in a circumstance where people are being harmed to an extremely high extent. And I'll give you exact examples as to why. Donald Trump's violating multiple of our constitutionally protected rights, such as our First Amendment, our Second Amendment, our Fourth Amendment, our 14th Amendment, and our Fifth Amendment.
Okay. No, it's just Parker. We're just debating about Trump. Parker, this is my mom.
Oh,
I live
tell her
with
I said
my
hi.
mom. Parker says hi. He's a really cool guy. Look at him. We have 3,800 people watching. Yeah. Oh, she's not dressed. She's naked. No, she's not naked, but no.
Okay.
That would be weird. Oh, you can't see me, can you?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I just want to take this time just to pray for our country and everybody watching. So, Lord God, I thank you for our nation, Lord. Just ask you to protect it, Lord. We lift up our president and all the leaders in Congress and in the Senate, Lord, and in the House and all of the judges on the Supreme Court, Lord. We just ask you to unify this nation, Lord, and bring people together, Lord, during these times, Lord. And we just thank you for everything that
Wait,
you've done
have you been on my live
for our
before?
country.
You did this same
Uh,
shit before in the past.
What do you mean?
You've done this before in my live before, haven't you? It's the
Maybe.
amount of times you said Lord.
Yeah, I like saying Lord.
No, have you been on my stream before and done this? Have you prayed to me on my own stream before?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one time, just letting you know, I only talk to people who haven't been on the stream before.
But I love you.
Okay, they have got to be trolling. They have got to be trolling, chat. What is going on? What is going on, dude? What is going on? All right, sorry. I was getting a pillow. Give me 1 second, everyone. Jesus, what just happened? Sorry, everyone. Just letting everyone know on TikTok, it lags every once in a while a little bit just because I'm trying to click on the multi-guest and it just like lags a little bit. So if you don't want to experience any lag at all, I recommend to go over to the YouTube stream. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
What's your birth year?
2000.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Well, shit. I'd rather vote for Trump to see if he can expose himself on the Epstein files. Ah.
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let's go on to the next person here real quick. Do give it a second, everyone. Do give it a second. Let's go to the next individual real quick. Robin, thank you so much for the membership subscription, Robin. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Look at,
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, hello, man. How you doing?
Do you support Donald Trump? Sorry.
Sorry, I just looked into your page for the first time, so I didn't really know I was on the live till now. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, let's go on to the next person then. I guess only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Kat, thank you so much for the membership subscription. Thank you so much. Let's go on the next individual quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 33.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Why so?
I would rather vote for Trump because I feel like it's very important to say that rainbow flags and gay is not being taught in our schools. You can kick me out now. It's just not happening.
Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
My birth year is January 21st, 2005.
That was horrible math. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
When are you gonna fuck me, Parker? Like, when are we gonna get this over with?
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. I really don't understand what people think that they get out of this. It really doesn't make any sense. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed up on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, are you gonna vote for Mamdani while you're there? Vote for Mamdani.
Alrighty, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Jojo, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jojo. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Savannah, thank you so much for the $5 on PayPal. Thank you. And Gene, thank you so much for the $15 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Gene. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. Let's go on to the next individual quick, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Alrighty. Do give it a second for people to join up. Alrighty, do give it a second. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Let's try to get to 1,000 likes real quick, everyone. I would really appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
6'7".
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
December.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or
Yes.
Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Why so?
Well, I like how he's treating the country right now, how he's treating foreign threats. He's doing something I support, like increasing the defense budget. Also, I appreciate the tax cuts. They increase innovation and emphasize what this country was built on, which was free markets and capitalism. And I like how his values are increasing homogeneity across the right and how he's suppressing the left.
So by suppress the left, do you want like their free speech rights to be suppressed?
No, I mean suppressing wokeism, the far left agenda.
No, like, what do you mean by suppressing wokeism? Like, can you define
Well,
wokeism?
Yeah, I would define that as the far left radical agenda. That's what I would define wokeism as.
Could you give me a few examples of that?
Yeah, like there being more than two genders. That's an example. And Trump is stopping women or trans women from playing in women's sports, which is suppressing that, which is something that I like that he's doing. So that's what I mean when I say he's suppressing the left. He's suppressing these radical ideas that you guys keep on supporting and tallying behind.
Can you name 2 trans people that were in women's sports that were dominating?
You want me to name them?
Yeah, name them.
Well, you're not allowed to talk about T issues on live. Well, I was just
Yeah,
answering
we
the
are.
question.
I run streams every single day. So tell me why.
Yeah, I'll tell
Name
you
2
why.
people.
There. Name 2 people?
Yeah.
Well, nobody knows them because they're banned now.
You would know them. Name 2 people who are dominating.
They're banned. They can't dominate.
There are more
Almost
sexual assault allegations from different women against Donald Trump than there are trans athletes that played in the NCAA. Okay, that is a non-issue. The fact that you would even bring that up as something to quote unquote suppress is ridiculous when there are things in this country that are actually needing to be suppressed, like violent crime. When Donald Trump pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers and he called them patriots. Okay, so
Well,
that
dude-
is specifically causing violence in our country. That's causing our country to be worse. That's inciting a violent insurrection at the Capitol. So explain to me how that specifically is preferable to literally you acknowledging the fact that Donald Trump has disunified this country?
Well,
And then I'll
answer
address
that.
the other points you brought up.
You just said a whole bunch of shit.
I said like 2
Trump's
things.
Trump's like the most famous person in the world, arguably, right? Like you can't name a single person more famous than except maybe Cristiano Ronaldo or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
So no shit. He's gonna
Except
have
for
more.
Jesus Christ, except for Cristiano Ronaldo, except for Messi, except for, I could keep going on. Barack Obama, except for,
Barack
a
Obama's
bunch
not more
of like
famous
Taylor
than
Swift.
Donald Trump.
What's up?
She's not more. Listen,
LeBron
Donald Trump
James.
is known worldwide. Everybody knows that guy.
No?
He's known
Not
globally.
everyone knows the guy.
Well, he's arguably at least top 10 most famous people. So no
Who
shit he's
cares?
gonna have
Who cares?
allegations
Do
against
you
him.
vote for people because they're famous?
No, I said that because you're like, oh, he has so many assault allegations. Like, no shit. The
Him
guy's
being
the most
famous doesn't mean
person.
he hasn't assaulted anyone.
Well, listen, nobody's gonna accuse you of assault because you're like relatively unknown compared to him, right? You're not gonna have a lot of people trying to take your money. The guy's a billionaire. He's got at least $7 billion in the bank, and he built a real estate empire. So no shit, he's gonna try to get sued, or someone's just gonna try to defame him. The guy's famous as fuck, and he has a lot of money.
You said defame, so why did it go through the entire context of a civil court? Why did it get litigated? Why was he found responsible for doing so? He was found legally responsible for forcibly penetrating a woman's vagina against her will amongst a unanimous decision of 9 people in a jury. And for some reason, you think that was just political, and you don't think that had any relevance in terms of actually he did it?
Just because a court says something doesn't make it true.
Okay, so what would
People
get you to believe it?
wrongfully convicted all the time.
So all the 26 women are lying. All of the jurors are lying. Everyone but Donald Trump is lying. Under your view?
Under my view, I think a guy who's so rich and so famous and can get any kind of tail he wants.
That's so
wouldn't go with
disgusting for
someone
you to
like,
say that.
you know,
That's fucking gross. You just perpetuated the same lie that, oh, he wouldn't sexually assault someone because if he could have had sex with other people if he wanted to. This is obviously an absurd statement. Do you think that there have been no people in positions of power, especially men, especially throughout the context of history, that have assaulted women? You don't think that there are any?
If they're into that, that's usually some kind of
Wait,
fetish
answer my
for them.
question. Do you think that there are any men in positions of power that have got away with assaulting women?
Yes.
Okay, so then explain to me.
But I believe.
No, stop right there. Stop right there. Explain to me then why you use that as an argument to say that he wasn't assaulting people. Because 26 different women have come out, said that he engaged in sexual misconduct towards them. Can you explain to me why you think every single one of them is lying?
Well, because the people who are more likely to essay someone, usually are socially inept, poor men who can't get any tail otherwise.
I'm sorry.
But
Do you have a source for this?
Well, I'm just using common sense.
Oh, you're just assuming this to be the case?
Oh, so you really think a poor man?
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold up. Don't just assume things to be the case. Don't just speculate and off of an assumption. Give me an actual reason. Answer this question. Do you think every single one of the women are lying?
Yes.
Yes, you do? So, okay, what makes you believe one pathological liar over 26 different women and the 9 jurors?
Because who are these women? What makes them so reliable? What makes them? Do they have ulterior motives? Why should I believe?
Why are you
them?
assuming that Donald Trump doesn't have ulterior motives, but you're assuming all the victims do?
This guy's ulterior? What would his motives be? Why would he grape these people when he couldn't gotten any other?
Why would any person in a position of power have assaulted people? It's oftentimes because of a power dynamic. Okay, so we can explain why, and that would obviously be applicable to Trump in this context. But these are not reasons just to say he's a celebrity, or just to say people know about who he is, or just to say he has a lot of power and influence isn't a reason as to why he didn't assault people. That's obviously a ridiculous and absurd position. Do you think Epstein assaulted women?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
was he rich?
He was but he was a.
Was he powerful?
Yes, but he was a P3DO.
Okay, so then your same argument would have said that, Diddy didn't do anything wrong. It would have said Epstein didn't do anything wrong. It would have said every single person that we know has done something wrong in a position of power didn't do something wrong under your view, which is obviously absurd. We obviously know that they did something wrong.
But here's the thing. Let's say they can't. These people of these ages can't consent, right? They can't consent. But even if they say yes, let's do this, it would still be considered grape if Epstein did anything with those girls. So that's why it will be grape. It's still grape.
You understand that Epstein also assaulted women, right?
Yes,
Okay, I was talking about women, right? I'm not even talking about the children.
How old were these apparent women that he assaulted?
Apparent women? I'm sorry. Are you really saying that Epstein didn't assault women?
I thought the guy just raped little.
Okay, well then you need to do research. You need to look into it. There are plenty of adults. It's not just one person. There are plenty of adults. So
what are their names?
Well, I have to give the names of everyone? How about you look up all of the names?
Well, listen, the only reason you know he did those things is because he's a powerful man. You hear less about the broke people doing rape.
Wait, so why does that change whether or not he's responsible for this? Can you acknowledge it?
He is responsible.
Okay, so why are you using this as a reason to say that Donald Trump didn't do this?
Because your argument is confusing. You're like, oh, Epstein did this, therefore Trump did this. Come on, man.
No. I'm saying that because a man in a position of power was in that position of power doesn't mean that they didn't assault women. Personally, you're amazing. And I was giving Epstein as an example. Epstein is an example of someone who was in a position of power that specifically did assault women. You agree did assault women. And it is the case that you wouldn't dispute that just because they're in a position of power.
But really, which person in which scenario or in walk of life do you think is more likely to grape someone? The man with no charisma,
Donald
no
Trump,
money, who is conventionally unattractive.
Donald Trump. I know that Donald Trump is a rapist. Now, can you please address my points here?
No, I asked you. No, you're not.
Actually, how about this? How about this? How about this?
I want you to answer this question because no, now you're pivoting. I want you to answer.
I'll ask a question right after then.
Who do you think is more likely to grape someone? The man with no charisma, no money, who's conventionally unattractive, or the guy with $7 billion in his fucking bank account, who's the most famous, got all these connections, and is 6'4" or 6'3", and is pretty attractive himself? Which one do you think is more likely to grape someone? The man that's broke or the man that's rich?
I think that there's no statistical analysis that I'd be able to make to determine the difference of who would be more likely or less likely to engage in sexually assaulting people. But if I were to make a choice, because I don't know based upon the empirics, I would say the person with $7 billion, because historically we have plenty of examples of people who are in rich positions of power that exploit those positions of power and get away with horrible and atrocious crimes because it is the case that they have money and influence and can pay people off. So I would actually, if I were to point to anything specifically, I would point to the fact that them in these positions of power would be more likely to do so. And also, did you just say that Donald Trump was conventionally attractive?
You don't even believe that yourself. Bro.
Did you just say, yes, I do. Did you say Donald Trump was conventionally attractive?
You're being so disingenuous, man.
No, I'm not.
You say that shit.
Stay mad, bro. Cry in a cup.
So what was your question?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to it. I'm trying to remember because we got
Man,
cut
this
off.
guy's bullshitting.
Are you trolling?
I'm not trolling. You just told me that, like, your answer was very dumb. You're like, oh, probably Donald Trump, when he has.
I didn't even say probably Donald Trump. I said probably the person who is in a position of power because of the
Yeah,
fact
it
that we
doesn't make
have
sense to
plenty
me.
of historical examples of that being true.
Yeah, and we have even more examples of other people doing that are broke and.
Can you give me 3
unattractive.
examples?
You want me to look him up for you?
Okay, go ahead. Already in the meantime, while he's looking up examples, everyone, as he's looking up examples, Democracy Dies in Darkness, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Yes, him and Epstein were literally friends for over a decade. Literally, though. Jay, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jay. Let me catch up on YouTube fully. Give me 1 second, everyone. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Democracy Dies in Darkness, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Jay, again, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. DJ, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much, DJ. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for DJ in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, DJ. I appreciate the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Seriously, W's for DJ in the comment section right now. Thank you. Rue, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
And it's actually fucking disgusting and horrible, literally. Thank you so much, Rue. I hadn't even seen that before. That's actually crazy. Thank you so much for letting me know. Rat, thank you so much for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much, Rat. I really appreciate the $50. Thank you so much. W's for Rat in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. Sarah, thank you so much for the $5. Kat, thank you for the $5. Thank you. As well as Arya, thank you so much for the $5. Rohan, thank you so much. I really appreciate it as well. Thank you. Alrighty, I'm caught up on YouTube. Let me catch up on Venmo real quick. Zoe, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Zoe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Absolutely, I really appreciate it. As well as Savannah, thank you for the $5.
You ready, bro?
Yep.
Yeah, on rain.org, every 74 seconds, someone gets sexually assaulted.
Yes, that's actually prevalence. That's showing of grape culture. That's not specifying whether or not the person who did it was of like less status and influence or greater status and influence.
So
that's
you
just
think
how many people are assaulted.
You think someone on Donald Trump's status is assaulting someone every 74 seconds?
Well, I do think that people in positions of power are assaulting people. I don't think every single circumstance of someone being assaulted is that sort of circumstances. But you asked me who is more likely to do so. And I simply don't have empirics or data to indicate either way to be true. So I just made an assumption based upon that. Would you like to talk about something where? Would you like to talk about something where we can actually have a conversation? I don't even know what the point of this conversation is.
All right, we can move on if you want to move on. What do you want to move on to?
To continue to talk about this. So in terms of sexual assault, like, can you name one piece of evidence in the E. Jean Carroll case where Donald Trump was held civilly liable of sexual abuse? Can you name one piece of evidence in that case that you dispute?
Yeah, I don't think someone waits like 30 years to say like, oh, I've been sexually assaulted. Like, that's so dumb. Like, you wouldn't wait 30 years to tell the police you've been robbed. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, for sexual assault, it's actually very common for people to take decades to come out because of the society that we live in, where people like you deny people being assaulted, like literally say that they weren't assaulted and don't believe them, and then stigmatize them and say that they're lying and that they're horrible people, right? For literally talking about the fact that they were assaulted and victimized. So it's because of people like you that people take decades to come out, and then you sit there and from that position, you blame them for taking that long after you were the reason why they took that long. It's disgusting.
Bro, if you got raped, you were like crying live the day after. Don't bullshit me, man. Like, you're saying, oh, I had to wait 30 years to say that.
Wait, for many victims, it takes decades for them to come out.
Victims?
Yes, victims. Victims of sexual assault.
So if that happened to you, you'd wait like 30 years? You wouldn't cry
just because I wouldn't wait 30 years.
Cried when Charlie Kirk died, bro.
So
like,
just because I wouldn't wait 30 years doesn't mean that other people wouldn't, right? Trauma affects people differently. And just because I would be affected differently from trauma doesn't change anything. I know people in my life, it took them decades to come out. So the fact that you would sit here and say that it didn't happen to them because of that is fucking gross and disgusting.
All right, man. I get your point.
No, you don't.
But
actually respond to it. Actually give me an intellectual response.
Yeah, I mean, isn't there a rare occurrence to wait that long? Is it that common, or is it mostly
Yes, it is
common
very
to?
common. There are many victims. It is very, very common for victims to take that long to come out because of people like you.
What do you mean?
Because you don't believe
I
them,
never
because you
spoke to
stigmatize them and say that they're
you,
lying.
bro.
You say that Donald Trump wouldn't have sexually assaulted them because he's in a position of power. Like, this is what because of you.
Okay, let's say I grant you that he's a great person. All right. What if he's still a good president? What if he still does things that are good for
Wow.
the
So
country?
if he was a rapist, you'd still vote for him?
I'm not agreeing whether
Wait, no,
he's a
no. If you
rapist.
no,
I'm
if
just
you
guaranteeing
believed if you
that.
believed under your own perspective that he was a rapist, would you still vote for him?
No,
No.
not
Okay.
really. Unless
Okay. So
unless
then
he was
you
a
don't
really
say
good
don't say
president.
even if you granted he would be a good president because you wouldn't vote
Unless he
for
was
him
a really
if
good
you granted
president,
that.
which he is. Unless he
He's
was a really
not.
good president, which he is.
Okay. So you would vote for him as a rapist.
If he's a really good president, then yeah.
Well, you just said he is. So you would vote for a rapist.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds really horrible, right?
It is
But
really
I'd rather
horrible,
have
and that's what you did.
He was the only competent choice. I can't choose Kamala. She sucks,
Not true.
bro.
Kamala is significantly more competent than Donald Trump. Explain to me why you think Donald Trump is more competent than Kamala Harris.
Because he knows what's wrong with this country. He knows the direction the country was going to, and he stopped that. He put
Like
a
what
halt to it.
specifically? Be specific. You're
The
making very
wokeism
generalized
bullshit
claims.
that you guys push, man.
So
You
by the
guys
way,
are trying to feminize all
trans
kinds of
people. So
men.
by the way, trans people being in sports is worse to you than sexual assault of a woman. What the fuck is
No,
wrong with
of
you?
course not. I'm saying this.
Then what is
trajectory-
this comparison?
It's
Where are
called
your
gradualism.
priorities?
He's gradually changing the political spectrum of this country.
Be specific.
Everyone is,
In what way justifies you voting for a rapist?
well, the feminization of men. It's going really horrible right now. Look how feminized men are. Look at the high school gym goers or the high school gym class. Look at the students in 1960s and compared to nowadays.
What
Now
do you
we
mean
have
by
a bunch of
feminization? What do you mean? Give me specifics. Like, what is an example
men
of
are
feminization?
weak now. They're weak and they're crying all the time. They're not working.
Crying?
They're
Right. I'm sorry.
becoming more and more
I'm sorry.
lazy.
By the way, men have cried throughout all of history. It's just you're saying that men should suppress themselves crying?
Men should be strong enough to cry over, or to not cry over every little thing that happens in their.
No one's
fucking
crying
life.
over every little
You
thing.
shouldn't
What are you
cry
talking
'cause
about?
You get stressed out, bro. That should never be a thing.
Wait,
You shouldn't-
that totally could make sense. You don't think that it could make sense that someone could be so stressed out it could lead to them being emotional in that way?
Depends on what kind of stress. If they're in
Okay, so then
fucking
you
war, then
just
maybe.
conceded. You just conceded that some level of stress can cause that. So
Bro, if you're stressed out because your girlfriend forgot your birthday and you're crying over that, then you're a bitch. Bro.
Nate,
I'm
no
talking
one's
about-
crying about this. Who are you talking about? You're making up some random scenario in your head just to get mad at, dude.
So do you think men have gotten stronger now, or weaker? Be honest.
I don't know the average of whether or not men are stronger or weaker. Now, if you want to talk about whether or not they're stronger or weaker, that doesn't change anything. A man who is quote unquote weaker physically speaking isn't less of a man.
Yes, they are. What do you
Okay,
mean?
really? Okay, so being a man isn't biological?
What do you mean?
Well, I thought
Men are
you earlier
biologically
were arguing that gender was based upon biology, but now you're arguing it's based upon some social characteristic.
Well, men are biologically stronger. Now you're confusing me, bro.
Wait, but like, am I less of a man because I'm skinny?
You're less of a man, yeah. You're still a man.
Okay,
You're
so
not
being a
strong.
man is not dependent upon my genitalia, chromosomes, or gametes. It's dependent upon how many muscles I have.
Well, men naturally have more muscles, right?
Not
And
you.
You'd have to have some kind of structure. Men have denser bones. They're just generally tougher and.
Can you turn your
stronger
camera on?
Than women are.
Turn your camera on.
I'm
Show
not
us your
allowed
muscles.
how to do that.
You have
I'm not
a
allowed.
camera. Turn your camera on. Yes, you do. I sent you an invite. It would tell me if you don't have the ability to. Turn it on
I
right now. Show
literally
us your
can't.
muscles.
On God, I can't.
Yes, you can. On everything you can.
All right. Well, I guess you know better than I do
It
then.
literally shows me that you can, by the way. If you couldn't, it would show me that you cannot.
On my
I wouldn't
end,
be able to invite
I
you.
really Can. On God, I can. On my
You're
end.
lying. You're lying. I wouldn't
Well,
be able to
I
send you an
guess-
invite.
I guess you know better than I do.
I do, because I wouldn't be able to send you
No,
an
sorry,
invite.
Parker. Yeah, I got the invite. I still can't do it.
Yes, you can.
Trying to be funny.
I'm
Now
not
you're the
being
one
funny.
trolling.
Wait, no, you're the one that won't turn your camera on and show us your muscles, because
Parker,
let's see how much of a
what
man
do
you
know
are,
about
man.
working, bro?
Oh, wait,
'Cause
wait,
you're
wait.
like-
Do you think men are cowards and don't show their muscles after being called out? Do you think men do that? Because you're sounding like you're not much of a man right now. Maybe you're the issue.
Well, I've actually met quite a few men with smaller muscles than I do that can fight better than I do, and they can kick my ass.
Oh,
right?
exactly. So then why are you talking about muscle size to indicate how much of a
But
man they are?
they're strong.
Obviously, they kicked your ass and showed you that you're less of a man under your own perspective.
They're strong in a different way, Parker. There's different ways to show your strength.
Oh,
And
okay. So
crying-
now there's different ways to
crying-
show your
hold on,
strength.
hold on.
So then how about this?
Crying
Explain.
and being
I think Donald
vulnerable
Trump is
isn't one of
incredible.
them.
In the way that you're saying this, I think Donald Trump is incredibly weak.
Have you ever seen Trump cry before, dude?
Have I seen Trump cry before?
Yeah,
No.
have you? Exactly.
Yeah,
So
he didn't even cry when his best buddy Charlie Kirk died.
Well, because he's holding it in. He's being a man. He's dealing with grief a different way.
Wait, you think men
Well,
don't? You think men?
people-
You think men, in order to be a man, don't grieve their friends
take-
dying?
take a fucking selfie.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say men, in order to be men, shouldn't grieve their friends dying?
Well, you should know this. People grieve a lot of different ways.
Yes, and
right?
that's
Just
totally.
'cause
Wait,
doesn't
does it make
show
sense for men to cry when one of their good friends dies?
Yes, very much.
Okay.
But
So
you
then
don't
why
know
didn't
if
he
it
do
is
that?
Trump
Wait,
cried.
why didn't he?
You
Why
don't
didn't he
know if
cry
Trump
when his best buddy Charlie Kirk died?
Well, you don't know if he cried. He might have cried behind the scenes.
So why doesn't he do that at the funeral? He wasn't crying at all at the funeral.
Because he's got to look strong. He's got to look strong for America. He's got to.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How is it weak to cry at a funeral? How is it weak
Because
to
you
cry at a
can't-
funeral?
I'll tell you this, because as a president, you can't be vulnerable. You have to be tough at all times.
Really? So
That's why we
presidents can't. So
have
you think
small hair.
presidents can't cry at funerals?
They can't be
When their friends
vulnerable.
die,
They
by the
have
way,
to be tough.
he thinks presidents shouldn't be allowed to cry at funerals
Parker,
when
do
their
you
friends
think you could
die.
be president,
I
bro?
can't even.
No, Parker. Could you be president, bro? Because you're so tough and you're an alpha male. Could you be president?
I don't want to be president. Could I? Yeah, because Donald Trump's president, and if Donald Trump could be president, obviously I could as well.
So you could do a better job.
Oh yeah, what? What?
So why do you?
Wait, I have a question.
So
Who would you
why
rather?
do you-
Wait, I have a
why
question.
do you only
Who would you
debate?
rather vote for, me or Donald Trump?
I'd vote for Donald Trump.
Really? Why? Tell me why.
Because you're not. Because you're just a guy who debates on TikTok. You don't
So?
need jack shit other than that.
So?
So why
how
would
is
I
that?
vote
How
for
is that
you?
indicative of whether or not we do a good job as president? Like, what would we do as president that you would agree with in terms of Donald Trump more than me? Because I think 99% of the people
Well,
in
you
the
have
chat
more life
would agree
experience,
with
dude.
that they would vote me over Donald Trump.
Well, those are your fan base. No shit, man.
It's not just
Listen,
fans. I
what's
think
the
a lot of
experience?
Republicans
You're
would
just a
also
guy
vote for
who
me
got
over
an
Trump.
Economics degree, man.
Yeah, I have an
What?
economics degree. I'm a genuine person, right? I'm not a pathological liar like Donald Trump.
So that's your resume, huh? You're like,
Those
oh,
are
I'm
just
a
a
nice
few. I can
guy,
keep going. I
and
can
I've
keep
got
going.
a
I didn't
degree.
incite a violent insurrection of the
Keep-
Capitol.
keep
I didn't
going,
pardon
bro.
violent
Keep
rioters who
going. I
beat
wanna
police
hear
officers and
everything.
called them patriots. I didn't pass a bill that cut 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month. Over 10 million people off their access to health insurance and over 2.5 million people off their access to food stamps on average every single month, while adding $3.4 trillion to the debt.
Well, now
I know
you're
what a
saying
tariff
things you
is.
haven't done. What have you done?
I've educated myself. Unlike Trump.
That's not enough, bro. That's not enough.
It is. I know what a
See,
tariff
that's
is.
why you can't be president. You're struggling to even tell me your resume, and I'm not the Secret Service, or I'm not like you're not standing in front
What's
of a
Trump's
big,
resume?
huge audience. Trump, he's a fucking billionaire. Dude, he knows how to play the game. He's got several connections.
He inherited $400 million
And
from
he's
his
got-
dad. If I inherited $400 million from my dad, I'd be a billionaire too, buddy.
No, you.
Yes, I would
That's
be.
not how that works,
Yes,
man.
you can put it in the
How
S&P
can-
500 and be a
how
billionaire.
would you go about that?
You
How
put
would
it in the
you go
S&P
about that? You
500.
Tell me right now.
S&P 5.
Huh?
S&P 500.
It's not that easy, man.
It
You
is.
know
It
that.
is literally that easy. If you have $400 million, it is literally that easy.
Well, that's
it
not what he
literally
did.
is. What are you talking about, dude?
Well, could you build a real estate empire?
I wouldn't go through real estate.
Could you?
I would. I
You're
would
not
make
answering the
more
question.
money than Donald Trump just by putting it in the S&P 500.
That's not what I asked. Could you build?
Yeah,
a real
if I
estate
put it in
empire?
the S&P 500, I would have more money than Donald Trump does.
That's not what I asked you. Could you build a real estate empire?
Could I? Well, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, could you?
Could I? Sure, but I
That's
wouldn't
not
want
what
to.
I asked you, bro.
I
Bro,
said,
that's not
yeah,
what
I could. I
asked you.
yes,
You-
but would I want to? No. I wouldn't file bankruptcy 6 times. I wouldn't bankrupt 2 different
Bro,
casinos.
You're just doing Dunning-Kruger, bro. You could not do that.
Well, just let me know. I wouldn't bankrupt the casino, would you? If you had $400 million from your daddy, would you bankrupt the casino?
Trial and error, bro.
Would you bankrupt how do you have an error with a casino, man? Casinos are literally created in a manner in which to benefit the people or benefit the house, right?
Yes.
How do you bankrupt a casino?
Well, ask someone who runs I don't run a casino, bro, but I work for
Twice.
I don't
Twice.
TikTok debates.
He did it twice, not even once. He did it twice.
Parker, what's your job? Since you seem to know everything, what's your job?
This, man.
This is your job?
Yeah.
You're not doing anything serious, bro.
Oh, so you think debating you isn't serious? You know, that's kind of
Well,
true.
we're having
Debating you isn't very serious, is it?
Well, it's more an informal debate. It's not like a really formal one where we're sitting in front of a huge audience.
No
and
shit.
we have microphones
What do you mean
up
a
to our
huge
faces.
audience? There's 7,000 people in the stream. Of course. That's
Yeah,
a
but they're
that's
just
a huge
watching on their
audience.
phone.
Have you ever been in front of 7,000 people before?
Sure. Well,
Really?
not in front, like on a stage. No.
Yeah. No. So this is the
Yeah,
largest
but
stage.
it's
Wait,
harder
listen,
to be on a
listen.
stage.
This is the largest stage you've been on in your life, and it's not a big enough stage for you? Shut the fuck up.
Well, you call this a stage, bro?
Yes, there's
Anyone can-
over 7,000 people in the stream.
So you think it's easier to be on here than to be in front of an actual live audience?
I mean, I think being in front of a live audience would have different types of characteristics to it. Sure. Like, what's your point?
Exactly, man. So suck it, bro. You just got yourself proved yourself.
Wait,
wrong
by the
there.
way, like in person, this is a live audience. This is just not in person live audience.
Yeah.
It is still a live audience. You know that, right?
Yeah, sure, but in person, I mean, that's harder, right?
What? Yeah. What do you mean
It's
it's
hard
harder?
to be in front of an in-person audience than this.
In what way is it harder?
And you got literal eyeballs looking straight at you in real life. Now
Yeah.
they're just looking at pixels.
Well, I'm confused that they're still looking at me.
So, come on, man. You got to use your common sense today here. You got to stop being so disingenuous. It's not as easy to be in front of an actual live audience in person than being on TikTok live in front of a bunch of
Sure,
fangirls.
sure you could say that, but like I don't know what your point is though. Like I mean, that doesn't mean it's like not. You said
I mean,
it's not
this
serious
job
to do
isn't
this.
hard, bro.
Oh, you
This
say it's
job
not.
is easy as fuck.
Okay, so then why don't you go and get multiple different millions of followers on different platforms? Why don't you? How come you don't do that?
How come I don't do that?
Yeah, if it's so easy, why don't you do it?
It doesn't pay us much.
Really? Really? You think I get paid less?
How much do you get paid? What's your yearly salary?
I'm not gonna say my yearly salary. Barbara, thank you so much
yeah,
for the $15. Thank you so
you're a
much,
coward,
Barbara. I
man.
really appreciate it. Thank you for the
'Cause you're a
$15. Thank you.
coward.
Nikki with the $2. Thank you. Says the one who didn't turn his camera on and show his muscles.
You just got
Shauna, thank you so much.
$2 in order,
Turn your
bro. That's
camera.
not a
Hey,
lot.
hey, I'll tell you my yearly salary if you turn your camera on and show us your muscles. Shauna,
now
thank you for
you're
the
being
$5.
proud,
Thank you
man.
so much, Shauna. I really appreciate it. They said I was raped when I was 21 years old and I never came forward due to fear and shame. I'm now 36 years old.
Well, that sucks.
And they
But
said if this man ran for a position of power, I'd absolutely tell what he did to me. Thank you so much, Shauna. I'm really sorry to hear that happened to you. Just know you always have people in our community here for you, like here there for you. Marie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Marie. Thank you. Amra, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Wendy with the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Savannah, thank you for the 5. I really appreciate it. Sharon with the $20. Thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate it. Put some W's for Sharon in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jay with the $5. Democracy Dies in Darkness. Thank you so much for the $5. Maddie with the 5. Carolina, thank you so much for the $10. Heather with the $5. TTT, thank you for the $10. Carolina with the $10. Mary with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You don't think I'm getting paid enough?
well, you just got donated $5, man. That's not. You're not getting life.
Nice math, dude. MAGA math right there.
Oh, you want me to plus all that together? You probably make like $200 a day, man. That's not a lot.
You don't think $200? How much do you make in a month?
How much I make in a month?
Yeah.
What? It depends. I'm doing a sales job. It depends.
Yeah, like on an
Sometimes
average month.
Well, I have to fucking calculate that shit,
Yeah,
dude.
that's fine. Average month. How much do you make?
Average month, I don't know. I'm always grinding, bro. But if I on an average, because I work really hard, so it's different, right? 20K.
20K a month? Really?
Yeah.
That's your
If I'm-
average
if
month?
I'm doing
How
really
much do you
well.
make in a year on average?
Well, 20K times 12.
Yeah. What is that?
It's 240 grand a year.
You make 240 grand in a year? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 18. I've been doing this job for a while.
You're 18 years old and you make 240 grand in a year. No, you're lying. You're obviously lying.
Well, I've been doing this job for a while. It's
You
my dad's
no, you
business,
didn't.
but-
I'm sorry. As an 18-year-old, you're not
Okay,
making
well, I
20K a
guess
month
you
in
just know
sales.
me- you just know
What type
myself
of
better
sales?
than I do,
Hey,
man.
what type of sales do you do?
Tech sales.
Tech sales? Okay. What type of
Yeah.
tech are you selling?
Phones, laptops, headphones.
You're not making 20K a month selling phones and laptops. Shut the
Well, I
fuck
get
up.
commission, bro. I get commission.
Yeah, and
Listen,
with
you gotta
commission,
look into this
and with
job.
commission, you're not making 20 grand a month. That's ridiculous.
Well, you can look it up because do you know anything about tech sales?
Yes, I do actually. What do you know what the average salary is for tech sales? You think you're making the top
No,
10% of tech? You think you're making the top
I just know
10%
my own
of salary?
salary.
Wait, no. You think you're making the top 10%, top 5% of salaries of tech sales
That's-
in the first year
this
of
is
you
why
running
I-
tech sales?
It's not my first year. I've been doing this a while.
How long?
Since I was a
How long
kid.
have you been doing it?
I've been working with my dad on this since I've been like.
Oh, so you're
12,
just
I
working at
think.
your dad's company?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're just a nepo baby.
You call me a nepo baby?
Yes,
Really?
you're working at your dad's company, and you're like, dude, I make so much money. Honestly, that's not enough money for me to make if I were to do that. You literally make that money because of your fucking dad, bro.
Well,
Shut the fuck up.
It's not like I get a. Do you know my base salary is little dog shit? I don't make a lot of money on my base salary. It's all from a commission.
Mm-hmm. But
So
you
it's
get
not
those
like I'm
commission
getting
deals
money
to a
from my
greater
dad.
extent because your dad's giving you those deals to a greater extent.
Well, I could work somewhere else too, and I get the same amount of shit.
No,
bro,
you
'cause I'm
wouldn't.
just so good at my
Bullshit.
job.
Do it then. Do it then.
I can't do it right at this moment.
Yes, you can.
You want
can
me to do
you
it
can
later?
quit your job right now and then go work for someone else and do it.
Sure, I'll do it one day if they have
I'll
a better
do it
deal.
one day.
Well, I can do it later on. Why would I?
Yo,
do it
George,
for
thank you so much. I
free?
really appreciate the $25. Thank you so much for you do a great job, and it's not easy. Thank you so much. I really
But
appreciate
listen,
it. Thank
Porky,
you.
you could never
And
do my
Feisty
job,
with
bro.
the
I can do your
$50.
job.
Can we get some W's for Feisty in the comment section right now? For thank you for believing victims. Absolutely. W's for Feisty and George in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Apparently, that's not enough for this guy.
Well, Parker, I could definitely do your job, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
could not do mine.
Let me know. You think that you could get millions of followers on the internet?
It's not that hard to go viral. You just
Really?
gotta
Then
be
why don't you do it?
Cause I just told you, because my job pays me a lot better.
No, it doesn't.
You make more than I do.
Let's just say that when it comes to you, I don't believe your salary, right? At
no,
all.
but I'm asking you, do you make more than 240 grand?
Turn your camera on and I'll tell you. Turn your camera on. Show us your muscles.
don't
I'll
make
let you know.
shit, Parker. Parker, you don't make dog shit, bro. You don't have to lie, man. You make
Valkyrie, thank you for the
breadcrumbs compared
$2.
to me,
Thank
man.
you.
You make
Lori, thank you
breadcrumbs
so much for the
compared to me,
$10. Thank you so much, Lori. Chelsea with the $50 for here's for your salary for your yearly performance is excellent. Thank you so much. Impressive patience and keep up the hard work. Thank you so much, Chelsea. I really appreciate
Well,
the
you can thank me for
$15
giving me so
on
much
Venmo.
money,
Thank
bro.
you so much, Chelsea. What's up? And by the way,
Well, you could thank me
$200 a day is a lot of money. That's $6,000 a month.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a lot for you, man. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, $6,000 a month is a lot of money.
All right, little bro. It's good, man. I'm happy for you. Keep on working. Anything else to ask?
Dude, if you're 18 years old and you're making $6,000 a month, you don't think that's good?
I mean, it's all right.
All right, dude. What percent of people that age do you think are making $6,000 a month?
Well, I think not a lot because they're all lazy.
Emily, thank you for the $10. Oh,
It's 'cause
okay.
of
So
people like you,
we're all
man, who
lazy.
spread
How
this
much?
whole careless agenda. You're
We're
like,
just lazy.
oh,
Wait, so you think I'm lazy?
yeah, I don't think you do shit, bro.
Really? So I'm super lazy, man. Super lazy. That's why while I was in school, I built a platform, right? Super lazy.
So instead of focusing on schoolwork, you focused on your platform on TikTok. That means you're such a grinder, bro. You're a hustler, man. Great
Well,
job.
I built my platform to the degree I did, and I still got a 3.9 GPA.
What was your-
higher than you've ever got in your life.
You got a 3.0 GPA?
3.9 GPA.
I mean, that's pretty good, but it's not the greatest ever.
Yeah, what was
you
your
could have worked
GPA?
harder and gotten better. I've been telling you, bro. I've just been doing this job my whole life.
No, what was your GPA?
I didn't have to go to school.
You didn't go to high school?
No, I just didn't. I was.
That
doing
makes
this
sense.
job.
That makes so much sense, Chad. That makes so
Oh,
much
now
sense.
you're being an asshole.
Sabrina,
Now
thank
you're
you
trying
so
to make
much for the
fun of my
$5.
intelligence.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Now
Harley, thank you for the $11. Thank you so much. Now it all makes sense, Chad. Now it all makes sense.
Would you say that to my face, bro?
Yes, I
you Try
would.
to make fun of me in front of
Turn
my
your
face?
camera on so I can.
Now I'm asking you because you're not even gonna see my face. Then are you dumb?
Yes, I can. Turn your camera on.
I'm saying it in front of my face. Do you know what in front of my face means?
I would say it in front of your face.
If you were right in front of me in person, you would
Absolutely.
say that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Would you say that? Really? So
What are you
would
gonna
say that
do,
after-
dude? You're an 18-year-old, man.
So you would
You're
say that
18.
after I
You're probably
punch your
just as
fucking
skinny
face,
as I
bro.
am. You're probably. How tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
5'11".
5'11". Okay, so I'll tower over
But I
you
say 6
by
foot on
0.5
dating
inches.
profiles.
What's up?
I say 6 foot on dating profiles all the
Of
time.
course you do. Of course you do.
You got it, bro. It's hard these days, man. So what's your question again?
You said you got to. It's hard these days. So you admit no one wants to be with you because you're MAGA.
Bro, they all listen. They just like the number. They don't like the. They don't care about the fucking measurement. They care about the number, man. Right? 5'11" and 6 foot for them is like 5'6" and 5'10".
That makes no
Right.
sense. No,
Dude,
it's
they
not.
have.
It's really not. It's
women
really not,
these
dude.
days
Like you're
are
being so
very
cringe right
shallow.
now, dude. You're
What do you
so
mean?
cringe. You're so cringe.
I'm telling you, do you like get a lot of women? Do you have like a girlfriend or whatever?
I have a girlfriend. The get a lot of women is a really weird thing to say.
So hold on, do you fuck around? Is what I'm asking.
I have a girlfriend. No, what?
But before that, did you fuck around?
No, actually, no.
There we
I go.
So you
I
don't know
look for
shit, bro.
long-term
You're
relationships.
You're trying to criticize me in my dating life. You don't know shit. You just had like one girlfriend one time, and you don't have anything else.
What? No, I just said that
You
I
don't
look
have
for.
any more cards, bro.
I just said that I look for long-term relationships.
Yeah, but you couldn't get pussy on the daily like I do, man.
That's so cringe that you just said that. That is so cringe. Ew, that was so gross,
It's
dude.
cringe.
The one that was just like you felt like you had to say that because you were losing this conversation so bad. You're like, dude, I have sex every single day. Dude, I make 20 grand a month in tech sales. Dude, I wouldn't want millions of followers on different platforms because I wouldn't make enough money doing that. Do you feel like fun doing this? Like, does this like
You're
make
the
you
one
feel better
asking
about
me these
yourself?
questions, jackass. You want to get
You're
to
the
know
one
me.
saying it though. You're the one saying it. No one
You
asked
asked
that.
me, bro.
I never asked you for
asked me
that.
about my life.
I never asked for that.
You did.
No, I didn't. When did I ask you for that?
Which part? Because you said a lot of shit about me just now.
You said
Which
that you were
part?
having sex every single day. No one asked you that.
Well, you asked me why I say I'm 5'11" or 6 foot on dating. I just told
I
you.
asked you how old you are. Or not how old you are. I asked you how tall you are. That's it.
No, dude. Now you're just lying and moving the goalposts. bro.
I'm
It's fine.
lying? You can
It's
watch
fine,
back
it's
this
fine.
conversation on YouTube later,
It's
bro.
fine. But
You're
listen,
obviously
we-
coping. You're obviously
we're
coping.
being hold on. We're being kind of ridiculous right now. You told me you would say that to my face in person.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna ask you this: after I put my knuckles through your fucking jaw and you're laying on the floor, how would you say that to me at that point?
Are you threatening to hit me because I literally
I'm
just
asking
called you
I'm
out to your
asking
face?
What would you do at that point? Because your debating tactics don't work, bro. And hominem, that shit wouldn't work.
What would
on
I
me
do?
when
I
you're
would
laying
tell
on
the
floor.
police and you'd go to fucking jail.
You would tell the police?
Yes, you would go to jail.
I just run away, bro.
You'd run away. So you'd run from the cops. By the way,
Yeah.
this is the party of law and order right here. But the party of
They
law and
wouldn't
order,
find me.
he said that he would assault me and then run away and not take accountability
The
for
law
it. So
advocates
that
to the
so
left,
by the way,
bro.
this is the party of law and order right here. The party of law and order. Oh my God, they care so much about the law. They really care about that law so much. They said they should always enforce said law. You know what I mean? How do you feel about undocumented immigrants? Do you think that they should be
Well,
deported?
listen. I'm from,
Actually,
I'm
no.
from
Answer this question.
Texas. We
Do you think
have a thing called mutual
hold up.
combat law.
Do you think
we have a
undocumented?
thing called mutual combat law.
I didn't fight you
And
though.
you're
I never
too- you're too-
said I was
you're
going to
too
hit
pussy to
you.
agree, man. You're too scared to agree to fight me because you're.
No, I wouldn't fight you.
Exactly, you wouldn't because you're too scared.
No, because I'm not a fucking caveman. I don't settle my disputes and disagreements by trying to punch other people. I settle my disputes and disagreements with my brain and
So if
intellectually and
someone-
engaging
alright,
in
let me ask you
reason,
this.
evidence, and arguments. So that's actually the way that I
What's
do
your
it.
girlfriend's name? What's your girlfriend's name?
Not telling you.
Let's say her name is Sarah. If someone went up to Sarah and smacked her on you know where and said "fuck you" and your girlfriend, you would be like, you try to use your debate tactics on her, bro. or him.
So by the way, we are engaging physically. Can you respond? Like if someone tried to kill me or tried to assault me or my girlfriend, I
'Cause
would
you know your
absolutely defend
integrity
us.
is at
Yes,
play.
I would
You
absolutely
know your
defend us. That's
integrity
crazy
as
to
a
say.
play. If you're gonna go to him and be like, "You're moving the goalposts, bro. Talk to me, not to
So
him.
wait.
You're
So
doing
if
it
someone
ad hominem
physically,
stuff, you
so hold
call
up.
me a
If someone
pussy."
physically
Like,
assaults
come on, bro,
someone,
use your brain.
would I physically respond in that circumstance? Yes, because they've already physically assaulted someone.
So there
But
you go.
do I
There you
settle
go.
my disputes and disagreements specifically by trying to assault people or trying to hit them? No, I settle them with my words, with reason and evidence.
So if someone said "fuck you" and your girlfriend, you wouldn't do anything.
No, I would just keep walking. Like I would think that they're fucked up,
You're
and I would
such
say
a
like you're fucked
beta
up or
male,
what the hell is
bro.
wrong with
You're
you?
such a fucking coward.
What,
oh
you would
my
hit them?
God.
Why would you hit them? Why would you do that? Like why would you
Man,
waste your
your
time doing
girlfriend
that?
has no
I'm not
dignity
going
and
to
no
I'm not going to go to
self-respect, bro.
jail. I'm not going to go to jail because of some idiot.
Dude, girls, they want protectors. If you can't protect them, then you're not doing shit.
Of course,
bro.
you think you know what women want, bro? Get a grip.
Well, I get more girls than you do, man. So of
You
course
don't
I
know what.
do.
Okay, so tell the chat. What do women want? Because you're such an understander of women. Tell
Well,
us.
you realize instantly they need a protector.
I'm
carry
waiting.
their offspring.
So protection, is that it?
Protection is one of the things. Also a provider. They need money.
Okay. Things you can't provide. What else?
So I can't provide money.
Or protection. Either or.
Why not? Why can't I do those things? Since
Well,
you
you
know
won't
me
turn
so
your
good.
camera on right now to show us your muscles, buddy. You're
I
scared. You're a
literally
coward.
can't, dude. I literally can't. Well, you won't tell us your
And you
salary,
lied about
so I
your
guess-
salary. You said
I
that you were
guess
making
we're in the same boat.
$250K a year in tech sales as an 18-year-old, which is obviously not the
240K,
case.
I don't make you 50. Listen, well, we're in the same boat then, because you won't tell me your salary.
That one.
Look at me when you talk.
Well,
to me,
I
bro.
told you I would tell you whether or not it was higher or lower if you turned your camera on and showed your
Well,
muscles.
you know
But you're
I-
too much of
I
a coward to do
physically
that, huh?
can't. You know I physically can. Therefore, you're
You physically
saying that-
can. Like I'm serious. You literally can. I can see. I can invite you. Sarah, thank you for the $10. Thank you.
How
Lance
about
at the
you
5.
swear
Thank you.
on your Sarah's life. Swear on
Leah,
Sarah's
thank you.
life.
Lee, thank you so much. I pushed the $15. Thank you. And Sabrina, thank you so
Swear
much
on
for the
your
dollar.
girlfriend's life that I can.
That you can what?
Swear that I can turn my camera on right now. Swear on your
I
girlfriend's
swear
life.
on everything.
No, on your girlfriend's life.
I
Don't
just
say
invited
everything.
you.
Swear.
That includes that. So would you like to accept the invite?
Oh my God, you're pissing me off, buddy. I
Good.
can't.
Good. Stay mad, bro. Would you like to put your tears in this cup? No, I'm good. I'm good. Would you like to put your tears in this cup? I'll drink them.
Bro, what are you even doing in New York? You're just fucking around.
Yeah, I'm just having fun,
wandering
dude. I'm vacationing, bro.
Why would you go there? So you
I
can-
got an emotional man on my stream right now saying that he's like an understander of women. It's so funny. It's so funny. He was
Let
like
me talk
he was
to this
like
chick.
he
Hold on,
was
let me
like
talk
he was
to
like
this
men
chick.
are
If
less
she-
men
I
if
don't
it
know
is the
how
case they
she's
don't have as many
attracted to you, bro.
muscles.
Let me talk to this chick. How is she attracted to you? Let me talk
Don't
to
say
her.
that. Don't say that.
Get her on the mic. How is she attracted to you? Let me talk to this chick. Come on, get her on.
Are you're gonna ask my girlfriend how she's attracted to me?
I'm gonna ask you what is she? Hold on,
Dude, bro, chill. You
I'm-
need to
I'm
get.
curious.
Are you able to
Either
like
she has
look at the
no
camera, bro?
Self-respect. Either she has no self-respect or she's a sub-5 girl. That's why she's settling for
Okay,
you.
one,
So
don't use
that's-
the fact that you had to use like ratings to try to to reference people is crazy. Oh wait, Dean Withers just invited you to turn on your camera.
Dean Withers?
Yeah. Dude, Dean is even
you're
proving that you have a
butt buddies
camera,
with
dude.
Dean Withers, huh? You're butt buddies with him, huh?
Yo, W Dean in the comment section right now.
What's Dean gonna do, buddy? What's he gonna do?
What's he gonna do? He invited you to turn on your camera so that you can show us your teeny muscles, man.
I know, but you're getting all psyched up. Like, what's he gonna do for you?
He was just proving that you have a camera.
I mean, he was just doing the same thing you were doing.
Really, what is that?
Trying to invite me on this thing. I've been trying to tell you. I
Yeah.
can't get
So
on it.
you can turn your camera on. By the way, if you didn't have the ability to turn your camera on, I would not be able to send you an invite.
I swear to God, I can't.
Okay, so can you swear on your
I
on your
swear-
family's life?
hand-
Swear on your
hand
family's
the-
life.
Swear on my family's life. Hand on the Bible, I can't turn my camera on.
You are not Christian. There's no way. Swear to God.
I swear to God.
You swear to God
I
that you
swear
don't
on
you don't have the
Jesus
ability to
Christ.
turn your camera on?
No, I can't do it. I think I gotta have more followers.
Nope. If you needed
I'm
more
not a big shot like you, bro. Like you're the one
Oh,
flexing
now you're
on
not
the
a big shot.
followers.
Now you're not a big shot. Now you don't have the. I thought it was
don't
so
have
easy
a-
to get all the
allow us to be
followers though.
sarcastic, bro. I'm not a big shot like you, man.
Oh, so now I'm a big shot.
I don't have enough followers, dude.
So you
I
agree
don't
that
have-
I'm
I
a
don't
big
have
shot and
all
you're
these-
not?
What do you mean?
So you agree that I'm a big shot and that you're not?
Well, if you just listen to my tone and cadence of shit, you'd realize I was being sarcastic.
Oh, really? Really? Now you're being sarcastic. Okay. What tells you that?
Parker, what's your fame gotten you? Your little niche fame. What's that gotten you?
I don't consider this fame, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, you're like,
Are you,
I've
did
got
you
all
just
these-
did
I've
you just
got
consider it fame? Wait, did you
I've
just call
got
me
more-
famous, bro? Thank you so much. Yo, that's so kind.
How is it not fame? Even a little crumb. Like, even if I have
A
1,000
crumb?
followers, I still have some kind of fame.
You just said that's not fame. It's a crumb. But
Well,
why'd
you're
you just
not like
you just
Kanye
called it
West,
fame?
bro.
You literally just called it fame.
Yeah, sure, it's fame.
Oh, okay. So then, thank you, man. I
Yeah,
really
and-
appreciate you.
And having 100K is a lot, and the same as with 1 billion, right? But billion is a lot more than 100K. Right? So
Really?
you're
Yeah,
not like
wow,
Kanye,
$1 billion is
you're not
more than
Kanye West
100,000?
big.
Thank you for telling
you're
us
not
that.
Kanye West big, bro. You're just the guy on TikTok that debates.
Do you think Kanye West is the only like considered famous person? Also, he self-describes as a Nazi, so I don't know why you used him as an
Oh,
example.
come on, bro. Now you're just being an asshole. I was just making an example, dude.
Okay. Can you name 3 people who are famous?
Donald Trump, Taylor Swift, and Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. Okay. How many followers does Candace Owens have?
On what platform?
On all of them combined.
Like I know that, bro. Come on.
Like,
how would I know that?
Well, then, okay, so if she had 1 million followers, if I were to tell you right now she had 1 million followers, would you still say that she's famous?
Combined?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. If I were to tell you that she had 2 million followers combined, would you say she's famous?
A little.
A little? Okay. What about 3 million?
Yeah, a little.
A little? Okay. At what point would you say that she's famous? How many followers?
Well, I guess the views are more important. Do you have a lot of views, Parker?
Yeah. How many
'Cause
views per month? How many views
there's
per
no
month to be
thing-
famous? If someone
there's
got,
no
if some,
thing
wait, how about
of-
this? How about if someone got 50 million views in a month, would they be famous?
In a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Okay,
That would be a
my
pretty-
Instagram has 50 million views last month, plus my YouTube has over 40 million views. So I have 90 million views in the last month. You consider me famous under your own perspective, you fucking idiot.
Well, I guess you're famous on Instagram, but people know you in real life. People go up to you and ask for pictures.
Yeah.
Is that common? How often does that happen?
About 10 times the past 2 days, man.
So you're in New York right now just to get attention, then.
No, I'm here to visit. It's
You're
first
here
time
to
in New York.
visit so you can be butt buddies with Zoran Mamdani, man.
I love Zoran. He follows me on Instagram.
Man, you love him, huh?
Yeah, we follow each other. We're
This is
mutuals
why
on
people
Instagram.
don't vote for the left anymore. You guys lost the election.
Because Zoran and I follow each other. What?
Because you guys are so emasculated, man. You guys don't do shit. You have the easiest
We're
job in the world.
emasculated. So could you tell me what's
Hold
being
on.
masculine? Is being masculine
Hold
like
on,
not
I'm
putting on your
not done
camera?
speaking,
To
bro.
wait. Tell me what's
Hold on, I'm
masculine.
not done
What's being
speaking.
masculine? Can you tell me?
Hold on. You guys are doing stuff on the backs of real men like me, bro. People that are like
Real
me.
men like you
People
doing
who
tech
actually
sales.
work
Real
hard.
men like you. Yeah.
People who are farmers. People who are in construction.
You're not a farmer.
People
You don't even
who
do
are in-
physical labor.
People who are in
You
tech
do
sales.
tech sales,
people who
bro.
are
You're
in
not doing
sales.
physical labor.
Wall
You're
Street.
18 years old. You're doing tech sales.
But
What do you
you
mean
realize
real
the
men like you?
only-
What is a real man? Tell me. What's a real man?
A real man is someone who's strong-minded, strong physically, and surrounds himself with
Do you
like-minded
think
individuals.
okay? Do you think strong-minded men, right, will specifically do not show their muscles when specifically prompted after saying that they're a man because of their muscles?
You want me to show me your muscles? Or show me my
Yeah.
muscles?
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
want me to show them?
Yeah.
Bro, it's not one of your gay bars you go to, dude. I'm not gonna show you my fucking muscles like I'm a gay stripper, bro. Get a grip.
Gay bars
Being
are
weird
cool,
as
bro.
fuck. You're
You
being
should
weird
go-
as
you
fuck,
should-
man.
you should go to a
man,
gay bar.
Hey,
They're
man,
fun.
show me your muscles, dude. Show me your muscles. I'm not getting an erection at all, dude. That's you right now. You're being a weirdo.
Why are you talking about my erection, bro? That's
'Cause you're
so
like,
weird,
show
bro.
me your muscles,
Why,
dude.
wait,
Show
wait,
me
wait. Why did you?
definition.
That's so weird that you just randomly talked about it. Why are you fantasizing about it? That's crazy, bro.
Dude, that's the impression you're giving off. You should probably check yourself.
Well, you just brought it up randomly. No one was talking about it. And you just
Well,
decided
you
to bring
brought
that up.
You're like, let me see your muscles, dude. Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
getting
I'm
sexual
talking about your
gratification from
muscles
it,
because
bro.
you were using that as a basis for your
Dude,
masculinity.
show me your hands. Show me. I'll show me your hands.
Why do you want to see my hands?
Cause I don't know what you're doing on the table, bro. Show me your hands. Cause you're being a weirdo right now.
You don't know what I'm doing under the table.
Don't know, bro.
What
I
do
don't
you
know
think
if
I'm
you get
doing
some
under
kind
the
of
table?
Sexual gratification from it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Because you're-
Explain
because when
to
someone
me.
asks to see
Wait,
your
explain to
fucking
me what you're
muscle,
theorizing I'm
especially
doing under
someone
the
with a
table.
physique
Wait,
of
no,
a
no, no.
twink,
Hold
man.
up, hold up. Explain to me what in your brain you're dreaming about me doing underneath the table.
I'm not. I'm awake, bro. What do you mean dreaming?
Yeah, no. Tell me what you're daydreaming about me doing underneath the table. Let me know.
Well, I'm talking to you, so I can't be daydreaming. Bro, I'm just going
That
off
would be daydreaming.
indications,
You're
bro.
you're
I'm
literally
getting
you're just coming up with fake hypothetical scenarios to get mad at. That's like actually it's peak irony, dude.
It's based on
peak.
what you said, you weirdo. You're like, oh, let me see your muscles, dude. Like,
Yeah,
why do you want to see
because
someone
you
else's
said that as a
muscles?
basis of your masculinity and the fact that you're a man. That's what
I
you
said
said it
being
was.
strong.
You said being strong.
And
In
you
what way are
assumed that to
wait?
just
In
be
what way
muscles.
are you? Wait, let's clarify here. In what way are you and Donald Trump considered strong?
We both could knock your ass out in like 1 second, dude.
How would
There's
you do that,
nothing-
bro? How
hold
would you do
on.
that?
Oh, you laughing? Is that
Yeah.
not true? Is that
No,
not
you
true? Could I
you would
knock
not
you
kick
out?
my ass, bro. You're crazy.
So you could kick my ass if we fought.
Well, I wouldn't fight you, but if
But
we
I'm
did,
asking if we did,
if we did, yeah, you get
hypothetically.
rocked, bro. You get rocked.
What kind of training do you have? What kind of martial arts you been doing? Because I don't think you actually do. I don't think you even lift a weight, bro. You've never done anything like that in your life. Just based on your physical proportion, I don't think you've actually done anything in your life that's considered physical labor. So
What martial arts you do?
arts- I do Dutch kickboxing in my free time.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I've
So
done
I can
kung
knock
fu.
you out, bro. I can knock you out, bro. Kung fu ain't shit compared to me, man. You gonna do? Think it's the Karate Kid, bro?
Bro, you don't know the. Okay, wow, that's crazy, bro. So,
Have you ever been in a fight in real life? Actually, have you?
I mean, like purposefully, like actual fight, or like sparring.
Both.
I've sparred, yeah.
And have you been in an actual fight, street fight, anything like that?
No.
So you got no experience. I would knock you out, bro.
Oh,
I would
have you
knock
been
you
in
out.
any street fights?
Of course I have, bro.
Oh,
You
really,
think it's-
really? How often do you get in street fights?
Whenever someone runs their mouth, man, they try to play with me. Cause I live in Texas, man. It's not that easy. People fuck around.
So
here, man.
how often? How often?
Well, people don't fucking count. But I've
People
been in a
don't
couple
count?
tussles.
What?
Especially in my teens.
No,
right?
no. How often are you getting into street fights?
Well, I don't do it on purpose.
Yeah, no. So I'm just asking you, how often do you get into street fights?
Well, I've been in at least 15, give or take 5.
15 street fights. I think that you're
In
the
my
problem.
lifetime.
There's a
In my
common
lifetime.
denominator in all these fights. It's
I
you.
I lived in a rough
Dude,
neighborhood, man. I grew from rags to riches. I grew up hard, bro. So you're blaming it on me instead of my
You just
social,
you said
economic
earlier that
factors.
you're a nepo baby and that you're working, getting
I didn't say I was a
$240,000 a
nepo
year in
baby.
tech sales, working under your dad. What are you talking about,
I grew up in a rough neighborhood, man. You think that this just came with
dude?
me?
You just said you're 18
I
years
had
old,
to
working
work.
for your dad, making $240,000 in a year.
Yes, now. When I was younger, that wasn't the case, dude.
Okay.
You just have all these assumptions about me, and you think you
Well, I
know
mean,
me.
you were making assumptions about E. Jean Carroll earlier, saying that she was lying, right? I think that you're actually lying because of the things that you've said in this
Now you
conversation.
wanna go
You
back
can't
to
point to
Jean
anything
Carroll,
specific.
bro, 'cause
Yeah,
you
because
realize
that was the original
actually
point that you
about
brought up.
shit.
That was the
I
original
was
point you
actually-
brought up.
No, you just want to move the goalpost back to that. You realize I'm about
Move the
that
goalpost
shit,
back
bro.
to that? You mean go
realize
back
I
to the
grew up in a
conversation
rough- I
that
got tough
you have pulled
knuckles,
us away from because you've just been literally trying to say that you'd beat me up or fight me or that like you're such of a man and that you're less of a man because of this particularly or that I don't make enough money or anything like
Okay,
that.
you have a really big ego. Who would win in a fight, you or Dean Withers?
I don't know. What?
You don't know? You don't. He would kick your ass, bro.
No,
Come
we
on.
wouldn't fight each other.
If that happened, I asked you hypothetically, who would win in a fight between you and him?
Hypothetically, who would win in a fight? Neither. We would go equal, bro.
Bro, you realize you have the physique of a twink, right? You couldn't do shit, bro.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, you have the physique of a twink. How would you beat him?
How do you know? How do you know? Are you studying what my
if we
physique looks
stick-
like?
if we
Wait.
stick
How do
the
you
needle in
know
your
what my
arm, it's gonna
physique
go right
looks
through.
like?
Bro,
Wait,
you're
how do you know?
built like
How do you know what
Captain
my
America
physique looks
before you
like?
transform, dude.
Wait,
You're
how do you
built
know?
like Captain America before you transform? You don't look like shit, bro. If
I am.
take any of
I
them,
actually
you go
am.
like
That's
you.
kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. That one was kind of funny. I'm built like Captain America prior to the transformation. I actually think that one is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean,
I don't care, bro.
do you want to
But
show us your
listen,
muscles, buddy? What do you look like?
I physically can't. Dude, you're just wasting my time at this point.
Really? Because you've come up on my stream saying that you would want to fight me and hit me, and you've been using this to deflect away from the fact that you're a rape apologist, and that you said that you would vote for Donald Trump as a rapist
I'm not. What? Hold on. Now you're
because he
just
had good
being-
policies, and you like his position.
Bro, now you're being an asshole. I am not a rape. Whatever you just said. Fucking
Oh,
disgusting.
Dean literally said if this guy thinks your physique is what makes you good or bad at fighting, he's never trained in his life.
Really?
Yes.
Get Dean up here. I want to talk to him, man. 'cause
Oh,
you're-
I know that you want to talk to Dean so badly. He's always on your mind. Sabrina, thank you so much for the $1.
Well, I didn't even
Lance
know
with the
you guys
$5.
were
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Guest claims to work in tech sales and also claims his phone camera doesn't work. Make it make sense. Maybe you need a tech sales
Well,
to yourself,
I
bro.
sell it, bro. I sell it.
Apparently not to yourself, dude. By the way, he makes 240 grand a year, but his camera is not working on his phone. Sarah, thank you again. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much, Sarah. Emily, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much, Emily. Darling with the $2. Thank you so much. Sarah with the $10. Thank you. Thank you so much. DK, I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, DK. Thank you. Thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. Hey, grew up on a cattle farm. He's not a real man. Real men understand that whatever gifts they have belong to the community and the people, not for their own benefit. And their gifts do not reduce the value of others. Logan, thank you for the
guy's a
$5. Thank
communist.
you.
Don't listen to him. That guy's a fucking commie, bro.
Can you define communism?
Well, it depends. If you ask Marxist Leninists, they define it differently.
No, I'm just asking, how do
but I
you
think-
define communism?
Well, the end goal is moneyless, classless, and no social hierarchy at all. That's kind of the definition.
So state,
But if,
classes
but
would
if you
be-
ask, hold on, let me, because if you ask, because you think you're a smart guy, if you ask Marxist Leninists, they'll say it's the what's it called, the liberation or the doctrine of the liberation of the proletariat. That's what they say, right? Because that's
well,
the
they
definition.
think that they think the doctrine of the liberation of the proletariat would specifically be through a stateless, classless, moneyless society as an end goal. So I don't know why you said
but
that.
they don't actually agree with that definition. They just say that.
Yeah, they
all
do.
The time.
They actually do.
Have you ever talked to one before, dude?
Yes, I literally have.
Who?
Persistent glasses. Did you ask me who?
Who?
I'm not gonna tell
who?
you every single person I've talked to is an ML.
Nah, you don't wanna
I've had
share
these
shit about
conversations.
yourself, bro.
Wait, by the way,
'Cause
just
you're
because I can't
insecure.
remember the person I talked to years ago on this live stream doesn't change anything.
It does change everything. You're just doing like a
I have to
four-star
remember their
account,
name.
right?
I'm not gonna remember your name.
You're not gonna remember my name?
No.
Really? What are you gonna remember me as?
I'm not gonna remember you at all.
I'm the guy who mogs you, dude. You don't do shit, man. Yeah, I'm the one telling you everything about my life because I'm completely secure by myself. I'm not afraid to be open.
You tell us everything,
But
then turn
you-
your camera on.
But you're not telling me shit about yourself. You're not showing me your salary. You're not telling me the names of these people. You're
I'll
too scared
I'll
to
tell you
even
my
say-
salary. My
You're too
salary on a
scared.
yearly
You're too
basis is $1
scared.
trillion a year.
You're
Did you know
too
that?
scared to say your girlfriend's name, bro. How much of a coward
Yeah,
are
dude.
you?
Because I think idiots like you are going to try and find her and are going to harass her.
I can't find her just because of her name, bro. I'm not gonna find
Wait,
her,
I'm sorry.
dude.
I don't want to
She
risk it at
probably has
all.
some
There's
generic white
by the
name.
way, there's over 8,000 people in the stream. I'm not risking it at all. Like, I don't know why you would want me to do that.
Dude, nobody cares about you, bro.
Wait, I thought you said being masculine is about protecting, providing and protecting. Isn't this is about protecting?
Yeah.
Why would you want me to do
protecting,
that?
but How are you protecting her? But it's not saying
By
her
by
name.
not
It's
by not
continuing
giving out
to-
her name to people on the internet that could harass her.
Yeah, but use some common sense. Nobody cares about you, Parker. You're not this big guy that's gonna get.
If
shot.
no one
You're not
cares about
Charlie
me, why are there
Kirk, bro.
8,000 people watching the stream right now?
They're watching it because I'm entertaining them. If I weren't
That's
here,
not
if the
true.
debaters, if the people who weren't debating you weren't here, they wouldn't watch you, bro. You
Wait,
would
I'm
lose
sorry.
all
If
your
I
fucking
wasn't doing
followers.
debates, you mean I'm doing debates. They're watching me debate. They're not watching you debate. Go live yourself. How many viewers do you think you're gonna get?
Imagine if.
Wait, no,
nobody
answer the
wanted to
question.
debate
Answer the
you.
question, Homelander. How many viewers do you think that you're gonna get if you go live yourself?
If I did it as long as you, I would get way more viewers than you.
Really, really, go for it. Do it.
Because I'm smart about this shit, bro.
You're
You don't
smart,
do shit.
really? You're really smart. What makes you think you're smart? I have a question.
I
though.
would
How
make
many
more
how many branches of government are there?
There's 3:
Or what are they?
judicial, legislative, and executive.
Can you name the two main aspects of the legislative branch?
Now you want me to go into specific? I just told you to answer your question, bro. How
No,
about you
answer this. Name the two main aspects of
I
the
don't
legislative
know,
branch.
bro. I just told you the three.
You don't know?
branches.
You don't know the
Why would
House of Representatives and the Senate?
Oh, you're just being a smart ass now. You're a pseudo intellectual, Parker.
How am I pseudo intellectual? I asked you literally for like
You
what are the
think
two
you're
main
fucking
aspects of the
smart.
legislative branch?
You think you're smart?
I'm smarter than you.
How so?
I mean, it's very obvious because you're an idiot.
Have you taken an IQ test?
Yeah, dude.
What's your IQ?
It's 160.
Say that on Sarah's life.
I'm obviously joking. I have not taken an IQ test.
So how would you know, dude? If you knew anything about intelligence, you'd know there's several aspects of intelligence. I've definitely got more street
And
smarts
you
than
you exhibit
you
none
could
of
not
them.
survive in a rough environment.
By
bro.
the way, you exhibit none of them.
What do you mean?
You exhibit
How
none of
about
the
you name them?
characteristics
How
of
about
that.
you name them, bro?
Hold up, your favorite person's on the stream. Do you
No,
do you like
answer my
do you wait
question.
wait
I'll
I have a
talk to
question.
this guy later.
Wait, I have a question. Dean's physique, is it better than yours?
Dean's physique?
Yeah. Look at his profile
Well,
picture.
how tall is he? That fact. How tall is this guy?
5'9".
I mean, you got a pretty decent physique. I'll tell you that, but it's not the best.
Do you think he's a man? Wait, I have a question. Who's more of a man? Wait. Who's more of a man, me or Dean?
I'd say, well, does Dean just do this? Does he have a job on the side?
These are our jobs.
So
Like,
he
this
has
is our
all the
job.
time. So that's why he works out so much. He doesn't have anything else to do.
Actually, he probably works out less now.
Yeah, I actually like surprisingly like don't have that much time to work out. Like I straight up couldn't go yesterday because I was so busy all day. I'm actually getting ready to go to the gym right now. But anyways, I gotta say it's like pretty.
What do you
fucking
do all
weird.
day, bro?
Hey, pipe down. Let me speak. It's pretty fucking weird to be like spewing like your red pill bullshit up here. It's quite frankly embarrassing, especially considering the fact
Quite
that you're
frankly, it's
conservative.
very embarrassing.
Can you
Quite
wait for me to
frankly.
finish speaking? I think
Yeah,
you're
go
acting
ahead,
very
man.
immature. How about you like be a man, right? Let me finish speaking. Be an
Well, why
adult.
would I
Stop
take
being a
you
kid.
seriously,
Stop being
bro?
immature.
Who are you?
Wait, if you want to take me seriously, then why the hell are you talking to me? Why the hell you're on this live? Why do you take Parker seriously?
Parker? Well, I'm just doing this to spread the word of Donald Trump. I think. he's a
Okay.
good
So
thing.
you don't take either of us seriously, but you're on this live talking to us both, and you have been for the last hour, bro. Come on, pipe down.
Yeah, for Donald Trump.
You're here for Donald Trump, so you're gonna take the
I'm here to
adjudicated
spread the
rapist-
rhetoric, dude. That's why I'm here.
So you're going to take the adjudicated rapist that is boasted about sexually exploiting kids seriously, but you won't take two young men just trying to educate you on what's real and what's not seriously? Come on.
Well, you're
bro.
not educating anyone, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm obviously not educating you because you won't accept it, bro. Your mind is closed. The last time you had a brand new conscious experience and learned something new was in like 5th grade. We're just asking you to grow up a little bit, accept some new information, think about the world a new way. And act your age, right?
So
But
I
I mean,
should take
instead of doing that,
information-
one moment.
I should take
one
information
moment,
from people
But
just doing
instead of doing
TikTok
that,
all day.
instead of doing that, instead of like acting your age on live and whatnot, instead you've just decided to come
But
up here and
hold
make a
up,
fool
hold
out of
up.
yourself.
Haven't you
Talking
scammed
about
people in the past?
talking about
Haven't you?
Parker's
Hold on. Why would I
physique.
take you seriously?
I got you.
Talking about
You're
I'm
so
gonna mute him.
genuine.
Thank
Dude,
you
this
so
guy
much.
won't shut up.
So instead, you decided to come up here, start talking about Parker's physique, and making a fool out of yourself. And I actually wanted to ask you a question about that because I just want to make sure that if you're talking that shit, right, you know what you're talking about. What's your bench and what's your body weight?
My bench?
Yeah, what's your bench and what's your body weight?
Buddy, I don't lift weights. I do workouts.
Oh, you don't lift weights, and you're up here like saying that like Parker is like a
Hold
scrawny,
on,
small
hold on.
physique.
You realize you don't have to
And
lift
then you also
weights to work out.
you don't lift. Yeah, you could go do fucking cardio, right? But if you're just doing fucking cardio, you can't criticize
No,
Parker
hold on,
for
hold on.
like not having
I
much,
do
like
strength
muscle.
training, but I do it that's sport specific. I don't do
Wait,
just lift
wait, you
weights.
do
That's
strength? So wait. So you're saying that you do strength training, but you don't lift weights. So do you do what the fuck do they call it? Where you're like doing like body weight workouts? What do you call it?
Yes, I guess, but it's more than just that.
Okay,
we do,
okay.
we
You
do
do
use
body weight
equipment.
workouts? Okay.
Well,
I have a
hold on,
question.
but
What's
we
an
do
L sit?
use equipment, but I'll tell you this.
Okay, so then you do lift weights.
Hold on, listen, bro. I'm speaking. Bicep curls are getting you nowhere, bro. In a fight, it's not getting you anywhere. You're not becoming this big fighter by just doing. It's not sport specific. It's not helping you fight
So
better.
tell us, what
That-
specifically do you do?
Well, I'll tell you, but you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But I'll still tell you.
there's this thing you do. There's called medicine ball throws. It helps you give more torque in your punch. It helps with the endurance of your muscle when you're punching. Right, that's one thing you can do.
Do you do
So
Pilates?
Pilates? No.
Yeah. No, is that what you do? It's not? No? Okay.
You
So
do
wait,
Pilates, team?
wait. So by the way, medicine balls. So medicine balls that have weights in them.
Yeah, if you want to call that weights, that's
A weighted
fine, bro,
medicine
but
ball.
I don't do like the dumbbells in the gym. I don't do like a bench. Now you're just being like.
Okay, so
a
how
smart-ass.
heavy are the medicine balls?
How heavy? They range, but if you're doing it for a while, they can't be too heavy. Like
No, how
20
heavy are
pounds.
the medicine balls that you use?
Am I doing it for a while?
Push the galaxy, thank you. I'm asking you, like in typical.
I mean,
like in
I'll
typical.
rep out a bunch of them. If I'm doing like 15, I'm doing it a while.
So how heavy are they?
Out of 15.
15 pounds?
Yeah, and I'll rep that out.
Okay. So by the way, 15 pounds, and you think that like that's gonna be showing that you have like huge muscles or something?
I told you as an example. If I'm doing that for a while, right? But listen, you don't know what I'm talking about here because you've never been in a fight in your real life. You don't know anything about martial arts, and I don't think Dean either does, right? But you guys claim to be these intellectuals that I should listen to and educate me, right? When this guy has scammed his fans earlier in the past, and he's claiming to be this genuine guy, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like,
Yeah, let's go ahead and go
I'm
over
on
it
a
for like
jet.
the
I'm
billionth
on a
fucking
jet.
time.
What are you doing with
No,
your life? Like, come on,
you're
bro.
not
Why
the,
should I listen to
you're
you?
not the one that's on a jet. I'm the one on the jet. All right, buddy. Right, you're just pissy. You couldn't get on the
No, I was
on the
mimicking you, bro. That's what
E-rich
you should have
lifestyle.
admitted,
Yeah,
man.
he's so mad he's not on that E-rich lifestyle.
Yeah, come on, bro. Is this all you just?
He's
you
jealous.
Got super fucking sour and like jealous and sad, right? You could have bought the E-rich lifestyle, been absolutely killing it right now, but you know you missed out, and now you're just taking it out on me.
You can try to use humor to pivot, man, but you scam people, so why should I listen to you and listen to your advice?
Who did he scam, and how was he
You
scamming people?
scam people in that Telegram group chat, man.
But I've
Telegram?
heard this like a billion fucking times. I've
I
had
don't
this
care, bro.
conversation.
You answer me. Why should I listen to you? Who are you?
Listen. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, what you're saying is not true. I've re-explained why it's not true a billion times, but I'm not gonna re-explain it specifically to you because you're not important enough. Now, maybe if you came up with this a year ago, like everybody else, then I would have explained it to you. But because you were literally a year late on me explaining this, then re-explaining it, then explaining it again, and you're just so unimportant to me, it's not even worth my time to sit down and answer to your allegation.
Yeah, I'm sure you gave a really good Logan Paul apology, man. Just shut up, dude. You know yourself, Howard.
I didn't apologize. I didn't apologize for shit because I didn't scam.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, you apologize for saying the N-word on Twitch, man, but we're gonna move past that, so you're not like a genuine nice guy that I should listen to.
Oh yes. So
I mean, didn't you grow up a racist too? You're just like, oh, I'm a racist. I grew up with racist parents.
Listen to what I have to say here. So if say N-word at 14, then grow up, become a better person, right? Like learn why saying slurs is wrong. And then when I advocate for those around me to be a better person as well, and that's why I do these streams now I'm 21 years old, then bad person that you never listened to. But if called black people lazy in the 90s, if denied a rent to black people in the 1970s, if tried to get a black man, basically kicked off the ballot from running for the presidency of the United States of America by just alleging that he was born in Africa with no evidence whatsoever, even once he releases his birth certificate that he was born in Hawaii. That was Trump with the Obama birther myth. Or, if called for the death penalty for 5 exonerated young black and Latino boys and men after they're exonerated, then like not racist at all, like listen to him, like continue to listen to him.
I can say the N-word because Donald Trump's an asshole. That's fine, man. Listen, if you went through a spiritual journey and you went through this whole self-actualization thing, it's really hard to believe that you just didn't change your political aspect for money. That's really hard to believe, especially when you scam people in the past. So tricking these 12-year-old girls to like you all of a sudden and give you money through your
Yeah,
GoFundMe.
Venmo, PayPal in the bio, by the way. No, it's actually the Venmo and the PayPal. Listen. It's the Venmo and the PayPal in the bio. Let's get that one straight.
Yeah, get that one straight, please.
GoFundMe. It's the Venmo and the PayPal in the bio. Thank you
It's a
so much.
GoFundMe because you don't have a job, asshole. That's why it's a GoFundMe.
This is a job. Can you define a
so
job?
that's really crashing out.
Tell us what a job is.
Well, I guess it's a job if you want to stretch your definition out. But you're just relying on.
Wait, give us a single definition of job that does not apply to our job.
Well, you're just doing semantics, bro. If you're
What do you mean?
relying
I'm
on
asking
little
you for a
girls to give
definition of the
money-
term you just
Hold on, you're
used
just
that
rely-
indicates that you used it correctly.
Sorry?
I'm just asking you for a definition of the term that you used to indicate that you used it correctly, and you can't
Well,
provide
it's not
that.
a real job. It's not a real job.
Tell us what's a real job.
It's a lazy job.
What's a real job?
A real job is one that requires actual mind work or things you need to do, right? Things that
We're doing that. We're doing mind work right now.
It's not difficult to convince
Wait.
girls to donate you money.
Jobs aren't
It's not
necessarily difficult. Jobs aren't necessarily difficult, but I would argue that this job is more difficult than
I
your
don't
tech
know,
sales
bro.
job.
Is a job easy?
This job is not as easy as your tech sales job.
But is a job easy is what I'm asking. Is a job
No.
easy? Could you say like, oh, it's not easy?
No.
You just said it was.
No. I did not say it was easy.
Is your job hard, bro?
I do think it's hard, but I think that there are aspects of it that I obviously prefer.
How many hours do you work a day?
Well, I do 4 to 6 every single day. That's just on live, and then the rest off live as well.
What do you do off live?
Post videos, organize content.
I have like the least stressful job ever, man.
Why is he so interested in like every aspect of your life?
I'd have no clue.
Yeah, dude, you're questioning Parker, right, about like every single aspect of his whole life. Yo, listen, bro. Didn't you come up here to debate about why you support Trump, and now all of a sudden I feel like you're doing 21 questions with Parker?
Yeah, he loves me. He's asking me Q&A questions.
Right. So like, is this a debate or like a high school sleepover?
Well, I'm kind of proving my point here, how weak the left have become, how weak men have become ever since the left.
Really?
Has
How
gained
have we become weak?
variety.
Man, here as you did.
Just based on this guy Parker right here, man. He's a big example of someone who's weak, has no discipline, has no right state of mind. He cried like the day after Charlie Kirk died when
because I was 30 to 40 feet away. By the way, this is the day of.
Bro,
I was 30 to 40 feet away when the shot went off. Okay,
The
I
bullet
was
didn't
literally
hit you,
there,
bro.
right?
The bullet didn't. So, well, stop following the guy all around fucking America. I think you debated him earlier.
Well, I'm sorry. Could you not understand that,
get a
like,
life, bro.
I would have
You're following the
trauma?
guy.
Wait. Why would you make fun of my trauma? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you?
I'm not making fun.
That's
of
what you just did.
You
You just did. You were just trying to make fun of me for crying when I was
You're
crying because of the
mentally
fact
weak,
that
bro, and you're following
I'm
this guy like
mentally.
you're his
By the way, I'm
boyfriend
mentally
across
weak.
all
I'm
across
mentally
America.
under this
I don't
guy's
see
view.
you
I am
doing that.
listen. Under this guy's view, I am mentally weak because I cried because I was genuinely fucking scared of the fact that I was literally just around someone who got fucking shot.
Dude, not to mention that the person that got shot is somebody that you personally knew, regardless if you like that fact or don't like that fact. I just think it's like so incredibly insane for you to come up here and be like, oh man, this guy is so fucking weak for crying because he thought that he was gonna get shot after he watched somebody that he's known for around a year get shot in the neck and then gush blood everywhere, while then also having to consider, right, the hundreds of kids running away and screaming around him. Like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well,
Like he wouldn't cry in like a mass shooting. Like you think it's gonna be a. He thinks it's gonna be like. By the way, if you were in a public scenario and someone got shot and you thought it could possibly be a mass shooting type scenario, you think someone crying in that scenario, you think that makes them weak?
Man, you're saying you cried, right? You cried because
Yes.
you were close to it and you knew the guy. The only reason you knew the guy is because you're chasing his coattails all across America like a dog, bro.
No, it's because I
You were
debated
a
him on
stalker.
Jubilee.
You
I
were
debated
his
him on
fan. You were
Jubilee.
his fan.
I
You
debated him on
literally
Jubilee,
went
and then
across
he was.
states to find the guy.
Listen, he's so mad.
Went across
You're-
states to find the guy.
You're clearly so mad. Yes, I went to a different state to specifically literally debate people at that event. One, because there's a lot of conservatives there I could debate, which I posted videos in those circumstances. Two, right, he was running from a debate. He wouldn't engage in a long form dialogue. He was
Would you
running
go
from a
to that
debate.
place? Would you go to that state if he wasn't there? Would you go and debate those conservatives if that guy wasn't
I would.
there?
I would. Went there.
No,
'cause
you
it-
wouldn't, bro, because you're a
because the-
fan, man. You're just proving yourself wrong here.
This
You're a
guy's
loser.
such a
You gotta
different-
get it right.
You're so disingenuous. I went there. I just told you because there are other conservatives there that I could debate. Right? That's like a
Wait,
good place
also-
to go to find people to debate.
Parker, didn't we like talk about going to like BYU or UVU?
Yes.
In the greater Salt Lake region, just because like my sister lives in Salt Lake and we could have stayed there. Like
Mhm.
even without Charlie Kirk, I think that we had like discussed plans to head out there.
Yeah, even prior to the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Yeah, I just don't believe that for 1 second. You just wanted the content, man.
Yes, I
it
wanted.
just
I
doesn't
wanted
seem
the content, of
feasible.
course. Why else would I do that?
Exactly. So you wanted the content with Charlie Kirk because you were chasing his coattails like a dog. Thank you. You just admitted that.
Wait,
That's your
wanting content doesn't mean I'm chasing his coattails. I don't know what you mean.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to get clout.
So
from
is
him.
that what you're doing right now?
But listen, the guy.
Wait. Is that what you're doing right now? Are you chasing my coattails?
Well, I didn't follow you across states, bro. You just had
Well,
a live and
you
I went
followed
up
me
on
for over an hour into the stream. You've been spending over the last hour in the stream. You're
Well, I
following
guess
my
you-
coattails. You've spent so much time on me.
Okay. Let's say I grant you that. Then you're doing the same thing with me. So where are we?
Wait, I'm confused. So are you in the
You've
same
been
position as
speaking to
me?
me for 1 hour as well.
So are you in the same position as me? I have this is my job.
Well, I guess you went up me a little bit because you're the one following this conservative creator all around. I guess I just came up on this line.
And you're following this liberal creator all around.
What do you mean? I just went up on this live. I didn't follow you.
Yeah,
bro.
you've been doing it for the past hour, dude. Why would you spend so
Talking
much
to
time
you,
on me?
yeah.
It sounds like you're following my coattails,
Well,
man.
your cause is you want to get more clout.
You're
you get more
obsessed with
money.
me,
I
dude.
want to spread the word of Donald Trump. I want to spread the right wing.
Yeah, so I want to
narrative.
spread liberal ideology. I want to move people more to the left. That's my goal. So that's obviously when I was going
If
through those
that's your only goal,
circumstances
remove
what my
your
goal was.
Venmo and remove your PayPal if that's your only goal. Remove that shit.
No. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal,
No,
link
alright,
tree in the
that's-
bio, as
then
well as
we
you could
go-
just
you're
support
good
me
for
over
it. Go.
YouTube Super Chat as well. Speaking of which, Sharon, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, DK. I really appreciate the $10. Give some W's for them in the comment section. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yehoshua, thank you so much for the $5.50. Thank you, Sabrina, with the $1. I really appreciate it. Andrea, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dean, I
DK
wanna
again with the
ask you
$10, again with the $5, and again with the $2. Thank you so much. Jewel,
Dean, I
thank you
wanna
for the
ask you
$5. Noel, thank you for the $5. DK with the $5. Stella with the $5. Thank you so much. Valkyrie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. DK with the $2. Heather with the $5. DK with the $10. Thank you. Jeannie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Logan with the $5. Thank you. Wolfie, thank you for the $2. And Jewel, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. As well as Kenneth with the $5. Thank you. DK with the $2. Darce, thank you so much for the $2. DK again. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mary, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Robin with the $5.
Parker's been sass mouthing you, Dean.
Stephanie, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much to piss off the guest. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
He's
Thank
been
you.
talking shit. He thinks he can beat you in a fight. What do you think, Dean?
That's not even what I said.
That's what you said.
Donald Trump ex Homelander's line.
All right, listen,
New-
I'm gonna have to go ahead and drop for that.
Yeah, get off here,
All right,
buddy.
I'll see you, Dean.
Get off here, dude.
Kathy, thank you so much for the $20 on
I got
YouTube Super
out,
Chat. Can we get some
man.
W's for Kathy in the comment
You
section
guys-
for the
You
$20?
summon him like he's the
Legendary,
baby
thank you so much.
who
Really
can
appreciate the
jack
£5. Thank you so much. Sonoma, thank you for the $40 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Sonoma. Can we get some W's for Sonoma in the comment section right now? Tara, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Karma, thank
Parker,
you so
you
much. I appreciate the
summoned that
membership
guy. You
subscription on
summoned the
YouTube. Thank you
guy.
so much. Crystal with the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for keeping it real. Thank you so much.
Fuck yeah. So what was that?
Why are you complaining so much on my live stream? You're clearly obsessed
The
with
guy
me.
came up here, nothing happened. You summoned him like he was this big shot. He didn't do anything.
He called you out. What are you talking about?
He called me out for what?
Mhm. And what do you mean?
Making
Wait, you
fun of
called
you?
me a big shot earlier. So if I'm a big shot, then so is Dean, right?
Yeah, but you came up here like he was gonna do something. Nothing happened. I was expecting something big to
He
happen.
did. He dunked on you repeatedly.
That's just your bias.
Babs, thank you so
bro.
much for the
didn't do
$2.
jack
Thank
shit.
you.
In actuality, you didn't do anything, man. You're just doing trivial shit. You're like, oh, he dunked on you in a debate.
Well,
man.
that's all you've done this entire time.
Don't be so
right?
trivial.
I was talking to you about actual stuff that was related to the context of the live. But what you've decided to come up on this live stream and do is say that I'm not a real man, say that I don't have a real job, say that I'm specifically just trying to follow people's coattails, right? Saying I'm not getting enough money, right? Saying all of these things about me because you're an insecure little shit. Right? So
Well, look
instead of
what's the
actually addressing the fact that Donald Trump was an adjudicated rapist, instead of addressing the fact that he was an adjudicated rapist, you decided to come up on my live stream and do this.
Well, look who's complaining now. But how am I little? Like my bicep is the size of your head.
Turn your camera on, buddy. You're so scared.
How?
You're such a coward.
No, answer that question.
You are the number one coward that's ever been on my stream. You sit
You
there and
tell
you
me
try to
so?
act
Okay,
so
I'll-
strong. You
I'll
sit
do
there try
this
to act
deal.
so strong, but then at
I'll
the
do
same
this deal.
time,
I'll
you won't
post-
even turn your fucking camera on
I'll
because you're
post
such a
video
coward.
on my account of my bicep. If you
Oh,
tell
then
me
your
the
camera's
size
gonna
right now.
work. Your camera's gonna work so that you can post a video.
I can't do it on live, but I can post. A
Jamie,
video
thank you for the
after.
$4.20. Thank you so much for happy birthday to the other person. Thank
Tell
you.
us your salary and
Marquita,
I'll
thank
do
you
it.
so much for the $50
real
on Venmo. Thank you so much, Marquita. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Marquita. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Priscilla, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Use W's for Priscilla
Listen,
in the comment
do you
section
talk
right now.
to
Thank you.
homeless boy when you're off live, you talk to him.
To what?
To homeless boy when you're off live.
Who are you trying to?
friends with him just for the camera?
Who are you talking about?
I think you know who I'm talking about.
No, I actually don't. Who are you talking about?
The homeless boy, the vagrant.
Who?
The vagrant.
I don't know who you're
Wasn't
talking
this
about.
guy just homeless a couple of weeks ago?
Who?
Living out of his car.
Who?
The guy on the live with me, dude. What do you
Dean?
think? Wasn't this guy homeless living with his
No,
grandparents for a little
no,
while?
Dean isn't homeless. No. What are
He
you, what are you
was
saying?
homeless.
And also,
He
why would you
was
try to
homeless.
make why would you try to make fun of
He
someone
was.
for that?
No, I asked you.
Did you just try to make fun of someone for being homeless?
No, I didn't. I asked you. Do you hang out with this guy off live?
Yes,
Doesn't
I hang
seem
out
like
with Dean
it.
off live. Yeah, Dean and I are
It
good
seems
friends.
like it's performative.
Wait,
Did
Dean's
you
one of
help
my
this guy
Dean
when
is one of my best friends. What are you talking
Did
about?
you help him when he was homeless? Because you unfriended Harry.
He was
and
never
this other
homeless.
guy. He was, so he wasn't living with his grandparents because he got kicked out of his house.
Well, he got kicked out of his brothers, so he was living with his grandparents. That doesn't mean he's homeless. He was living with his grandparents for a month. For 1 month, by the way.
He was
1
living
month.
off of people like me, the backs of people like me, the people who work hard.
Guy, thank you for
That's
the
what he was
$2. You
doing.
don't work hard. You're an 18-year-old who makes $240K in sales. Like, shut
That's
up,
a lot
dude.
of money because I work hard.
No,
I
you
make
work for your
commission,
dad's
bro, so I
company.
have
You
to
literally
work
work
hard.
for your dad's company. You're a Nepo baby. Christo, thank you so much for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can we get some W's for Christo in the comment
Man.
section right now? Thank you so much. I
I just
really
can't
appreciate
see
it.
you
Thank you,
guys be
Christo.
friends.
Democracy Dies in Darkness. Thank you for the $5. Thank you.
When he didn't see it being strategic for you to be friends with Harry Sisson, you're unfriended that guy too, the gay guy, and also the other dude.
He's
as
not.
well.
He's not gay. I don't know why
Which-
you'd say that.
some-
Again, you're
one of
trying to
you
use
guys
that. I like
is.
how you just tried to use that as
No,
an insult.
one
You
of you guys-
homophobic
no,
piece of
I'm
shit.
not- I love gay people, but this one gay
you
guy
don't.
in the party as well. There's one gay guy
Who?
in the friend group, the
Who?
little what's it called? White Boys for Harry's group. One guy was gay, I think.
No, none of us were gay.
None of you guys were gay.
Nope.
I don't know. I heard that somewhere. But listen,
Yeah, just hearing it somewhere doesn't mean it's true, dude. That's just people
Well,
who
you
are
guys are-
homophobic, who are trying to
you're
make
pub-
fun of people for being gay, which is crazy to do. Taylor, thank you for the
Well,
$5. Thank you so
you're a
much. And Chris,
public
thank you for the
figure,
$5
so-
for this guy's a beta cuck. Yeah, he really is.
I'm a cuck.
You're a beta cuck.
Would you be open to being in an open relationship with your girlfriend if she asked you?
Nope.
She really wanted to?
I'm in a monogamous relationship.
But if she wanted to, would you?
No, I simply would just not be in the relationship anymore.
But you accept people doing that. It's fine for you.
Yeah, that's totally fine. If people
So
want to do
then-
that, it's both sides should just want to do that.
So
I
then
think
why-
I definitely think it's wrong to like middle of a relationship in a monogamous relationship that's already established those boundaries to bring up and be like, yo, we should be open, which is something
then
that
why
you
try
know
to
my
validate
partner would
a
never
comment
do.
that called me a cuck? Why would you validate that? Because I don't like that. I don't like monogamous relationships. But you validated someone who donated to call me a cuck, and you because what's wrong with being a cuck? Because according to you, that's fine.
Well, I never said it was wrong. I just called you a beta cuck because that's what they
Well,
said.
you
So I mean, if
validated that
and if you want to admit to being a cuck, that's all you, and that's all you. That's what you like, man. Brianna,
No,
thank
I'm
you so much for the
against
for the
that.
$2. Thank you so much.
So,
Well,
but
you just, I mean, if you're a cuck, that's
you
totally
did
fine. No
validate-
problems with that, man. I mean, I was more calling you beta. That's why I said beta cuck.
What's the difference between a cuck and a beta cuck? What's the difference?
Well, calling you beta.
But you're still calling someone a cuck like an insult. So you do think
No,
it's
I was
wrong.
I was calling
So
you
you do
beta.
inherently
I
think
was
it's
calling
wrong.
you beta as
the
the
same way
insult.
we all have inherent principles in ourselves that we do think that teaching
Emma, thank you
LGBTQ
so much. I
children
really
is wrong.
appreciate the $15 to piss off the beta
So
cuck.
you have a conscience, bro. You just don't.
Thank
you're
you
so
so much,
successful
Emma. I really
directed.
appreciate it. Thank you. I'm anti-beta. That's what I am.
So you're anti yourself?
No, how am I a beta?
Well, you're definitely not an alpha, bro.
Okay, what tells you that?
What tells me that? Your demeanor, bro.
What about my demeanor?
The fact that if people like me weren't on, it
Oh wait, who just muted you? Oh my god.
was you, bro.
Oh wait, so I'm confused. So are you under my control right now? That seems
Under your
very alpha to
control?
me. That seems pretty alpha.
But
It seems
you
like you're
have
the
no
beta in
right-
this
if you
conversation.
kick me out
It
one
seems like
day,
you're
you have
pretty
no
beta
right.
right now. Look at this. Boom. Beta. Look muted. Beta. Look at that. Beta.
Coward.
What a
You
beta,
don't want
dude.
to face me 'cause
You
you
just
know
got
I'm
muted, dude. I can't
intellectually
even believe it. What a beta, dude.
You know I'm superior to you intellectually.
Really, in what way?
And I'm just smarter than you. You don't know anything.
How are you smarter than me? Name one
you
way.
have no life experience, bro.
I have
Listen-
no life experience. You're 18 years old. What do you mean I have no life experience?
Yeah, and I've lived more life and experiences than you have.
No, you
You've just
haven't.
been
I'm
seeing it
23
all
years
day.
old. I've actually lived more life than you.
Dude, I can tell you just sit in your room all day, man. If you call that a life, then sure.
I'm
man, but
literally
actually-
in New York right now. I'm in New York. By the way, you're in the live when I'm in New York. I'm inside when I'm working like everyone else.
The only reason you're in New York is to support Zoran Mamdani, man. That's the only reason you're there.
Well, I'm actually not even seeing Zoran. I would actually love to though. If I
what
randomly
are you
saw
doing
Zoran,
there?
I would
What are you
totally take
doing
a video
there,
with
boy?
him.
Boy, what are you doing there?
I'm literally just visiting.
You just so you're not working then. You're just visiting there.
Well, I'm working right now while I'm also visiting.
This is why you don't have money, dude. You just go there and visit.
Madison,
for
thank you
fun.
so much
You're
for the
not
dollar.
hustling,
Thank
you're
you.
not grinding.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Georgia,
Have
thank you
you
so much for the
seen The Wolf of Wall
$12. Thank
Street,
you so
bro?
much, Georgia. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street, dude?
Yes,
Have you seen that movie?
Riley, thank you for the $1. Maria, thank you so much for the 5.
That
Creed with the
movie shows
$6.66. Thank you,
hustler
Creed. What's up?
That's why I'm rich.
Why are you rich? You're the Wolf of Wall
I
Street. What about it?
emphasize hustler culture. You don't. You're poor. And
You
you will.
just, did
I
you just
could
call me
provide
poor,
better
bro?
for
That's
your
crazy.
girl.
George,
I
thank you
could
so much for the
provide better
$4.
for your girl than you
You just used poor as an insult, which is crazy. 2, you just said you could provide
I
more
just
for my
said the
girlfriend.
truth.
Hell the fuck no. You're insane.
Listen. I could do whatever you do for your girlfriend way better. I can protect
My
her
girlfriend
better,
would think that you're a
provide her
joke.
better.
My
I could do
my
better in the
girlfriend would
bedroom
think
than
that
you
you're a
could.
joke.
I could-
My girlfriend thinks
I
that
could
you're.
handle her emotionally better. There's nothing you can
You
do better
think you
than
could?
me, bro.
By the way, you just said earlier that it wouldn't make sense for a friend of someone to cry at their funeral. Yet you're saying that you could handle emotions better. You're a fucking idiot, dude. What are you talking about?
I know how to handle women. You don't.
What is this guy
That's
talking about, dude? What are you saying?
I could definitely protect her better, provide better, and be
Why
better
are
than better.
wait?
I don't
I'm
wanna
confused.
say anything.
Why are you? Why did you
In-
feel the need
in
to say
the
that?
bedroom, I have a talent, bro. I'm telling you, she would want to stay with me after.
Is this how you're trying to make yourself feel better?
You don't have to talk about that.
Is this your
But
try?
definitely-
You just literally just tried to say that you could have sex to a better extent. That's so cringe. The fact that you felt the need to say that is so cringe. And actually, it tells me that you're probably overcompensating for something.
Well, say I was just saying the things that a girl needs.
No,
in
you're
life.
just
She definitely
overcompensating,
needs-
my guy. You're overcompensating. I
For
think we can
what?
all
For
tell
what?
that. I think we can all tell you're overcompensating for something. I could say something.
Well, you can't be good in the bedroom if you don't have, I don't
Why are
know.
why are you fantasizing about me in the
pipe.
bedroom, man?
Well, I was
Why
talking
are
about
you just
me,
randomly
dude.
bringing that up in the middle of the conversation? What's wrong with you?
No, we were talking about I could definitely provide better for her. I could definitely do everything.
Why-
you do
why
better.
did you just
And
randomly
I was
think
just
about that?
thinking, like, what does a girl need? She needs a good partner that can, satisfy her, provide her, and protect her. I could do all those things
Obviously
better
not
than
you.
bro.
Obviously not you. By the way, if you think that this guest on the live
Bro,
stream,
you couldn't even lift your girlfriend.
actually, how
bro.
about this?
You
How about
couldn't
this?
even lift her.
If you think the guest right here is worse than me in every single way, type 3 in the comment section. If you think he's worse than me in every single way, type 3 in the comment section. Look at these thousands of different people that think you are worse. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel insecure? Does it make you feel jealous at all?
If they're your fans, I don't give a shit, bro. Honestly, if a bunch of people like me said that, I would care. But
Wait, they are.
when I
There are
just
Republicans in the
surrounded by
comment section
lowlifes-
saying it too. Jillian, thank you for the $5. Thank you.
Prove
Robin
it.
with the $20.
Prove
Thank
it.
you so much, Robin. Sadie, thank you for the $10.
Prove
Thank
it.
you. If you're a Republican and you think that I'm better than the guest
Bro.
in every single which way possible, type 4 in the comment section.
The thing is, your fans are very young. They're like 12. They don't know what a girl wants. They don't know how to be satisfied.
By the way, the average age of a viewer on my stream is not 12 years
You
old.
ask your fans that, bro. You ask your little young fans. Do you think this guy could satisfy?
By the way, you see
my
all the
girlfriend
4s in the
better
comment
than me?
section, bro? You see all
You're
the
a
4s?
crust, bro.
You see all the 4s? You see all the 4s,
Well,
bro?
they might still be your fans. They're just saying that.
You're a joke, dude. Here, how about this? I'm gonna
Bro,
ask you a few questions.
One guy. I see
Here,
one.
stop.
Alright, ask me.
Stop. Could you name 2 economic
me.
policies that Trump influenced to get passed that you think are good?
Yes, I like his tax cuts and Jobs Act. I do really like that one. I do also like the tariffs. I want everything
Okay.
to be made in China. To be
Okay.
made in
Interesting. What is a tariff?
A tax on imported goods, dude.
Okay.
So
And who pays that
Don't try to
tax?
test me, motherfucker. You can.
Who
suck
pays
it.
that tax?
Who pays that tax? You want me to tell me names?
No. I want you to tell you like who pays it, not the person who pays.
Yeah,
it.
a lot. I pay the tax.
You do? The consumer?
Yeah.
So you wanna tax consumers to a greater extent. That means
We're
you're
all
taxing.
consumers.
So listen to this. So people who are lower income, they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods. So if you're taxing consumer goods and you're causing the prices of those to go up because it's going to be tax on the importing business and it's passed down to the consumer because it's an aspect of cost of production and distribution, well then that means you're implementing a regressive tax system. So what you're doing is you're shifting the tax system to benefit rich and wealthy Americans at the expense of low and middle income individuals. And it's not even yourself. You will pay more in taxes. Like, I'm not trolling. You make $240,000 a year. You will pay more in taxes because of Donald Trump's tax policy. Kamala Harris would have kept all the tax cuts under the TCJA for income earners under $400,000 a year, and she would have not imposed tariffs. Tariffs imposing a greater tax, right, for low and middle income individuals, greater than what we would have seen otherwise. So actually, you imposed a greater tax on yourself by voting for Donald Trump.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this right here. That's a small price to pay to make American good. We rely so.
He's advocating for his taxes to be higher right now, by the way.
Can you stop pearl clutching? Can you stop pearl clutching? You're doing that a lot during the live. I don't know if it's some kind of dumb debate tactic you do.
No,
but
I'm
do you mind
laughing at you. I'm not pearl clutching. I'm laughing at you.
Pearl clutching. That's what it is.
What does
You're
it mean
being
to
very
pearl clutch?
obnoxious.
Laughing does not mean pearl clutch. What are you talking about?
It
Do
does.
you even know what that
Look,
means?
Do you know what it means?
Yes, I do. Yeah, by
Look
the way,
it up.
like,
What does it mean?
yeah, so like a pearl clutch is going to be like you're specifically trying to virtue signal or say that someone's doing something wrong from a moral perspective when it is the case that they're not actually doing so. That's typically the way that we use pearl clutching, right? In the context of which I was doing, I was just laughing at you. It has nothing to do with pearl clutching.
It's where you over exaggerate your reply to
Yeah,
something.
it's to like show outrage for something that is not legitimately the case. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah,
Fake outrage.
exactly. You don't have a reason to act this way. I can tell you're
I do.
forcing your laugh.
I do. I'm not
It's
forcing a laugh.
incredibly
This is the way that I respond. It's not performative. Cammy, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you
Alright,
so
can
much
you
to keep up
force
the
your
good
laugh
work.
right
Thank
now?
you so
Let's
much.
see- let's see your
Kelsey,
fake
thank you
laugh.
so much for the $10. Thank you so much. And Lauren with the
Let's see your
$5. Thank
fake
you so
laugh,
much.
Parker. If you're not fake laughing, let's see your fake laugh right now.
Mwah! Ha 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 ha. That's my
Do you
fake
see how
laugh,
you made
bro.
yourself look down, man? You just listen to me like a good little
DK,
boy,
thank you
dude.
for the $5. Thank you so
Now
much.
I have the control over you, dude. You see how you listen to me like
Can you
I'm
keep
your dad?
speaking? Keep speaking. Say one more thing on the stream. Oh, aw. What a good boy. What a good boy. Make any noise. Speak. You leave the live. Mute yourself. Do anything.
Oh, you got your hair.
Oh, what a good boy.
your
Oh, what a
feelings
good
hurt.
boy
You're
on the
talking out of
stream.
spite.
He's such
You're
a good
talking out of
boy. He's
spite.
such a good boy.
You're so bitter, man. You're
Oh,
talking
what
out
a
of
good
spite,
boy.
like
What a
a
good
little
boy.
child.
No bark. No bark. No bark.
You really fell into the butt.
No bark. No bark. Shh. No bark. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, now I'm going to kick him. I'm done. I can't do this anymore, bro. This is crazy. Let's go on the next person, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people. Let's get the next person up here real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. That guy was so weird. Like, really, though. Like, seriously.
TikTok screen, that guy was...
Hello?
Fuck me in the ass.
Okay, why is it not kicking you off? Okay, why it's a little bit laggy, so I think I'm gonna try and add people up through my phone. I think that's probably gonna be a better way. There's a little bit of lag here on my TikTok, like on the laptop. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm really trying to keep everything going. It's just a little bit laggy on the device. Alrighty. Give me a second, everyone. Trying to bring people up here. If it is lagging at all on TikTok, I recommend to go over to the YouTube, join the almost 3,000 people over on YouTube. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What? Oh, bro, kick me real quick, please.
Okay. Alrighty, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty, let's go to the next person. Richard, thank you so much for the gem gun. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, we put them to sleep. Seems like the last guest was so boring that he put that guy to sleep. All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. All righty, let's go in the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen.
Hey,
Yo,
how's
what's
it
up? How old are
going?
you?
I'm 47.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'm sticking with Trump.
Why so?
I mean, I like what he's about. You know, his experience. I mean, he's already served, 4 years, so I like that about him. He didn't do too bad. So yeah, I'll just say overall experience, and me having a great time making money when he was in office. So yeah.
Could you name anything that he's done that's benefit our country?
I mean, shit, he's made you and, Dean may not have his dick in y'all's mouth, so I guess that's one thing.
Okay, you're totally trolling.
Y'all
Get off
love
my
sucking
stream.
on his dick, don't y'all?
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let's go on to the next person here real quick. Give me 1 second, everyone. Oh, I gotta get everything set up. Hotel Wi-Fi is trying its best. I know, right? Jaden, thank you for the $5. Thank you, thank you. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everybody, we are just looking for some debates. Just looking for some debates, everyone. Just letting everyone know I should be live for another, hour and a half or so? Just letting everyone know. And then, by the way, I should be back on the 28th, back to my normal setup. Tomorrow, I'll be live on the same setup. In the morning, probably similar time to what I was today. Just letting everyone know.
Connection.
Yo, what's
is
up? How old are
bad.
you?
25.
What's your birth year? I can't hear you when you're out of the app. How old are you?
What about now?
I hear you now. I don't hear you now. Hello? How old are you? I can't hear you when you're out of the app. You have to see me in order for me to be able to hear you. You have about 3 or 4 seconds to get back in the stream before I kick you and go on to the next person.
Okay, what about now?
I hear you now. How old are you?
Okay, my bad. My connection was pretty bad for a second.
That's okay. Don't worry. How old are you?
I'm 25.
And what's your birth year?
2000. September 4th.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Percy, you're amazing. Okay, why so?
He has created many national parks. He is.
Also, what time is it?
What time it is?
Yeah.
Nigger.
Okay, so can't even get a legitimate debate right now because I just got low IQ MAGA trolls. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
32.
Do you support Donald Trump?
At the time we voted, I did. I still kind of do, but for the most part, I did when we voted.
Okay, so if you could go back in time right now and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you rather vote for? With the information you
I
have
still
now.
would have voted for Donald Trump.
Okay, why is that?
Mainly, the main point was the border. I feel like it was a huge security issue, and we watched thousands of people just pour into our.
Hello?
So why should we?
Okay, sorry, it was
You
cutting
can't
out.
hear me?
I hear you now. You were saying you border people coming over. That's all I
Oh,
heard.
okay. I said the border was a huge. Okay, it was a huge security issue, and no countries have open border policies, so why should we?
Oh, I'm not advocating for open border policies. Open border policies did not exist under the Biden-Harris administration. And other countries around the world not having a certain policy isn't an argument for us not having that policy, or other countries around the world having a certain policy doesn't mean we should have that policy as well. For example, I believe that we should have universal health care, and a bunch of countries around the world have universal health care. Do you think that we should have universal health care?
Yeah, I mean, I do. But at the time, I felt like the border was a bigger issue, and I feel like probably a lot of people overlooked a lot of things with Donald Trump because of the border. And they might not have had an open border policy, but we watched thousands of people on multiple news stations just walk in every single day. So they also didn't deter it.
They did. They actually did have policies to deter it. You didn't see the border. You didn't see videos of people just walking in. That's just not true. If you want to talk about specifically like people coming into the country, well, obviously it is the case that people came in undocumented. I would prefer for them to go through the context of the legal process, but our current legal process takes too long to go through. So for anyone who's already in the country, who's undocumented, who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime, I believe that they should be given a pathway to citizenship. So there still are restrictions that I think should exist on the border. I just think that currently, right now, our current legal immigration process takes too long. And I think that's made worse by people like Donald Trump. And also the idea that the border was a bigger issue than like healthcare access, I think is obviously absurd. Over 130 million Americans are struggling with medical debt, which is almost a third of the country. We can also point to the fact that if we had a Medicare for All system, it would save us $4.5 trillion over the next 10 years, $450 billion every single year, and 45 to 68,000 American lives every single year. 450 to 680,000 lives over 10 years.
Okay. And then this is the last point I have about the border. The Biden and Harris administration also let the DNA testing of children at the border expire, which I feel like as a woman, that's insane. And that,
Oh, I can't hear you. Hello?
in my opinion, is just fucked up. So I wouldn't have voted for her, mainly because of that. So
Okay, well, I think
feel
that's,
like
I
she
think,
might have had a chance had it not looked like that every day, or it was not presented to us in a different way every day. It just seemed like they didn't care. I feel like thousands of people a day, according to what I was watching on the news, came into our country every day. So, I mean, I don't know if they were lying to us, but I feel like we all watched it every day.
well, again, they wanted to do a bipartisan border bill, but Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine that bipartisan border bill that would have made the immigration process go quicker, that would have reworked the asylum process, and would have funded specifically even patrol of the border. Like, that literally would have been funded under the bill. It was a conservative-leaning bill even, and Donald Trump undermined the bill because he didn't want Democrats to look good. Now, in terms of the expired DNA testing was actually extremely unnecessary and expensive for no reason because we still had to verify documentation anyway. The way that we verify whether or not a person is the legal guardian of someone is not based upon the DNA. It's based upon legal documentation. If they do not have legal documentation, then there would not be a standard to justify that. Just having DNA that is similar to the person that you're taking across the border, or in terms of the kid, that is not reason to believe that you are the one that is supposed to be the guardian of that child. There are plenty of situations where there are people that specifically that have children, biological children, that seriously should not be the ones that are currently taking care of them. Yet under this context of this bill, if you were not to clarify the documentation, the legal documentation, well, then you would have an issue with it just being through the DNA process. Now, if it is the case that someone doesn't have DNA and they're a step parent, for example, should they not be allowed to bring their kid across the border?
I mean, yeah, but it's also pretty easy to just say something like that.
Wait, say yes, they are able to take their kid across the border. Well, then that means that DNA is not the basis for whether or not you determine someone is going to be the guardian of a child. It's going to be legal documentation that identifies that. So if legal documentation in of itself is sufficient to identify that, then why do we need DNA in the very first place? Because we already have a sufficient process without DNA.
So they were doing that. They were making people show them the proper documentation to bring children across and hand them off to a different caregiver.
Yeah, like in order for a sponsor to specifically bring a kid over, they have to have legal documentation to indicate this. Yeah.
Okay. So I just have a question that why do you think he won?
Well, there's a few reasons. The main reasons based upon exit polling is that people attributed inflation to the incumbent president without good reason, because inflation was not caused by the Biden-Harris administration. It was due to global inflation and supply chain issues. There was also the point that we could point to in terms of the fact that people bought the bigotry towards immigrants and trans people, especially because Democrats did not fund any type of response to the literal lies created by the Trump administration to the degree of hundreds of millions of dollars in advertisements against trans people.
Okay. Well, I guess that's all I really had to say anyways. so that's okay.
Okay. Oh, I guess I
Hey,
have a
you're
question then.
picking
Like,
me though.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
well, okay. All right. Thank you for coming up.
stupid.
All right, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Dawn, thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Dawn. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for Dawn in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Ashley, thank you for the $10. I should have asked him that. Jillian, thank you for the $5. Chelsea with the $100 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Chelsea in the comment section right now? For the $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. W's for Chelsea in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Seriously, I really appreciate it. I appreciate that. That's why I do these lives every single day. I think that this education is so important. I really do. I love what I do every single day. It's so fucking important. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Chelsea. Can we get some W's for Chelsea in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Chelsea. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty, everybody, let's go on to the next individual quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. And again, spam some W's in the comment section right now for Chelsea. Absolutely incredibly kind of you. Midlife Maddie, thank you so much for the membership subscriptions. Thank you so much for the 5 membership subscriptions. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Alrighty, everybody, let's go on to the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty. Let's go on to the next individual real quick. Oh, okay. It looks like they're joining up. Nice. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
30.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yep.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why so?
Domestic policy, foreign policy, economic policies, etc.
Okay, so what domestic policies, what foreign policies, etc.?
Securing the border, no more illegal entries, cleaning up the streets, stuff like that.
Okay, could you...
Tax cuts for the middle class.
Okay, so tax cuts for the middle class. You said border and what else?
Cleaning up the streets, crime, sending the National Guard into democratic cities where their governors won't clean up the streets and won't even admit their highest crime rates.
Okay, a few things I need to address here. Rachel, thank you so much for the Galaxy Globe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The National Guard, sending the National Guard, if he actually cared about reducing crime, well, then he would be sending them to areas in which have red governors that have high murder rates and crime rates, violent crime rates.
That's wrong.
Can I please finish?
That's wrong. Chicago is number 1.
Can I please finish, sir?
Number 1.
Chicago is not number 1.
Chicago
is that was a misleading thing from
out
Fox.
Of all the major cities, Chicago is number 1.
You just changed your argument. You changed it from all the major, from specifically just the largest in general to the largest major
that's
cities.
What we're talking about, the major cities.
Yeah, and some of the largest major cities that specifically do have a lower level of violent crime rate, those are blue areas like New York, like Los Angeles. And if you compare Los Angeles and New York, can I please finish without you cutting me off? Is that possible?
Go ahead.
Okay. If you want to look at the violent crime rates and you want to compare places like, for example, Los Angeles, New York City, 2 places in... Can I please finish? I am trying to explain that right now. So those are areas with actually lower rates of violent crime and murder than places in Texas that are under the context of a red governor. So it actually is true, according to Fox News. According to Fox News reports on the fact that there's a higher murder rate in Texas cities in Texas than there is in New York and California.
17.7%. Chicago's number 1.
No, you're thinking about that one particular graph that they showed on Fox News, and I'm also referencing that same graph because I think that's disingenuous, because what they're not taking into account is other cities outside of the context of just the top cities specifically. And this is only in the context of murder rate. And it's also not taking into account certain districts within the context of Chicago, because not all Chicago specifically has that.
Population, major cities, Chicago's number 1.
Okay, do you just want to keep repeating the same point without responding to anything I had to say? Because I just responded. Would you like to respond to what I had to say, or would you just want to repeat the same point?
We're talking about the major cities, the biggest major cities in the U.S. Portland, L.A., Chicago. Highest murder rates. Murder.
Okay.
They
What's
should
your
just
point
do
of saying
nothing.
that?
Is that your argument? They should do nothing. They shouldn't send in the National Guard and continue to have a highest murder rate. He's already done it in Washington D.C. Washington D.C. No more murders.
Not true. There
Explain
are
that.
still
Are you
murders
against
happening in
that?
D.C.
Are you
You're
against
just such a
that? Are you
liar.
against that?
Can I?
Are you against that?
I'm against the National Guard being sent into areas in which not consented by specifically the governor of that
So you
state.
think
Because
people should continue
can I
to get
please
murdered?
finish without you cutting me off? Shut up! I will mute you if you don't.
No, you're
You're
mad.
such a
You're mad
yes
'cause
because
you're wrong.
you're not letting me speak.
Okay, go ahead.
I am being very nice to you. I'm letting you speak. I'm letting you get
Go
your
ahead.
points
Go
out.
ahead.
Let me get my
Go
points
ahead.
out. Is
What's
that
your
fair?
point? Yeah,
Is
go
that
ahead.
fair? Yes or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it's fair. Okay, so then let me address this. So let me point to this. So the reason why I think that Donald Trump isn't actually trying to reduce crime by sending in the National Guard is because he's sending it into areas in which have Democratic governors that have not consented to the National Guard being sent into those areas, meaning
He
that it's
doesn't need their
unconstitutional. Dude, I have to mute this guy. This guy's insane. You can't shut up. You are like, dude, what are you, a fucking kindergartner? Actually, never mind. That's an insult to kindergartners. Jesus Christ. Now, again, I'm going to keep addressing this. Please shut the fuck up, okay? Now, if we're talking about the National Guard being sent in, it is unconstitutional to send in the National Guard into states that have a governor that has not agreed to the National Guard being sent in. Okay, that's why it's not him actually addressing crime, because he could be sending it to areas in which have high violent crime rates, high murder rates in red states. Like, for example, in Louisiana and Texas, those are red states that they could address. Missouri, for example, St. Louis, right? Red governor, send them in. Send them into red states. Do not send them into blue states because it's unconstitutional. Now, if he actually wanted to address crime, he wouldn't specifically be sending them to blue states because he knows that there's a constitutional issue there. What that tells me is he's not addressing crime. He's not caring to address crime. He's caring more to test the bounds of how much he can actually violate the Constitution and what the enforcement mechanism will be within our society based upon that said violation of the Constitution. That's what he's looking for. If he was trying to reduce violent crime, he'd be sending the National Guard into red states, right? Specifically where the governors are begging him to do so that they could prove to the rest of the nation that it actually reduces crime. Now you may speak. Unmute yourself. Now he can't figure out how to unmute himself, dude. Frank, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Sarah, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so kind of y'all. He can't figure out how to unmute himself. The microphone in the bottom right. Click on it.
Why should he not send into blue states?
I just explained that. What did I say?
Where the murder rate is the highest. Why should he not send into blue states where the murder rate is the highest?
Did you hear my response to that?
Yeah, you said he should send into red states, but why shouldn't he send into blue states where the murder rate is the highest?
St. Louis is a higher murder rate than Chicago. What are
No,
you talking
per
about?
capital, per population.
No, per capita.
Chicago's
It has a
number
higher
one,
murder rate.
17.7%.
Per capita, St. Louis is a higher
Chicago's
murder rate.
number one.
You're wrong.
No,
Per
Chicago's
capita,
not
St.
number
Louis
one
is a
out of
higher
all
murder
major
rate. You're
cities.
wrong.
Talking about the biggest cities. Yep, Chicago's number one, 17.7%.
That's not true. No, St. Louis is a big city, and St. Louis is a higher murder rate. Why doesn't he send them into St. Louis? That's a red state. Oh, he just left. He just fucking left. He ran away. Instead of responding to my arguments, he just has to run away. Dude, actually ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. Richard with $100 on PayPal. Holy shit, Richard, thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Richard in the comment section right now for the $100 on PayPal? That is crazy. Thank you so much, Richard. I really appreciate that. That is so fucking kind of you. W's for Richard in the comment section right now. That is so kind. Thank you so much, Richard. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Holy fuck. W's for Richard in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. They are very cringe, I tell you. Very cringe. Very cringe. I don't know. Maybe the guests since I've been in New York have been a bit unhinged. Is that just me? Like, maybe? I don't know. Maybe even recently it's been that way. I don't know. Alrighty, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. I can't wait to be back to my setup, everyone, for the live streams, because I need to figure out how to get the laptop a little bit better for setup for streams. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm gonna rape you and post it, Parker. I'm gonna kill you and tie you.
That's such a fucking disgusting thing to say. That's so fucking gross. That's so fucking disgusting. Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck, man. Let's go on the next person, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next person, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everybody. What was the? I'll have to check later. I genuinely don't know right now. I don't know. That's just kind of crazy. That's so fucking insane. If you want to see, because people will have to be saying in the comment section, you can just go back on my YouTube, everyone. That's like that should be a crime. You should not be allowed to just threaten people like that. That's so fucking crazy. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, buddy. I'm 52. I'm in New York. First of all, I want to say that was disgusting.
Yeah, that was
Especially
horrible.
saying it to someone who saw what happened to Charlie Kirk firsthand. There's no place for that anywhere.
Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, sorry for that. Couple things. First of all, Trump announced the next city he wants to go into was Memphis, and their governor is what? Republican.
Yeah.
So it's not just blue states.
This is what he should have been doing from the beginning. That's what I was arguing. Is that if he cared about addressing crime, he would have done that from the beginning. And it wouldn't just be Memphis. It would also be St. Louis. It would also be, cities in Texas like Houston.
He's going to get to all of them, yeah. Well, the first one he did was the one he has control over, which is D.C. So that's why he did that one. That was like almost like a guinea pig to see if it would work, and it did work. So then now he's going into a red state. So I don't know if that's a real argument about blue states.
Well,
he's going into a red state.
He sent them to California, and he's trying to send them to Illinois, and he was also trying to send them to Oregon. So those are all blue states. So why didn't he specifically try 3 different red states prior to that point?
No, he sent them there to protect government buildings, not to help with crime, which is what he's doing in Memphis. He sent them to protect government buildings, which he's totally allowed to do. He doesn't even need to use the Insurrection Act for that. He could send them to protect government buildings, and that's what they were doing.
No. He was sending them into areas in which it is the case that the governor had not consented to it, and even if it was federal buildings, it still wouldn't make sense because they're still sending them into the state. So he does not have the jurisdiction to be able to do so unless he has consent from the governor.
What does the Insurrection Act say about that?
I'd have to go back and check. I just know that
you should.
Before
the courts
have clarified this.
No, they didn't. And before you say that, can I talk? Before you say that he doesn't have jurisdiction, you should look at the Insurrection Act because he absolutely has jurisdiction.
Okay, then tell me what in the Insurrection Act? What in the Insurrection Act indicates that there's jurisdiction? Because there's no insurrection currently happening.
Oh, January 6th is an insurrection, but if there's riots, if there's widespread crime, if they're taking over a city, the crime is taking over a city. In his opinion, he could invoke the Insurrection Act.
Okay, so where are they taking over? Who's taking over a city? Who did that?
Well, like I said, Washington, and the mayor said that.
No, he didn't.
They were taking over the city.
The mayor did not say that they were trying to engage in an insurrection. By the way, let me clarify why it was an insurrection on January.
Insurrection Act. The Insurrection Act gives him it doesn't have to. You want to define the word insurrection. The Insurrection Act says that if he sees a city or an area that is out of control, he could send in the National Guard. That's it.
I don't think that's what it says. Now, I think that there's a lot more connotation to that, and that's why courts have indicated that he has to have consent from the governors. And the reason why
What
I know
courts?
this is
What
because
courts?
I live in Los Angeles, and it is the case that
Time
there
out.
were
What
plenty.
courts?
Yeah,
What
they
courts?
were.
When did that go to the courts?
Yeah, I will let you know.
Did
Let
you
me
go
tell
to
you
the
the
courts?
let me tell you the specific court.
I gotta make this short because I was waiting on hold for so long, and I gotta watch football. But as far as the immigration, what you were saying,
What can I please finish this and give you the source?
all right, go ahead. That's fair.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure that we stay on that first.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. We're just about there. Just about there. It was a federal court. Let me get you which federal court if you'd like to know. Hold up. I need to say which federal court. Sorry.
The one judge.
Which court? Give me 1 second.
But it didn't go to the Supreme Court, right?
Not quite yet.
And that's when it really matters.
They haven't issued a final ruling, but it has
Right.
already specifically been done by federal courts.
And almost every ruling that goes to the Supreme Court has gone for Trump because he's been right about all of them.
And that's not true in terms of all of the different determinations. Like, there's been plenty of things the Supreme Court said that he couldn't do, that he had to go back
Yeah,
on. But here you can
90%
read
of
an article from NPR, confused by the legal battles over troop deployments. Here's what to know.
I don't
That's
read
the title.
NPR.
What's
But
that?
okay, that's fair. I would never trust NPR with anything, but that's fair.
What, they're just,
can we
all they're
move on to-
wait, all they're doing is reporting on the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals.
Okay, I would have to look at that. But like I said, until it goes to the Supreme Court, it's not a ruling. You know, it is officially, but it gets overturned, and so many of his decisions have gone his way. Way, like I'd say 80 to 90%, although I don't have an exact figure of it. You know, but you've seen them. Every time it gets to the Supreme Court, it gets overruled by them. But on immigration, quick.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying
the
one
district.
of the big,
Like, let me clarify this before we move on. District courts and those courts that are lower courts, their jurisdiction is the law until overwritten by a higher court. So
Well, they were
until
actually-
you don't have an argument for that
didn't-
until it's overwritten by the
Hold
Supreme Court.
didn't the Supreme Court rule that these district court judges were overstepping their bounds by issuing these rulings?
On the National Guard, I did not see that.
No. On all the rulings they've been doing, mostly on immigration, where they ruled that the district courts did not have the right to overrule all or set the overrule what he was doing. I think it was one in Seattle and one in Minnesota where he was saying what could happen in Florida. And I might be just I know I'm my mind's going blank right now, but they ruled that they don't have the jurisdiction to knock down everything he does. So Supreme Court actually started to limit what district courts can do.
So yeah, you could say, but I'd have to know what district you're referencing. I'd have to know what you're specifically referencing. From like what Matt said, he said that there was only in universal restraining orders. So that would only be,
Fair
I guess,
enough.
in specific circumstances. So I guess my determination is, I mean, could you point to the language in the Insurrection Act that says that or anything like that? Like, because I mean, I'm going off of the
I can't
district
bring it
court
up
until
because I'm
there's a
on my
higher
phone,
court that
and then
rules on it.
If I go on my phone, it'll knock me off. But I would suggest that you read the Insurrection Act before you keep saying that he doesn't have jurisdiction, because in a lot of cases he does. I'm sure you could twist it into cases that he doesn't have the authorization or the jurisdiction. But I would read the Insurrection Act before you
Have
keep
you read
saying
it?
that he doesn't have the right. Yeah, I read the parts that said that, but I can't quote them.
Okay, well, I mean, like,
Absolutely.
well, then couldn't you say the same thing to you about whether or not he has the jurisdiction to do so?
Well, why don't you just do this? Go on any AI and say, can the president use the National Guard without the governor's approval?
It's
And
going to
it'll tell
cite
you
the same
yes.
thing I just did. It's going to cite the district
No,
court
I
that
just
has
did it.
jurisdiction.
I just looked it up and it said, yes, absolutely, the president can use the National Guard without the permission of a governor. Absolutely.
Okay.
Go to
well, AI,
but anyway,
you use AI to do it. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the best, but
I'm
look it up.
suggesting you do it. Okay, go ahead.
Go for it. Bring up whatever you'd like to bring up while I look this up.
Okay, the talking point from every Democrat about immigration is that Trump had people strike down the border bill, the bipartisan border bill, but the Democrats had control of Congress at the time, right? Had control of the Senate.
Wait, here we go. So by the way, it says that they can do so during an insurrection or rebellion. Or an invasion.
Or an invasion.
Say that again?
Or an invasion?
Yeah, an invasion, insurrection, or rebellion.
Yeah, and
So
he could.
there is
he
no
could point to
insurrection,
crime
rebellion,
as-
or invasion. So
That's for the courts to decide. But he can use it without the. My argument was he can use it without authorization from the governor. He can. You want to say he in this case it doesn't apply, but you keep saying he can't do it without
well,
the.
obviously,
my point.
unless there's an insurrection, we know that there's not an insurrection
Okay.
or a rebellion happening
Then
right now.
you
Therefore,
should
you
add
can't make that
when you say
argument.
that thing. No, I didn't make an argument. I said you have to stop saying he could never use the National Guard without a governor.
Well,
But he can.
I wasn't even saying not an insurrection. I was just saying that he needs the consent of the governor because obviously those things
Not
aren't met.
always, right? But
Sure,
not
yeah,
always.
sure, yeah, but obviously those aren't met, so he doesn't have a
Like I
justification
said,
for doing
this,
so.
This isn't the point I wanted to make when I called. The point was the bipartisan immigration bill, which was a terrible bill to begin with, but the Democrats had control of the Senate at the time when that was going to be voted on, and it didn't pass the Senate because 5 Democrats voted against it. So it wasn't Trump that knocked it down. Was he going to knock it down?
It was
And,
Trump that knocked it
if
down.
It made
He called for people in Congress to undermine that bill. Those Democrats were because the bill was too
Yeah.
conservative leaning.
hold on. Democrats,
Yeah, literally, those Democrats didn't vote for it
voted
because it was too
against
conservative
it,
leaning.
but it didn't get out of the Senate.
Yeah, like
He-
for
he had no
example,
control over the Senate.
Bernie Sanders did not vote for it because it was too
Right.
conservative leaning. Okay,
But
your point that you're
Democrats had
making
the
here is
Senate,
an
though.
invalid point because it's not specifically the Democrats as a whole. Most Democrats voted for this. It's
You
specifically
can
Donald
filibuster
Trump.
if you want, but
It's
you're not
Donald.
answering my question.
Listen, it's Donald
Did
Trump.
they
That,
have control of the Senate? Did they have control of the Senate? Democrats had control of the Senate. It wasn't the Republicans that knocked it down. It was the Democrats. You could say why the Democrats did it. That's fine. But Democrats voted that bill down, not Republicans.
were there more Democrats or Republicans that voted for that bill?
Were there more there were more Democrats that voted for the bill.
Okay, so then how could it be Democrats that knocked down the bill when more Democrats voted for the bill?
You know how that's just not fair. That's ridiculous.
How is
to
that not
say.
fair?
That's ridiculous to say. Democrats controlled the bill. Of course, most of the bills they're going to go one side or the other. Most of the Democrats are going to vote if a Democrat brings it up. Most Republicans are going to vote if the Republicans bring it up. But you're not being.
This was a
You know, fair
bipartisan
with that.
border bill, meaning that not all
But the
Democrats are going to
Democrats-
listen. This is a bipartisan border bill,
Not
meaning
fair.
not all Democrats are going to agree with the bill. It's bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats. Now, Donald Trump is the one that called people in Congress to tell them to not vote for the bill. That's why I said
You're
that he's
proof of
responsible.
You're proof of that?
Yes.
In Congress, not the Senate. It never got out of the Senate. Republicans had Congress. He was calling people in Congress. In
The Senate's
House
in Congress.
because he didn't want. All right, that's why I just said the House. That's why I just said the House. He was calling people in the House because he wanted to knock it down in the House because Republicans had the House, but it never even got out of the Senate.
Wait.
never
He
even got
has
to the
he
Senate.
has influence over the Senate as well. You act like he doesn't have influence over the Senate. He has influence over Republicans in the Senate.
If Democrats knocked it down, now I got to go.
You
all right?
just cut
Football's
out.
about to
You
start.
keep saying Democrats
That's
knocked it down.
important
That's
to
just
me, but
not
thanks for
true.
your time.
More Democrats voted for it, and it was the
Everyone
case that
knows.
Donald Trump
Everyone
called people in
listening
Congress
knows.
to undermine that bill. Like
Didn't. It didn't.
the heads of the
And that's why
Democratic
it got
Party
knocked
were in
down.
support of the bill.
5 knocked it down. 5 Democrats knocked it down.
Progressive
So the heads of the
Democrats that
Democratic
disagreed with it
Party
because it was a
were in-
bipartisan border bill. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so
Do you
it's
think
their
that?
fault.
Do you think
So
that
it's their
all?
fault.
I'm
It's
sorry.
their fault,
You
then.
you can't. No, it's not.
It's their fault then.
Wait,
Yes,
no,
it is.
it's
Yes, it
it's
is.
not
They
that.
knocked it
No,
down.
no, no, no. Listen. So you
They
would say
knocked-
you would
Hope
say it's the,
everyone hearing this just looks it up and
It
they
is-
know what a false
it is not
claim
the
that
fault
is.
of the
Bye,
Democrats
buddy. I
as
gotta
a
go.
whole. This is so dishonest. It's so dishonest for you to say that because a few Democrats disagreeing with the bill does not mean the Democrats as a whole undermine the bill. Right? That makes no sense. Most Democrats voted for the bill. That was a small portion of Democrats in the Senate. Okay. What is this guy talking about, bro? Like, I think that was really dishonest. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Hold up, we gotta. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that or no? There's just like a firefighters or no, it's the firefighters. They have to honk so crazy because the traffic is nuts here in New York. It's actually nuts. The traffic is crazy. Like, I live in LA and the traffic is not like this in LA. Maybe it's just Manhattan, but like, fuck, dude, the traffic is crazy. It's crazy here. Okay. Good thing public transportation is half decent. First time in New York? Yes, it is. It is my first time in New York. Alrighty, let's get the next person up here. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? New York is really fun though. I've had a great time so far. I was out like all day yesterday and I was so tired when I got back. I was so tired because I took the entire day off yesterday. So I was so tired getting back yesterday. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
Hey, bye.
It didn't even sound like Evil Dean. Yeah. Good to see you, Evil Dean. How you doing? It's so funny. All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates.
Press that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You're good. Don't worry. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let's go on to the next person here real quick. Evil Dean is such an icon. I'm not going to lie. Such an icon. Just like the Farm Sim kid. Like, we love Evil Dean and the Farm Sim kid. Best trolls on the live. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual.
Tell you that.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
May.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
And why is that?
Well, I really like his immigration policy.
Okay. Such as?
The one that if you deport the Jews and the niggers having sex, the Jews and the niggers fucking each other and having sex.
Charlie Kirk fan, by the way. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. You know what's crazy to me? So that person probably thinks that they're like Christian. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, you have Charlie Kirk in your profile picture, you're Christian, and you're trying to... I mean, hey, if you want to associate him with all of that horribleness, I mean, he already was, but that's you trying to do that to your own guy. I don't know why you do that. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Isn't New York cold since you're used to LA weather?
I would actually say it is cold since I'm used to LA weather, but like I was fine. Like yesterday, I gave my girlfriend my flannel, and I was just like walking around with just like a t-shirt on. It was cold, but like, you know, I was fine. It wasn't like too bad. I got used to it, and it wasn't like horrible. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Parker's from Iowa where it gets cold. Honestly, though, like, there are genuinely times in LA where it's actually, like, it feels colder and, like, I need a coat comparative to, like, New York. Like, I was actually, like, kind of fine. Like, maybe it was just, like, not that much of a wind or anything like that, but. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Tomorrow's your last day in New York? Yep. Parker's from Iowa? Yep. I grew up in Iowa. I've been living in LA since I was what's it called? Turning 13. So I was like 12 turning 13. Alrighty, let me get this next person up here. So I've been living in LA for over a decade now. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Yo, what's up, 21?
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
04.
Oh, and Angel, it was good meeting you yesterday, by the way. It was great meeting you, Angel. Sorry, what were you saying, Dominic? How old are you?
2004.
And you said you're how old?
21.
For some reason, I feel like I don't believe you. New York is very overstimulating. I feel like it is, but like, it's not as overstimulating as I thought it was going to be. Like, maybe I haven't gone to like I feel like I've been in areas that have been a lot of people, but like, it's not as overstimulating as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be worse. Where in Iowa? I grew up in the QC. All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everybody. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Wait, hi. I just wanted to say I really love you.
I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Let's go on the next individual real quick, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria. And by the way, everyone, if you see me in New York, always feel free to come up to me and say hi. I'm always willing to say hi to everyone. And don't be scared to say hi. Like I always want to say hi.
Your ass.
Always willing to take a picture. Can even ask me questions. I'll literally talk to you for a second, of course, as long as I have time. I don't think there's any time restraint where I am. So if you see me, you can always say hi. I love seeing everyone. Like, it's so fun. Like everyone's been so nice. Everyone's been amazing that I've seen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
No way.
Oh. I kicked them as soon as they said no way. Oops. But yeah, everyone's been so kind. Literally every single person. So nice. It literally like warms my heart, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it like seriously does. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 48.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
Yeah, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
A million times Donald Trump.
Why is that?
Because the alternative is just a nightmare.
Okay.
And Harris was not. She was not voted in the primary. She would have been like what y'all were doing with the No Kings. It would have been that for Kamala Harris.
Okay. Well, that's just not true. She was voted in the primaries because it is the case that we voted for the Biden-Harris ticket, meaning if the president steps down, that the vice president would step up. Also, 80% of the Democratic Party was satisfied with her being the nominee, right? And no one else decided to run against her.
You keep saying that. I hear you say that over and over again. That's not true. It's just that's not what it is. You don't vote for the vice president. You vote for the president. And
we voted for the Biden-Harris ticket. It was the Biden-Harris ticket when we voted in 2024.
That's incorrect.
No, it is correct.
You vote for Biden. People don't go because they want to go vote for J.D. Vance or for whoever's the vice president because she got zero whenever she was running for president.
That's just not true. She had 8 to 15% of the vote before she dropped out to be on the campaign.
Parker, I mean, you're the smartest guy.
That's like saying Pete Buttigieg got 0%. That's ridiculous for you to say that.
No, didn't she get the lowest? When she booted out?
No, she dropped out of the race because she joined to be the vice president for the Biden-Harris administration.
Come on, dude. Come on. Parker.
She had 8 to 15% support within the primaries. If you want to reference elections and not doing well in elections, do you remember when Trump ran in 2000? Do you remember when Trump ran in 2000?
What were you watching that we all weren't watching? Because we all saw.
I was. Everyone else agrees with me in the chat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't worry about your chat right now. Your chat obviously is, God bless them. They need a lot of help. But you're a very smart guy. You know what I'm talking about. There's no way in hell that she should have been anywhere close to being nominated for the Democratic representative to be a president. And even your party, half of y'all said the same thing. No one was happy with her. That's why she lost.
Not true. 80% of the Democratic Party was satisfied with her being the nominee.
Did she win the popular vote?
She did not win the popular vote, but not winning the
Did-
popular
did
vote
she
is
win
not
any swing
evidence.
states?
So Biden would have lost at a greater margin.
Parker, did she win any swing states?
Do you agree that Biden would have lost at a greater margin?
No, just answer my question. Did she?
I
win
actually
any-
said it first. I'll address once you said.
What are you asking?
Would Biden have lost at a greater or lesser margin?
We're not going to know, don't we? I mean, I can't
We
speculate. We don't
actually
know.
do. Based upon polling data, it indicated that
Uh,
Kamala Harris would do better than Biden
What,
by far.
what polling data? I mean, if you're going to go,
Yeah, from
bring
AP
things up-
News, NPR, PBS, Reuters, right? Like all of them reported on different polling that indicates that Donald Trump had a better chance at beating Joe Biden than he did at beating Kamala Harris. That's a fact. You can sit there and you can try to deny that as much as you want, but that's a fact.
Well, I mean, we all know what polls do, right? Like the polls they had Hillary Clinton beating Trump by how much whenever they were running?
Within
And these
the
are
margin
same
of
polls
error.
that we trust today.
Within a margin of error. And also, like, you understand that they've
A
taken into
margin of
account,
error?
yeah, they've taken into account specifically what was happened with Hillary Clinton, and they've adopted that within the polling mechanisms today. So,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I think this is a reliable mechanism for telling the difference between Harris and Biden. I think that Biden definitely was in a circumstance where he would have gotten significantly less votes, right? Even though he was like the presidential candidate when voted in the primaries. But again,
No,
what
sir.
you're not listening to is the fact that she's the vice president on the ticket. The ticket was Biden Harris. You can sit there and say, oh, people don't vote for the vice president. The reality is the vice president steps up when the president steps down, and that's not undemocratic for that process to exist because we voted for the ticket.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Okay.
What you said that the vice president steps up whenever the president steps down. Correct, but that's in case of an emergency or a death or a sickness, illness, not for the race for the next president. of
Joe
the United
Biden has
States.
cancer.
Eh,
But
that's
it's
regardless.
also
We
it's
didn't find
also
out.
it's also like if they
We-
specifically if the party doesn't want the president and prefers the vice president, in that circumstance, the president stepping down would also be warranted.
And how many times has that happened in the history of the U.S.?
I don't know the amount of times it's happened in the history of the U.S.
Never.
Like so does that change anything? This is you
Yeah, of
understand that
course
this
it does.
process has
I mean,
existed
that's-
once they've been elected, right? Like for
Sure.
example, like I can point to Lyndon B. Johnson, like LBJ.
Yeah.
That's an
Uh-huh.
example
Of what?
of a
No, it's
vice
not.
president stepping up when a
Yes,
president died.
of course, absolutely, and I agree with you with that. What you're trying to say is that she deserved to be in there because Biden got kicked out.
No, Biden decided to step down himself.
Biden, but he didn't step down from the presidency. That's what I'm saying.
He stepped down from
he
the
stepped down
running
from
for
the
presidency. So
running for the presidency.
the ticket when running for president was Biden Harris. If Biden steps
understand.
down from said ticket to run, who steps up? It's obviously Kamala Harris. Also,
My
she had
argument-
80%. She had 80%
understand your
support.
argument.
She had 80% support from the Democratic Party, as they were specifically they supported her being the nominee, alongside the fact that Donald Trump himself incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol and pardoned the violent rioters who beat police officers, and he called them patriots.
Yeah, but the Democratic Party, okay, that's fine. Your statistics may or may not be right, but I'll go with what you're saying. The Democratic Party, 80% of them voted or allowed her to be in as the representative, representing your party. The people did not vote her in. The people did not want her to be there. And then,
That's just not true. I've responded to this 7 times. If you want to repeat the same bullshit talking point,
you
I'm going to kick you and go to the next
7
person. You're
times.
wasting my time.
You
If
were
I have to
wrong
keep
7
repeating
times,
this,
Parker.
stop. If I have to keep repeating the same point over and over again because you're not
See?
responding to anything new
You're
that I
not
say,
listening now.
I'm going to go on to the next person and stop wasting my time.
Because you can't win that argument because you know it's true.
What do you mean? You're not responding to my points.
Well, I did. I already responded to it. I
No,
said
you
that it's
didn't.
incorrect. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
We voted for the Biden-Harris ticket. Are you a Democratic voter?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. So then what the fuck are you talking about? We're the Democratic voters. I'm a
I'm trying to
Democratic
show
voter.
you.
All the people in my comment section are Democratic voters. Were you guys happy with Harris being the candidate over Biden? Type 3 in the
gaslighting
type 3 in the comment section right now if you're happy that Harris was the candidate over Biden.
You're gaslighting your viewers.
That's not gaslighting. How the
Yes,
define
sure it is.
gaslighting? Define gaslighting.
Bro, you define gaslighting. Is that
I
you're
will.
lying
I
to
will
them.
once you answer.
You're making up statistics and you're making up all kinds of stuff.
I didn't make
to
up
try to get
statistics.
them
I literally
to
cited the
believe what
poll
you're
for
saying.
you. An
This is
AP
not
poll
true.
indicated that 80% of the Democratic Party was satisfied with her being the nominee. I didn't make up polling. I didn't make up statistics. You're lying.
That's fine.
You're
That
actually
may
the
be-
one
that may be
gaslighting
it.
because you're trying to manipulate people
No.
like me, like to thinking that I'm crazy
You're
for a
manipulating.
factual statement. So you're lying to manipulate me into believing that what I said wasn't actually the case, which is actually gaslighting by definition. Okay. So you can sit there and you can say I'm gaslighting, but I'm just saying the entire comment section are Democratic voters saying they are completely okay with that process. You're not a Democratic voter. Get the fuck out of our party. We don't want you here. We don't want you deciding whether or not we have a certain process or another process for our candidate. Okay? We were happy with said process. If you have an issue with being anti-democratic, then you wouldn't have voted for an anti-democratic candidate like Donald Trump, who incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol, pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers, called them patriots, and also specifically has been denying the 2020 election results still to this day. You're such a fucking hypocrite. It's unbelievable.
You ready for me?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. What I'm saying is that she was not voted in to be the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party by the people. Okay. Biden stepped out. He was forced to be stepped out. And then the Democratic Party, yes, your people, could be 80%, whatever you're saying, voted her in. That's not the people, though. That's not the voters. The voters didn't want her in there.
It was 80% of Democratic Party voters. You're not listening, dude.
No, I am listening, but you're wrong. That's what I'm saying. This is
yes, no, I'm not. I'm citing an AP poll.
You're an AP poll that was written when? After the fact? After the fact?
No, specifically during the process.
She didn't even want to be in there. She was bullied in there. You know this, right?
Wrong.
Come on. Bro, I mean, even today...
Read her book instead of gaslighting and lying.
See, we said the same thing.
You are actually gaslighting right now.
We said the same thing just right now. Read her book. Exactly. Yeah. Everyone, all the viewers, you guys go pick out her book and read it. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong or if Parker's right.
Well, yeah, I'm right. If you read her book, I'm right.
Well, God bless you, bro. I mean, I think that this is a big reason why everyone, or not everyone, but the majority, the popular vote, the electoral vote, everyone wanted Trump in there.
Not everyone wanted Trump. Now, can you respond to any of the points that I've made about how Donald Trump is anti-democratic? If you care about a democratic process, why do you ignore it whenever it's relating to Donald Trump undermining it?
I'm not ignoring anything.
You did. I've brought it up 3 times now, and you've not responded to it once yet. Respond to it.
But I'm saying that I don't think that you're right. I don't think that you're
right.
Wait,
I am right. What was I wrong with in terms of how Donald Trump has denied the election results still to this day? He incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol, pardoned the violent rioters who called them patriots.
Opinion. Go ahead. What's the next
None
one?
of those are opinions. All of those are facts.
Opinions. No.
Which was the opinion?
That he incited the riot in J6.
He incited a violent insurrection. Okay, so let's go through this.
How? Prove it. Prove it.
On January 6th, do you think that was a violent insurrection?
No, I do not.
Can you define insurrection?
No, not top of my head, no, but it was not violent.
Okay, it was violent. There were 140 people that specifically were assaulted police officers. DJ Rodriguez, for example, drove a stun gun into the neck of a police officer, right? And Donald Trump fucking pardoned that guy. He was sentenced and convicted, and Donald Trump pardoned that guy.
Why?
Because he called him a patriot.
Why? But why would he do that?
That's your answer. You have to answer that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know why, but I'm asking you, why do you think that happened? You think this because Trump is a criminal? Then because Trump
I think it's because he wanted the violence on that day. He condoned the violence on that day, and if he didn't condone the violence on that day, if he condemned it, he wouldn't have pardoned them.
I mean, that's just hilarious, Parker.
No, tell me, like seriously, like if he condoned the violence, why would he pardon it? Tell me.
When did he condone it? That's what I'm asking you.
When he pardoned it.
Where?
When he pardoned it.
Okay,
so answer this question. If he did not condone the violence, if he condemned it, why did he pardon it?
What about all that video surveillance that showed
such a dishonest fuck? Answer my question.
No, I'm answering your question.
No, you're not. If he did not condone it,
okay,
then why did he pardon them?
Because he did not see a violent insurrection happen like the rest
they
of
didn't.
us.
They were convicted of engaging in violence. What are you talking about?
By your party who...
No, not by my party, by a jury in a criminal court. What are you talking about by my party? My party didn't determine that he was guilty. It was a jury in a criminal court. You fucking liar. You're such a liar. Why are you lying?
Was it the Supreme Court? Was it the Supreme Court?
No, it wasn't the Supreme Court. What?
Who was it then? Who was it?
It was a criminal court.
By who? In what state?
I would assume that it would be near DC. I'd have to check.
Or in DC, exactly.
DC's not a state though.
And those judges are what? They're blue. Is that correct?
No, not all judges are blue.
I know they're not all blue, but those are.
And also,
right?
It was the entire jury that determined this. And also, by the way, they admitted it to themselves. Like DJ Rodriguez, for example, DJ Rodriguez has admitted he did this. The officer himself talks about the fact that he had a stun gun drove into his neck by DJ Rodriguez. Do you think the officer's lying? Do you think the officer's a left-wing lunatic?
Who's Rodriguez?
DJ Rodriguez, who drove a stun gun into the neck of a police officer.
And do you know his history? Do you know his past? Who did he vote for in the past?
He's a violent insurrectionist, or he's a Trump supporter.
Republican?
Yes, he's a Trump supporter. Yes.
And he's registered as a Republican. Did you see that?
He's a Trump supporter. Yes, we all know him as a Trump
How do you
supporter.
know he's a Trump supporter?
Why is this guy lying? We know this already. This has already been confirmed.
No, but what I'm asking you.
Why would he be breaking into the Capitol on January 6th if he's not a Trump supporter?
He could have been somebody with a mental health problem, somebody that was a
He
criminal.
admitted it. He has admitted he's a MAGA
Could be an
supporter himself.
opportunist.
So I'm sorry. He admitted he was a MAGA supporter, but he's just lying.
Yeah, he could. It happens all the time. Don't
Dude,
they?
this guy's so dishonest.
sides.
The 140
This
people.
is your gaslighting that you're doing.
This
to
is
your
not me
people.
gaslighting. You're being so dishonest right now. Donald Trump.
I'm trying
Okay,
to
so
speak
by the way,
really.
if he's a left wing lunatic, why did Donald Trump pardon him?
He pardoned DJ Rodriguez.
He pardoned.
Is that
Yes.
what you said? Are you sure about that?
Yes.
All right. Well, I have to look into that, but I don't remember him doing that. I know that he pardoned like everybody, kind of like 1,500 people he pardoned. If DJ Rodriguez was in there, then maybe so. I don't know that he looked at every single person that was in there. Do you know that?
Yes, he did. He individually pardoned them.
Okay. See, this is how we can have a conversation.
So if he didn't look into it, then that's his fault.
It's his fault, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, I don't think that he thinks like the rest of us. We don't think that it was a violent insurrection. That there may have been
It was.
injuries. There may have been
There were-
death
okay, so
by some crazy ass.
Can you answer this question?
Go ahead.
Did DJ Rodriguez engage in violence?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about him, to be honest with you.
Wow, what a dishonest fuck. Yes, he did.
Why?
He was pardoned for that violence.
Okay.
He was
I don't know nothing
convicted
about him.
of that violence. Okay.
He shouldn't have been
Do you think
if
there
he
was
did.
any violence on January 6th?
I think that there was a clash between the people that went inside of the Capitol and the security guards, but then, and there's police officers also, but that's always going to happen.
Okay. Were there any rioters that assaulted police officers?
I don't know. I don't know if they're.
You
exactly
don't know?
rioters.
You don't
I
know. So
if
then you don't know
no, I
enough
wouldn't
about
consider
January
them-
6th to claim
I
anything.
wouldn't consider them rioters. What is a rioter?
Okay.
What's
Okay.
the
Then,
definition of a riot?
so were there people that assaulted police officers on January 6th?
I don't know. The videos don't show it.
Such a dishonest fuck.
No,
Yes,
the
they
videos
do.
don't show
There
it.
are
Where?
videos that show this. What are you talking
there's
about?
there's
You've
videos
done
that
no.
show-
Wait. By the way, you can't sit up here and tell me this when you've done no research on January 6th. You have done
No,
none. If you
I
did
had
any
the same
research on January,
anybody
shut
else
up.
that was watching TV.
Shut up. You don't know anything about what we're talking about. There's honestly no reason for you to even be on the stream right now. You don't know anything about what you're talking about. You're saying you don't know that there were people who assaulted police officers on January 6th? That's a bullshit lie. You're fucking gaslighting us right now because we know you do know that. We know you do know that. Not only have I explained it to you right now, but you definitely have seen this information before in the past. You're such a
My turn?
lying piece of shit. Shut the fuck
Mine?
up.
Can I say something?
You're a liar. You're a liar. You are a gaslighting, manipulative, lying piece of shit because you're on my live stream right here denying something that we all know to be the case. Okay? It is a fact that Donald Trump pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers. How about this? If it was the case that Donald Trump did so, would you acknowledge that he specifically was anti-democratic?
Okay, can I speak now?
If you respond to what I said, if not, I'll kick you.
Yeah. Okay. To just bring down your question. What exactly was the question?
Yeah, if it was the case that Donald Trump pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers and he called them patriots on January 6th, right, would you specifically say that he was anti-democratic for doing so?
Any president that did that, yes. I'm not saying that Trump did that. Though.
Donald Trump did do that, and Donald Trump is anti-democratic. So given that this is true, I can give you a source right now if you'd like it. Would you like a source right now that proves this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. AP News, NPR, PBS, Reuters, Fox News even fucking says this. Look at them all. Go to them all. Look at the fucking presidential records, right, from the White House that indicate that he pardoned DJ Rodriguez. Look at the criminal conviction of DJ Rodriguez, right? All reported on by all of those different media organizations that I just referenced. Every single media organization reported on this. Every single mainstream media organization. The fact that you haven't read this is an issue on your behalf.
No, I've read everything. Honestly, I have. Listen, this is my.
Okay,
this
so
is
then
my
you
point.
know that he's anti-democratic then because you said you've read everything.
If you let me speak for just a minute, and everyone needs to listen to this because this is the problem. It's that the rhetoric that's being portrayed out there, y'all are saying that it was a motivated, premeditated insurrection that was made by Donald Trump for these people to go over there, just these peaceful protesters, not even protesters really, they were just there to go and do this thing. It wasn't no premeditated anything. There's no record. There's no proof of that. What you're saying is all feelings. It's not facts. Where was the motive for this? Who organized this riot? Who? You think Trump did? You think people on the right did?
Literally, we have evidence of that. Donald Trump himself said, fight
Yeah.
like hell, take back the country from those that stole it from you. And then he pardoned the violent rioters who beat police officers and he called them patriots. That demonstrates motive. That demonstrates intent. That demonstrates that he condones the violence on that day. And if you can't identify that, I'm sorry, but you're a fucking idiot.
You see,
Okay?
you keep
And
going
you're the
to
reason why this
Amsterdam and
country is
hoping
going to be
one
worse
time.
over and over and over again. Because idiots like you vote and have the same fucking equivalent vote as me. It's insane. I can't even fucking fathom the fact that you have the same
Parker.
vote as me. Yet you can't identify that it's anti-democratic in upholding a greater level of violence to incite a violent insurrection at the Capitol. And you can't do any
Yeah,
research
it
to look
really
into this
happens, though.
after 4 fucking years. 4 years. You've had 4
It didn't
years to
really
look into
happen
this.
that way, though. It's just-
You've had
this
4 years to look into this and you don't know?
Parker, this is just what I'm talking about. I mean, you're going off of feelings. You're not going off of facts.
I am going
Okay,
off of facts. You've provided no facts today. What do you mean I'm not going off of facts? I've cited the
your face
facts.
is red right now. You're
Wait,
super pissed off.
wait,
I'm
you're
trying to-
just
I'm trying to
dishonest.
explain to you.
You're dishonest. Me having a red face does not mean that I'm not going off of facts. Okay? I am having an emotional response to the fact that you specifically aren't actually using facts. You're not using evidence. You're not using reason. You're not using critical thought. You didn't do any fucking research.
But
And
what
yet
was
you're
the
still
motive?
sitting here and claiming all of this shit, trying to say that we're anti-democratic for supporting Kamala Harris in the election over Donald Trump when you support a guy
was.
who
It's
incited a violent
clear.
insurrection at the Capitol and pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers. I cited sources. You've given me nothing but other than like, oh, I just haven't seen that yet.
Then how do you explain how bad Kamala Harris lost?
She didn't lose that. She lost by a smaller margin than Trump lost in 2020.
But how do you describe that? How do you explain the fact
She
that
lost.
this is the
Did you
first-
hear what I said? She
No, no, no,
lost
no,
by
no,
a
that's not-
smaller
How do you explain
margin
the fact
than what
that
Donald
she
Trump
lost
lost by
the-
in 2020.
That she lost the electoral and the popular. How
By
do you
a
explain
smaller
that?
margin than what Trump lost in 2020.
No, because the Republican Party has always been historically won the electoral when the Democratic
So,
wins
because
the popular,
historically
right?
speaking, the Republicans have lost the popular vote does not mean that like
I'm
this
not
is a
talking
bigger
about the
issue on behalf of
1800s.
Kamala Harris.
I'm talking about recently. I'm talking about recent history.
Yeah, so Republicans have got dog walked and they can only win because of the Electoral College does not mean that this is a larger margin than what we've seen specifically in 2020. Again, Donald Trump lost by a larger margin in 2020 than Kamala Harris lost by in 2024.
That doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that what matters
does matter.
is that she lost terribly. She did lose terribly. You know this.
So,
But
so
why-
Trump,
why-
so
you-
Trump
you
lost
don't
terribly.
answer the
Do you
question.
agree Trump lost terribly in 2020?
Well, let me ask. You don't answer my
Do you
question.
agree
I'm
that
trying to
Trump
answer all
lost
the questions.
terribly in 2020?
Oh yeah, he lost terribly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what's your point with this?
My point is why do you think that? My point is the reason why Kamala Harris lost so bad is because the Democratic Party didn't want her. She shouldn't have never been in the primary. She didn't win the primary.
So
And then
Trump
what they
lost in
did-
2020 because the
what-
Republican Party didn't want him.
What they did is
Did
that
Trump
they
lose in
used-
2020 because the Republican Party did not want him?
They used a technicality. To
Did
get,
Trump lose in
Kamala
2020
Harris-
because the Republican Party did not want him?
What's that?
Did Trump lose in 2020 because the Republican Party did not want him?
No, it's just simply because.
Okay, so then why are you
voters-
being dishonest and saying that because Kamala Harris
You didn't let me
lost,
finish my
that means the
sentence.
Democratic Party didn't want her? Because what you
You're
said was
being dishonest
bullshit.
because you're not allowing me to finish my answer.
What you said
You're
was
being
bullshit.
dishonest. No, it's not bullshit. That's your
It
opinion.
was. I just proved it was
Okay.
bullshit.
No. How many people voted for Trump that year when they lost against Biden? Was it 80 million?
No.
Yeah, it was 80 million.
It was 74
Biden
million.
Biden got like 84 million or something like that, right?
No, Biden got 81 million and Trump got 74, which
Okay,
is less than
74.
which is less than what Harris got in 2024.
And
There
how
were
many
more-
votes did
There were more
Trump
people who
get
voted for
whenever he
Kamala Harris in 2024 than there were people who voted for Donald Trump in 2020.
Trump got the same amount of votes against Hillary Clinton, and he won.
No,
So
no, so
what-
again, you're not listening. No, he got
What-
less
what is
votes
it?
against Hillary Clinton. So
You're
Donald
asking me
Trump,
why
Donald
I
Trump,
think-
listen. Donald Trump got less votes in 2020 than Kamala Harris got in 2024. You
I
want to try
understand
again?
it. I understand it. Yeah, more people went out to vote. I understand this. Yeah, what I'm saying is
Actually,
that
overall, less people went out to vote. False.
No, it's fact. What's 81 plus
Plus 74?
whatever she got? 74, right? And how many people went out for the Trump Biden ticket?
77 plus 75.
There you go. And the one before that for Hillary and Trump?
Hold up. Give me 1 second.
What I'm saying is that while you're looking up your thing, is that more people went out to vote. That's why Biden won.
No,
against
there
Trump.
were actually 2 million more people under the 2020 2020
2016? Oh. But you asked me the question why, and I'm telling you why. And Kamala Harris, nobody wanted her in there. She was bullied in there. And it says in her book, she specifically, you can tell by the way her book reads that she didn't want to be in there.
Not true.
And then
Tell me
she felt
one
that she
thing
was
in her
abandoned.
book says that she didn't want to be president.
If you go to, I think it was chapter 7. Do you have
What
her
was
book right
chapter
to read?
7 titled?
I don't remember the title off the back of my head, but it was like a chapter 6 or chapter 7 that she was talking about.
He's
how,
rage baiting. Name 3 chapters from the book.
You don't even let me
No.
talk,
Tell me 3 chapters from the book.
Listen, I don't speak as fast as you do.
No,
but
name
I'm
3
just as
chapters from the
intelligent as you
book.
are.
Name 3 chapters from the book.
I'm trying to let you know. That way your viewers can go over there and buy the book also. Listen what I'm doing. I'm trying to help your side buy books for Kamala Harris. But go in there.
You can't answer the question because he doesn't know.
I don't have it off top. I don't memorize things the way you do.
No, but you said you read the
I'll
book,
skim
right?
them, I'll
You
look
said
at
you
them,
read the
I'll read
book.
them. Yeah, you have a photographic memory. We all know.
Can you name one chapter?
That's why you're such a great grifter, bro.
Great grifter. Can you name one chapter?
Are you going to listen to what I'm saying or not?
Give me the name of one chapter.
Kamala Harris. Listen.
Give me the name of one chapter. You said you read it. Tell me one chapter name. What a liar. What a liar. Wrong. Name one chapter.
You haven't even read the book.
So I know more about the book than you do.
So then what are you talking about? I'm telling you.
Can you name one chapter? You haven't read the book. It's obvious you haven't read the book. Name one chapter.
It's obvious. I'm trying to explain to you, but you don't shut up.
Name one chapter.
Okay. Anyways.
Name one chapter.
Listen,
Name one.
I really appreciate. I do appreciate.
Oh, he can't do it. What? He's gonna leave. You're gonna leave.
Parker, listen to me. You're a smart guy. I watch you. I'm entertained by you. The guys that are on my side, they get on here. A bunch of idiots.
Then please acknowledge.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
No,
'Cause I
please
gotta get
acknowledge
going.
when you're wrong. Then please
say something
acknowledge
good
when
here
you're
for you.
wrong. You have to
I wanna
acknowledge
say
when.
something good,
If you like
okay?
me at all as a person, acknowledge when you're wrong. I'm
I
serious.
like that you're educating your side. Okay, that's good. You're a good dude. I think you and Dean are both good people. Okay, and I think that one day, hopefully, we'll be able to come closer to the center, all of us together. That's the goal.
If you can
Right now, it's
acknowledge
strange.
when you're wrong, we will be able to come closer. If you can acknowledge facts, if you can use evidence, if you can
there's
use
no right or wrong
reason,
here,
we will get
Parker.
closer.
There's no right or wrong here. There's just opinions.
There is
It's just
right and
opinions.
wrong here. There is right and
No,
wrong.
no. It's not like we're
Wait,
trying
I'm
to kill
I'm sorry.
somebody.
Do you think there are correct and incorrect opinions?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so then what you just said was incorrect.
That's a weird question. That's a weird
No,
question.
what you just said that there are just opinions. There's no right or wrong. That was completely
For
false.
example, the guy that was on here earlier that yelled and screamed at you and started saying something about "hope you die" or something like that, right? The one that kind of upset you a little while ago, right? I don't like that crap, but I also don't like abortion. So it's like, it's one for the other, right? It's one for the other, isn't it? Like for me, I don't think that abortion's right. I think that's murder. You don't think that that's murder.
Okay.
So it's
What's
all
your point?
opinions here. It's all opinions, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
opinion.
that's a moral opinion, right? But
Well,
I specifically.
opinion is an opinion. You have your opinion. I have my
No, you have an opinion on
Listen,
morals.
Parker,
we were talking about facts. You were
I gotta
particularly
go feed the
prescribing.
needy. I
Wait,
gotta go feed the
wait. Do
needy.
you agree? Wait, can you admit that you've never read Kamala Harris's book?
Parker, go read the book. Okay.
Have you read it? Have you read
Read
it?
the book. You're gonna learn a lot. Yeah, I have. Yes, I have.
You have.
Go read
Name
the
one
book.
chapter.
All right. God bless you, Parker. I love you, man. I'll keep
It's
watching.
that's so dishonest.
You're
You
the
have
man.
to-
Hey, you guys keep it up.
I
You're
would
the man.
actually believe what you're saying right now if you admitted
okay,
when you were
buddy.
wrong. You
Have a
have to
good
admit
day.
when you're wrong. I'll admit whenever I'm wrong. Admit when you're wrong. You clearly didn't read the book. You clearly didn't look at where her intentions were in the book. You're clearly lying. Dude, I don't know why people do that. It's like, bro, I'm like giving you the space and the ability to be able to admit you are wrong. And you specifically choose not to do that because of your ego. It's unbelievable. Why is TikTok lagging? I'm sorry, everyone. TikTok lag. It does that sometimes between the guests. Frank, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I will try to find them later. I will try to do so. Sarah, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Lauren, the $5. Thank you. Frank, thank you for the $5. Isabel, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. Brianna, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jordan as well. Thank you for the $2. It literally is them. Yadira, thank you so much for the $5. Matthew, thank you so much for the $1. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I definitely will have to go look through that. I definitely, absolutely will. Hopefully I have time to do so today and tomorrow. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Why is it lagging on TikTok? Am I good on YouTube? Can you all still hear me on YouTube? The guy is gone, yeah. Let me say thank you to a few people on YouTube, everybody. I've got to say thank you to a few people. We have like probably 30, 40 minutes left on the live, everyone, just letting everyone know. DK, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much, DK. I really appreciate it. Madden, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Madden. Thank you. DK, again, thank you for the $2. Cornell, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. DK, thank you for the $10 again. Thank you so much. And Angie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you. DK again with the $20. Thank you so much, DK. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the $20. Gemini, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Noel with the $5. Witch, thank you for the $5. DK with the $10. Thank you. Gemini with the $2. Niao, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Jay with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Gemini again with the $20. Thank you so much, Gemini. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Gemini, thank you for the $5. Neo, again, thank you for the $5. DK with the $10. Chris, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I think I'm fine generally. Neri, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Niao, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. DK with the $10. Rue, thank you so much for the $5. It's been fun. It's been so great. I've had a great time and so far in New York. I've been having a really amazing time. It's good to, like, you know, be out of what I'm used to in terms of the normal city. I miss my normal setup though. That is one thing. Like the laptop is kind of scuffed. Like I'm going to be totally honest. It's kind of scuffed. Alrighty. Let's go on to the next individual real quick. Everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. How many likes do we have on the YouTube stream, everybody? I actually have no clue. Let me try to pull it up real quick. Actually, I'll just let the chat tell me. Oh, and Luke finally got his video to drop. Luke Beasley just... Oh, can y'all see me? Hello? Oh, it's like frozen on TikTok again, bro. Crazy, bro. I'm sorry, everyone, for all the freezing here on TikTok. I really apologize. I really apologizing for the freezing on TikTok. 1.6K on YouTube. Let's keep it going. Let's try to get to 2,000, everybody. I'm sorry it's lagging on TikTok. It's not on YouTube. Go over to YouTube if you don't want to experience any of the lag, everyone. I was going to say, Luke's Jubilee video finally dropped today. That's really cool. I was going to watch that later. I can't wait to watch that, actually. He got literally the episode that I wanted to do so bad. I wanted to do one Gen Z liberal versus 20 MAGA boomers so bad. When I saw that, I was like, bro, that's perfect. That's perfect. So I can't wait to see that. Lag is bad on YouTube too. Is it really? I apologize, everyone. I think it's just the laptop. Which there's really nothing I can do about that, to be honest. There's just too much going on for it, maybe.
Yo,
what's up? How old are you? All right, let's go on the next person. I'm surprised people saw that Adam was on one. Damn, did he speak about it or something? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 41. Live in a blue state. I'm not MAGA, but I did not vote this last cycle.
Hey, I apologize. I am just looking for people who are currently MAGA. It says it on the TikTok rules for joining the stream. For my stream. I appreciate you, though. I am just looking for some debates with people who are currently MAGA. Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Adam Kahn, no, Adam Mockler. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
You're looking mad sexy today, though, bro.
So the next individual, only send a guest request if we meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty.
Hello?
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Madhouse, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I need to pull up the definition of an insurrection like on the stream or something. I don't know, like pull the definitions up. I can't do it on my laptop though. The laptop is a bit of a struggle to use, I'm not gonna lie. Like I so much prefer my computer. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20, bro. What's up?
Do you support Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. What's your birth year?
All right. Got me. Wait.
Okay. Someone asked why I'm in New York. I am what's it called? Just visiting. First time here in New York. Just visiting a friend with my girlfriend. It's been super fun so far. Super fun. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Yeah. What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
June.
Okay. If you could go
June,
back in time and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay. Why so?
So just really think about it. Like, first of all, I don't get why the liberal policies you even support them. It makes like no sense on the policies you support.
Like which ones?
Like how you support illegal immigration.
I would prefer people to go through the legal process, but I think that the current process right now, like for people who are in the country undocumented who haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, I don't think that they should be punished for said crime.
So let's say even if it's an innocent person, they come into your house, and I know you've probably heard of this analogy before, but they come into your house and they start washing the dishes, probably making your bed for you, folding blankets. Is it still okay for them to stay in your house?
So I think that there's a legitimate rule to say that someone shouldn't be allowed to come into your house without consent, but specifically when it comes to the context of the country, if it takes too long to legally get in the country, it makes sense to come into the country undocumented, and I think that they shouldn't be punished for that. Now, if we're talking specifically, like let me give an example, in terms of like these cases. Do you believe that there should be an open border between Nevada and California?
Yes.
Okay, so should people from Nevada just be able to walk into my house and do that? Because I live in California?
No.
Okay, so just because there's an open border between two land masses does not mean that you can just walk into the house of someone. You don't view borders of a country, of a state, to be viewed anywhere near the same as those of a household, right? Alongside the fact that legitimate rules exist for the context of a household, yet legitimate rules did not exist for immigration process for those that are undocumented that have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes.
So you think we should be letting just anyone from like the entire world, just 7 billion other people, just enter the United States just because they have some sort of difficulty?
Well, I don't think that everyone in the world is going to come to the United States. I think that's a ridiculous assertion. But
I'm
like,
not saying
I
that's
do
a
believe
possibility. I'm
there's a
saying-
limit. I do believe there's a limit. Like I'm just saying that we're nowhere near the limit right now. The limit I would say is around
What is the
3%,
limit?
3% population growth per year.
So is that like, are you projecting around stopping around a billion?
A billion people are not trying to come to our country.
No, when the United States reaches a population of 1 billion, is that when you plan to enforce borders?
I just told you I want to enforce borders. In situations where they have committed a violent crime or bad crime, and I believe that there's a cap on the level of immigration that we could have, and that's probably going to be around 3% population growth. But it's possible that
So
at that
by
level
that
of
theory, can
but
Americans
it's
go to
possible at that
Canada?
level of population growth that we would still be fine.
So by that theory, can Americans go to other countries and just walk in, just like how as easily as they can walk into the United States?
Well, based upon their laws, it might not be that easy, but I think that their laws should be similar to like my immigration policy. Like if I were advocating for immigration policy in their country, I would advocate for the same immigration policy.
How would you make sure every immigrant is properly vetted? If you're allowing for that level of immigration, how are you going to make sure everyone is vetted?
Yeah, by investing into the legal immigration process and the vetting process. I think that if we make the process go significantly...
Investing as in how?
Yeah, let me explain why.
How? Like what specific ways are you going to make sure?
Yeah, I'm
'Cause even
trying to
though-
explain to that you right now, but you're cutting me off.
I apologize.
Yeah. So for people who are already in the country who are undocumented, providing them a pathway to citizenship if they aren't in the country where they are, if they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, would be a better mechanism to ensure that more people are vetted, because it would incentivize them to identify themselves to authorities, ensuring that more people who are already in the country are vetted. Secondly, for the legal immigration process in general, we would like to incentivize and invest in that to be significantly quicker by investing in immigration judges, right? Specifically to speed up the process to go quicker in terms of vetting people. That would be just one example.
Okay, so it's very easy to say, but what, and I'm just confused. Like, how do you plan to actually get this done where instead of outside this debate that this actually happens?
How am I trying to advocate for this? You're currently watching me advocate for it in front of over 7,000
That's not
people.
what I'm saying. I'm saying, how is this going to happen besides just this debate?
I just told you the policies I support.
Okay.
Like, I'm
well,
confused. What are you asking for? Like, how do we get more people to support these particular policies, and then over time, politicians will reflect that public support?
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure politicians will just listen to the people and not look for their own benefit?
They benefit in getting elected into office. If it is a requirement for them to get elected into office, then they will have to have that position in order to get elected.
Okay. Other than that, like,
so we're trying to increase public support. This is the process that I think is the best to increase the amount of people within our country that have this perspective, so that we could reflect that within Congress.
Okay, but I still don't agree on like how you can just not regulate immigration. Like you're still.
That's not true. I didn't say that. I didn't say no regulation on immigration. When did I say that?
Well, what you're pointing at is increasing the amount of people coming in, and when you increase the amount of people coming in, the amount of vetting and regulation that happens reduces drastically.
That's not
Unless
true.
There's investment, but investment.
Holy fuck, dude! Investment. There's no fucking way that you just said that. You just said the exact reason why we would be okay, and it would not lead to less vetting. So you already understood it. Why'd you make that argument if you already understood that?
Understood what?
The way that we incentivize there to be a quicker vetting process and the same amount of vetting, if not the same legitimate setup, is by investing in the process. I've already explained that to you. We have to invest in the process to make it go quicker.
Yes, that's I know that, but I'm saying investing is not always a solution. If you see how money is invested in the current government, and not just the Biden administration, but also the Trump administration, Obama administration, all types of administrations, the way money is spent is very careless. They don't spend it on things that are actually valuable. So therefore, just blindly saying that we could spend money on immigration to make it quicker to allow for more people to come in.
I gave you a specific. Did you even listen to me, bro?
Yes, I did.
Then what did I say? What was the specific thing I wanted to invest in to make the said process of vetting go quicker?
To invest in like making it quicker for people to come in.
By investing in what?
The government.
What in the government?
Immigration services.
What immigration services?
Probably visas.
No, you didn't listen to me. So I said invest in more immigration judges to make the process go quicker. That was one of the examples. There are other examples of things you could do, but it's generally about investing into workers that are dealing with the vetting process to ensure that there are more vetting people who are vetting, essentially.
Okay, and besides this argument, when you're allowing this many immigrants from coming in, how does this help the American citizen?
Because
wouldn't this take away jobs?
No, it increases the amount of jobs in our society overall because there's a greater demand for jobs within our country because there's more people within the country. It increases the size of the GDP. It increases our tax revenues. Immigrants have a higher labor force participation rate than natural-born U.S. citizens because they're on average younger, meaning that it is the case that they're going to allow for us to continue to keep the same level of benefits for Social Security, Medicare, and whatnot, even though we have a reducing population in terms of younger people and an increasing population in terms of older people for a longer period of time because of increasing life expectancy.
Well, so you're saying it increases life expectancy because immigration would improve the economy, right? Is that what you're saying? So you said more immigration would result in higher like lifespans of people because of economic growth?
No, you didn't listen to anything I said. Okay, so
could you kind of dumb it down?
Yeah, I did already, but I'll do it again. So in terms of the immigration process, so when people come to our country, they work, right? That increases the amount of tax revenues. Do you agree?
Well, not. I mean, I wouldn't say so because some taxes.
Oh my God! There's no way you're disputing this. More people come to our country and they're working means more tax revenue paid because there's more workers.
Get paid by cash. some people get paid by cash and they don't pay
Not
taxes.
every single person legally immigrating to the country is only going to be paid in cash and not reported.
Not every single person who immigrates to the country is only going to be paid in legal ways.
You know what doesn't make sense to me? Why do the Trump supporters dispute the stupidest fucking points to dispute? That's not a point to dispute. I'm sorry, you could have disputed so many other things, but you decided to dispute the fact that there would be a higher tax revenue from more people in the country. Why? What's the point of doing that? You just sound so stupid.
No, it's also an argument that illegal immigrants some of them get to escape taxes.
We're talking about legal immigrants coming to our country, bro. Listen. And undocumented immigrants paid $100 billion in taxes in 2022.
Okay, and they still got benefits as well.
No, they don't. They don't receive any federal benefits.
Being able to benefit off streetlights, sidewalks, the police.
Shut up. So
that's
do tourists.
all taxes.
Tourists
That's
also
all
do.
taxes.
So do
That's
tourists.
all taxes.
Yeah, and tourists also get those.
Temporarily, but they have to leave.
So, what's your point? They also still get it. So, I don't know what your point is with that.
They don't get to build a
let me
life
clarify, because this is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard. When there are more people in our country, there are higher tax revenues because there are more people working. Okay, increased population.
There are,
be
but
quiet.
not per capita.
Just be quiet.
Not
Just
per
be quiet.
capita.
Just shut up. Please, shut the fuck up. 1, GDP per capita does increase. 2, tax revenues do increase because it is the case that they have a higher labor force participation rate, meaning they work to a greater extent than natural-born U.S. citizens, meaning they're providing to the system to a greater extent comparative to natural-born U.S. citizens, meaning that it is the case that they specifically, right, are going to increase the level of tax revenues overall. Why is this relevant? This is relevant because, all right, the population of our country is going to decline by 2050. The Congressional Budget Office, a bipartisan committee from the federal government, has indicated by 2050 that we're going to have a decreasing population because we've been below replacement rates in terms of fertility rate, which means essentially how many children per person, technically per woman, and it's been below 2.1, which is the replacement rate. So we're actually going to have a decreasing population, meaning a greater percentage of our population will be older and a smaller percentage of our population will be younger, meaning a smaller percentage of our population will be paying into the systems to benefit things like Medicare and Social Security. All right. So if we have decreasing tax revenues because less people are working, right, because we didn't increase immigration, and there are more people who are older, less people who are younger proportionally, that means that we won't be able to keep the same level of benefits for Social Security and Medicare, meaning we'll have to reduce benefits. That's why insolvency for Social Security and Medicare is literally 7 years away because of the big, beautiful bill. So we should invest in more immigration processes because it will allow for us to maintain the same level of benefits for Social Security and Medicare. Now you may respond.
Okay, in terms of Medicare and Medicaid, are you talking about like the thing that Trump cut out that like 12 million people or something are losing Medicaid?
That's the big beautiful bill. Over 10 million people are losing their Medicaid. 2.5 million people per month are losing their food stamps.
So you don't agree that
420,000 kids are
people
being cut off free school lunch and breakfast.
So you don't agree that people should be working 80 hours a week, like 80 hours a month. That's what I'm sorry, 80 hours a month. You don't think that's enough? Like you think that's too much for people to receive Medicaid?
So I do think that there shouldn't be a work requirement for Medicaid. I think everyone deserves health insurance. I think health insurance should be at the point of service for everyone within the country.
So you think regardless of how much you contribute to society, you should leech off other people's tax dollars just because you exist?
Do you believe in free public schools?
Well, to an extent.
Yeah, so
if you're a leech,
you believe in,
if you're leeching off society and hold on, let me speak. It's my turn. If you're leeching off other people's tax dollars and you're not contributing to society, you don't deserve a single tax dollar. You don't deserve any.
Everyone contributes to society because they demand goods, bro.
Not if they don't work or if they're literally
if they have money and they're demanding things, that means that they're contributing to our society. And when you say don't work, one, undocumented immigrants have a higher labor force participation rate. I've already said this to you, all right? Meaning they work to a greater extent.
Okay, and they also get exploited as well. You believe in humans being exploited? Do you think
that's why we should provide a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime? If you don't want them to be exploited, provide them a pathway to citizenship.
Until now, under the Biden administration, illegal immigrants were getting paid very like below rate salaries.
They are right
And
now as
obviously
well.
they're being, yeah, but at least now they're getting deported, and it's making
At least now they're getting. Do you think the undocumented immigrant would prefer to be deported?
well, at least they're not being exploited under
No.
American soil.
So they would prefer to be in the country, even undocumented, over being deported. Okay. So if you're acting like you're doing things for their benefit, that's obviously ridiculous by deporting. That's obviously an absurd standpoint. If you want to
No,
benefit them, you will agree with my position that you do a pathway to citizenship for those that have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, right?
Okay, but it's still wrong. Two wrongs don't
Can you
make
answer
it right.
my
Just
question,
'cause-
man?
Just because it happens under the Trump administration doesn't mean.
I'm gonna go crazy. I'll ask the question one more time. If not, I'll just kick you. Okay?
What's the question?
When I ask you questions, you answer them. Okay?
What is it?
You didn't hear?
Ask it again.
You have no bad how much I want to quit. You have no idea how bad I want to kick you right now. You didn't listen.
All right, man. It's my first time in front of 4.7K people, so obviously I'm gonna be.
Don't act like
nervous,
that's
so-
the fucking reason. That's a bullshit reason.
This is your job.
Who cares?
Okay, can you ask the question? I'll try to answer it.
One second.
Are you gonna ask the question?
Yeah. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. One quick second. 1 second.
Are you gonna ask the question?
Yeah. Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
Well, at least they're not being exploited under
No.
American soil.
So they would prefer to be in the country, even undocumented, over being deported. Okay? So if you're acting like you're doing things for their benefit, that's obviously ridiculous by deporting. That's obviously an absurd standpoint. If you want to benefit them, you will agree with my position that you do a pathway to citizenship for those that have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, right?
Okay, but it's still wrong. Two wrong.
Did you hear it this time?
I mean, well, you said something about like I can't have that standpoint.
Did you hear it?
You said
What
I
did I
can't have
say?
a stand. You said I can't have a standpoint that they would rather be deported than be paid minimum wages.
If you want the most people to be vetted as possible, then you would support a pathway to citizenship for those that have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, correct?
I would support who is coming here the right way, the legal way, and I would have compassion for them, and I would try to get them in rather than people cutting in line, trying to be over the people.
What was my
who
question?
waited
Do you want me to
years.
do you want me to ask it again? Do I need to ask my question again?
I mean, it would be easier if you would do that instead of trying to embarrass me.
I've done it 4 times, dude. I've said it 4 times. Okay,
you
if
just
you want,
reminded me
listen. If you want the most people to be vetted as humanly possible, why wouldn't you do a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime?
Because you can't properly vet mass amounts of people in comparison to when it would be a smaller amount of people.
You can't vet them? What are you talking about? You can't vet them. You just said you
can
wanted
vet them,
you
but
just
not
said you
as
wanted
well.
more people to be vetted, right?
Yes, but not as.
So then
you
how's your
can
response
vet
to that with like we just can't vet them? What are you talking about? Yes, we can.
You can vet them, but it's not going to be as good as when it's a smaller pool
Yes,
of
you invest in
immigrants
it.
to vet.
If you invest in it, yes, it will.
Okay, but saying just investing it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Some investing money can be spent in very bad ways. Like people don't know how to efficiently use
Yeah,
money.
and they can spend it in the right way. You understand that you have to invest in the same immigration processes that you want from Trump's perspective, right? Like you guys invested in militarizing ICE. Okay? I would prefer to invest in a vetting process that's quicker.
I don't support ICE, by the way. I don't support ICE, but
Yeah,
the practices they use, I don't support ICE.
Yeah, did you hear anything else I just said?
Well, you said something about how I support investing in ICE, but I don't.
Oh my god. God, dude, this guy's comprehension skills are so horrible, man. Why am I even talking to you, dude? Your comprehension skills are horrible. Are you like off of like the M drug right now, bro?
No, just.
Are you elevated right now, bro?
No.
Is it 5 o'clock somewhere?
Okay, so are we just gonna insult me, or are we gonna actually use?
Yes, genuinely, because like you actually genuinely can't respond. By the way,
No, you're attacking personal character over actual arguments.
no, I actually have made arguments. You haven't listened to anything I've said.
I've been listening.
No, you haven't. You just said that I thought you said you just said that I said that you supported ICE. No, I said that we can take the funding that we are putting into militarizing ICE and we can put that into the legal immigration processes to go quicker.
Well, that's my point. Is no matter how much money you put in, it's how the money is spent. You could put in
Of
200.
course. Why is this a response to what I had to say? Like I'll say let's do efficient spending.
Your argument is the quantity of money being spent. My argument is how the money
Yeah,
is
no,
being
yeah,
spent.
well,
You're
yeah,
not
well,
listening to what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Hey,
You're
how
just
about
saying-
what I said, how we should spend the money, would tell you that it's going to be inefficient? Or are you just assuming that it's going to be inefficient because we're deciding to spend the money rather than assuming the money that's being spent into ICE right now to militarize it is being misspent? Why are you only assuming that's true for us?
Who's us?
Democrats.
How would it be Democrats? It's a Republican. Republicans are running the country right now. I'm saying either side, whether it's liberals or Republicans running the government, money being spent efficiently, money being spent not efficiently is a pattern in both parties. So regardless of saying that you're going to invest money into properly vetting large amounts of immigrants, it's not going to apply regardless if it's
Hey, if
liberals
both
running
sides
the
are
government.
inefficient, why did you bring it up as an argument? It's obviously not distinct, making a distinction between one side and the other.
Well, my distinction is we don't have to deal with this problem at all when we let in smaller amounts of people and we properly regulate them instead of worrying about funding.
In order to let in
And
smaller
we-
amounts of people, you have to invest in a process to restrict people from coming in. Okay? So you still have to fund things to do that. Did you know that?
I believe what we have right now with the current administration, how they're
Wait, but I thought you
regulating
just said that
immigration
funding was
right
in. I thought you said that funding was inefficient.
now. With your solution, yeah.
No, why only my solution is inefficient?
Because right now we don't have such a free immigration process where anyone can just walk in like that.
You're not answering my question. Why is my process of funding the legal immigration process to go quicker less efficient than Donald Trump funding ICE to militarize it?
Well, I think both are just as inefficient.
Okay, if they're both just inefficient as each other, why are you bringing it up as an argument? It doesn't provide a distinction between one side and the other.
You brought up ICE, not me.
Oh my God, bro. I brought this up to show you that the funding that we put into this is required anyway. There's a funding process for it on either side.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's a funding process on either side, how can your response to my funding process be that it's going to be inefficient, but your response to Trump's funding process is not that it's inefficient?
I never said Trump's funding is non-efficient. I think his funding mechanism is just as inefficient as your plan.
Okay, how about this, man? What about my funding process is inefficient, other than just saying more people are coming?
Basically just how government officials spend money. It's not
In
smart.
what way? Tell me how.
Okay, so basically when you have literal programs before the Trump administration, you had programs dedicated to like the most minute things that like obviously didn't require
Give me a
millions of
specific.
dollars.
Give me a specific. I can't hear you when you swipe out of the app. Give me a specific.
I don't know specifically what program. You can literally do a Google search right now. You can search up what programs the Trump administration took down in response to like.
I can't do this anymore, chat. This is horrible. This is terrible. This is so bad right now. It's so bad. I'm gonna get off. I genuinely can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I'm gonna say thank you to a few people, and then I'm gonna get off for today, everyone. Genuinely, today has been incredibly insufferable for the debates. Jamie, thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Jamie. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Amanda with the $25. Give me some W's for Jamie and Amanda in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Jamie and Amanda. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Denise with the $25. Thank you so much. Hannah, thank you for the $10. Thank you. I definitely will. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate everyone so much. Thank you. I will see everyone tomorrow. If you want to check out the videos that I posted on YouTube, there's about to be videos that are posted right now. I love y'all so much. I'll see everyone later.